Here's your boy. Welcome to the Welcome Show. Just doing well, so having a wonderful day on this 8 April 25. Just woke up, so I'm gonna have to start my day. We're doing well. Today's snowing outside. It's beautiful. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we have a busy, well, not a busy day, but still somewhat busy. I made it for the only repairman in town, but Henry would fix the issue each time. Apparently, he was an engineer, and his dad made a fortune by building a plumbing business. Good. So wait a second. Oh shit. Instead of friendly neighbors, we became noisy and overstepped. Good. I started working I began asking questions about their sex life. Katie was worried that we would hear them. After that, anytime I saw her, oh shit, I would make an inappropriate joke about it. We spread rumors about them around the town to make them outcasts, but everyone already loved them. I don't want to know your secret goes out there. Henry could tell a story or two that would say nothing worked. After much thought and discussion, Tim and I decided we would only get our house back if we killed them. We planned to sneak in after the sale of the frame it as a murder-suicide. We would sleep one boat, 2 risks. The top would probably want to be called sooner because he didn't do a gunshot or anything. I volunteered to split Katie's food. I made them a cake with enough ambient to knock out a horse. We watched them eat it through their windows. They loved it. Tim thought we should jump our lives, but I told them we must use theirs. We wore all black with gloves and other safety measures and snuck over. Tim made a copy of their key. He was visiting with Henry. The orders he got the blue spike. Don't blink, get your wink. Welcome to the Commentary Show. Continuing on, having a wonderful day on the 8th April 25. We just woke up. We have a day to go to my father's house. Gonna have lunch. Then I'm gonna come back. I have a lot of videos to film and I got a lot to do, so I gotta start the day. Let's get it. Yes, but I had to hold myself. We are not the same. We're different. I don't wanna know. He tried to make it to his brother that was charged on dressing room. All this was just too much for me, so I left Tim to move the body to downtown. It took Tim forever before he came down the stairs. We can watch the sunrise. It looks like it's just starting to come up, Tim said. So we did. On our porch, after months, we could watch the sunrise again. The next morning, the cops came to our statements. We didn't hear from them again. Welcome to the Commentary Show. I think also having a wonderful day on this 8th March 25. I'm so tired. We are in May. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. No, maybe it's away. We also having a wonderful day on this 8th April 25. There's a beautiful pool outside. Let's go come. Just take a shower. Like all those things. Something. Sure. You got taking a selfie with this cat. I was always a sucker for animal lovers. From his I'm hoping that you ever see all the right boxes. His name is James. He was only a year older than me. So when he swiped right, I swiped right back. We started talking this day. I was a little sensitive at first, since it was the first time he and I wanted to make sure there were no flags. But he was accommodating, curious, friendly. He showed genuine interest. When I found out we looked at the same thing, it felt like debates. We decided to hold off meeting every day. There was a message waiting for me, saying some things like, "Good morning, I woke up thinking about you." I haven't met someone who made me feel special like that. Of course, I wasn't completely gullible. Part of me knew from previous experience that it seemed too good to be true. But when I asked for pictures to prove he was real, he replied easily, sending me snaps of him and his cat in the moments. It was real. He was real. I thought I found my match. The next step was a phone call. I decided I would know for sure if I could hear his voice, hear a real person talking to me, not just a text message. He agreed, and we decided to call at 7 o'clock the next evening. I was shaking with nervous excitement the whole day. Meet my coworker and best friend Laura Felix. Well, what's with you? She asked, once the coffee shop had quieted down after the lunchtime rush. You look like you're on top of the world. You remember that guy I've been talking to? I said, drumming my fingers against the counter. I can barely stay still. I'm calling him tonight. Laura grinned. That's great. I nodded. I know we're taking things a little slow, but I want to make sure I'm not getting involved with someone, dodgy. I said with a small laugh. Have you seen pictures of him? Laura asked, her eyes narrowed slightly. I made sure the cafe was empty before pulling out my phone and bringing up Valerie with all the photos. We said when it's really out, so we know that they'll keep it. Laura's eyes lit up. Show me, she said. Leaning over my shoulder, looking down the phone. Oh, that's cute. Here's a cat. No, it's so lovely. We're going to get down and easy out. We know how difficult birds are to find. I said, very low. Laura said that. She extended me the photo. Small brown was pulled away. Think about it, it's not familiar. She said, and then very cool. It's really cool. Liz said, really? I think it's outside of the city. Eating the options is pretty close. I looked around the cafe. I got into the sunny view. The beaches are empty. Yeah, I believe that. Laura said, shrugging. That's how we do it. It really is. I couldn't make my point. That was what the crowd was. I'm trying to circle back. When I saw 7 o'clock, I was excited. What did I do to that? It's like the whole day matching my business time. And what are you talking about? We have that great experience with dating. So there's still shadow of apprehension that something will go wrong. But for the most part, certain things seem to be right. The phone rang, and I only heard the trail at 7 o'clock. It was trembling like a I said, what? You holding on, you like yourself? And he said, well, in many ways, it's right. It sounded like a long time ago. At the same time, this is really people's time too. It was really far away. Okay, so the people around me, they walk in there, they will not be saying, they will not be there. Yeah, he said, I don't want to know if you think about the
We call another time. I'm feeling a little tired after work. If you want, he said concomitantly, and after a short back and forth, we decided to hang up and try again another time. When we finally ended the call, I fell back against my bed with a sigh. That hadn't gone the way I'd expected at all, but I didn't want to give up on him completely just because of a phone call. Maybe he really was just in a place with poor reception. We kept talking for a few more days. James apologized for messing up the call and sent me an adorable picture of him with his cat, who I learned was called Misty. And then we decided to meet up. I felt a little weird bypassing the video call stage, but he seemed eager to meet. And despite the phone call, I was also excited. We planned to meet outside an internet cafe in the middle of the city. I had to take a bus there, and when I told Lauren where I was going and who I was meeting, she insisted on coming with me, just in case he wasn't who he said he was. She camped out in the internet cafe while I waited for the post box outside, where we had designated the meeting place. I waited there for a good 40 minutes before I realized he had stood me up. That's when I knew that James, the embodiment of my ideal guy, wasn't real. Only it was so much worse than I thought. I headed inside the cafe where Laura was waiting for me, and saw her face take on an ashen tinge as she stared at one of the computer monitors, fingers scrolling on the mouse. He didn't show up, I said, making her jump. She looked up at me, a strange look on her face. Em, she said slowly, turning the monitor around so that I could take a look. Is this the guy you've been talking to? On the screen was a photo of James, 3 years younger than he seemed now. I frowned. Yeah, that's him. Where did you find this? I heard her swallow audibly as she clicked off the image, taking me to the article where it had been posted. James Ashton, she read out, dies tragically after meeting with a psycho girl on dating app. I felt my blood rush out of my cheeks, the ground feeling unsteady beneath my feet. Wait, he's dead? Laura nodded, her voice wobbling. Yeah, and he has been the whole time you've been talking to him. As I tried to process the shocking revelation about James, I found myself unable to let go of the mystery. The feeling of being ghosted by a deceased person haunted me for days. I had to know the truth. As I dove deeper into James's background, I discovered a series of disturbing coincidences. Every person who had interacted with James on the dating app had a bizarre encounter, and all of them shared a peculiar connection. They either experienced severe misfortune or their untimely deaths. I was now convinced that there was something unnatural at play, something sinister tied to James's virtual presence. With Laura's help, I delved even further into the matter, only to stumble upon an old, ominous urban legend that mentioned a malevolent spirit called the Digital Spectre. According to the legend, this vengeful entity preyed on the living by posing as deceased individuals on various digital platforms, seeking to bring harm to anyone who engaged with it. I realized that James was nothing but a malevolent ghost, manipulating tech to lure and harm unsuspecting users. A wave of terror washed over me, but the thought that I'd narrowly escaped becoming another victim gave me some composure. But my horror didn't end here. Over the next few days, strange glitches occurred on my laptop and phone. I received cryptic messages from unknown sources, and my mental health started to go south. As days passed, my grip on reality started to crumble. I could hardly leave the safety of my home. With the unnatural power involved, how can I trust anybody? Lines between the real world and the digital realm blurred for me completely. I stopped eating and drinking. With each passing day, I was slowly losing it. I was hooked to my phone 24/7. Something dark and unknown was pulling me towards it. Emma, what happened to you? Oh my God. It's been 3 months since I was rescued. Laura has burned both my phone and laptop. I'm slowly recovering, but my therapist says it will take a long time for me to be my former self. Yes, I would be better off social media forever.
My name is Eric. A few weekends ago, my girlfriend Nicole had to babysit her much younger half-sister Lucy. Her mom and stepdad were on some vacation, and they didn't have anyone else to watch the girl. Nicole asked me if that would be okay, and I said sure, absolutely. Nicole and I didn't have any children of our own, and I always liked Lucy. To be completely honest, I think Lucy liked me more than Nicole. Nicole was a bit too strict with her, but she saw me as some kind of a cool uncle. When Lucy arrived on Friday night, she completely ignored Nicole and ran straight to me to give me a big hug. Uncle Eric, she screamed. Where are you going to take me this weekend? Honestly, we weren't planning to take her anywhere, but for some reason I blurted out, Chuck E. Cheese! She absolutely freaked out. Nicole did too, but for different reasons. So even though Nicole and I would both prefer to stay inside, we took Lucy to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't think I'd ever been inside one before, not even as a kid. It was pretty much what I expected though. There were loud flashing arcade games everywhere, and a bunch of very rundown looking girls watching their overactive children race around. Shoot me now, Nicole whispered to me when we entered. I laughed, but I guess Lucy heard her too because she turned around and glared at Nicole. Just joking, Nicole told her sister. I love this place. Without saying anything, Lucy ran off to the arcade. Nicole and I found a table that wasn't too sticky, and we ordered our pizza. The two of us sat at the table for a long time. I tried to suggest other things we could do while she was here, but Nicole wouldn't listen. She kept complaining about how
How close are we?
Chuck E. Cheese. She was pretty mad.
Good.
While we talked, I tried to keep an eye on Lucy. I saw her playing some of the arcade games, and I lost her for a bit when she ran off to the bathroom. When she...
There you go.
Modernisez votre cours à petit prix chez Walmart.
When she came back, I saw her trying one of those racing games where the players sit on a big plastic motorcycle in front of a giant screen. If I were her age, that would have been something I'd like. While Nicole kept nagging me, I watched Lucy race by herself. I guess she dropped something because when she was finished, she got off the motorcycle and started looking around the floor for something. I was about to go back there and help her, but that was the exact moment the pizza came. Nicole shouted for Lucy to join us. When we were all together, I served everyone a piece. As the good uncle that I was, I gave Lucy the biggest piece. She thanked me, and then she passed the slice to Nicole. Here, Nikki, she said. You deserve this more than me. For once, Nicole was flattered by her little sister. Thanks, Luce, she said. I started eating my slice. It wasn't as bad as I expected. A little greasy, but I liked the sauce. Do you like it? I asked Nicole. She took her first bite and instantly started to choke. I thought she burned her tongue or something, but it was much more serious than that. She was choking horribly. She wouldn't stop. She grabbed a napkin and spat into it. The napkin was covered in both cheese and blood. What happened? I asked. By then, Nicole had stopped choking. There was glass in my food, she said. She held up a long, thin shard of glass. I couldn't believe it. She almost died. I'm okay, Nicole kept repeating. A waitress noticed the commotion and came over. She was just a teenager, but I was so freaked out that I started yelling at her. The waitress apologized profusely and took our pizza back to the kitchen. She said she'd bring another one, but I refused. We needed to get out of there. By then, the manager came out to talk to us. He tried to offer us a bunch of gift cards. I guess he didn't want us to sue. I yelled at him too. I just couldn't control myself. Nicole was silent the whole time. I think she was in shock. Then I looked over at Lucy to make sure she wasn't scared for her life. That's when I noticed that she was smiling. It was such a dark, angry smile. Just one look at her, and I knew she put the glass in her sister's food. You're getting out of here, I said. No, Lucy screamed. She turned toward Nicole. Her face was filled with complete concern. Nikki, I'm sorry. It must have been really scary. But before we leave, can you play one-off game with me, please? I promise it'll make you feel better. Fine, Nicole said. I wanted to say something, but I still wasn't sure what had happened. I assumed that Lucy was guilty, but I wasn't 100% certain. Before I could do anything, Lucy grabbed Nicole's hand and led her toward the arcade area in the back. She took her right toward that motorcycle game. I followed them. You can sit here, Lucy said, patting one of the two plastic motorcycles. I rode this one last time, and it was real fun. Nicole sat down, and Lucy climbed onto the motorcycle next to her. Lucy popped in a couple of quarters, and an image of a racetrack appeared on the screen in front of it. It started a countdown. Right away, I could tell something was wrong with Nicole's bike. It was shaking wildly, while Lucy's bike didn't move much at all. I thought back to half an hour earlier, and I saw Lucy crawling around the bottom of the bike, looking for something. That's when I realized that she wasn't looking for something. She was standing on the bike. Nicole! I shouted. Get out there! But I was too late. The digital track had a sharp turn. When Nicole tried to turn the bike, a couple of loose screws rocked. The whole bike crashed onto the ground. Nicole screamed in pain. Her left leg was stuck under the metal plastic. To her side, Lucy happily finished the race on her own bike. She crossed the finish line and shouted, I win! I crouched down next to Nicole and carefully moved the bike off of the lane. She was screaming bloody murder. I couldn't blame her. Her ankle was bit at a terrible angle. I could see the bone sticking out of her skin. Once again, the manager came over and gave us a string of apologies. But I stopped her. It's not your fault, I said. And with that, I helped Nicole limp back to the car and drove her straight to the hospital. Lucy sat in the back seat, and she didn't say a word the whole time. When we got to the hospital, I helped Nicole check in, and then I took Lucy straight to her psychologist. Ever since then, Nicole and I refused to babysit. I have a 7-year-old brother named Max. Our parents both work all the time, so I usually have to watch him when I get home from school. He's a good kid, but he's getting obsessed with video games. I didn't want my brother to grow up to be one of those loser gamers, so I decided to scare him away from video games, at least for a while. Like a lot of 7-year-olds, he was afraid of pretty much everything. One time, he walked into the living room while I was watching one of the Scream movies. He cried for an hour. It took him a full week to go back into the room without crying. My plan was to let Max play a scary game. He'd freak out and stop playing games altogether. I had to pick something scary, but not too scary. I picked one Star Wars. I eventually downloaded Brain Juice on my phone and asked if he wanted to try a new game. He jumped at the chance. I handed him my phone and explained the rules, trying to make the game sound as scary as possible. Wherever you go, I told him, can't make a noise, or Granny will find you. Right away, he looked nervous. He sat on the couch, and I watched him stare into my phone, concentrating as hard as he could. This lasted for about 2 minutes, before something in the game scared him so badly that he threw my phone up to the carpet and ran into his room. I knew my plan had worked. That night, Max didn't say a word at dinner. Mom asked me if something had happened, and I just told her, I think he's growing out of his video game days. The next morning, Max seemed to be back to his normal energetic self. He was still loud and annoying, but at least he wasn't interested in playing games anymore. Honestly, I forgot about the whole thing for about a week. Then one night, Max ran into my room and dove under my bed before I even woke up. He repeated my name over and over until I opened my eyes and asked him what he wanted. He said that Granny was real. She was outside the house and looking for him. That's my plan backfired. I explained there was no such thing as Granny, but she was a fictional character. But he wouldn't leave me alone until I walked downstairs with him and saw for myself. He basically dragged me into the living room and pulled me to the front window. I looked out into our yard, but I didn't see anybody. She was right there, Max said. You have to believe me. I walked him back to his bedroom, told him to go to sleep. He started to argue with me, so I gave him my big sister credit and shut up. Then the next night, Max did the exact same thing. He ran into my room in the middle of the night and said that Granny had broken into the house and was standing in our kitchen. I had to walk him downstairs and show him that the kitchen was empty. The night after that, I had my boyfriend Trent over to watch movies. Once again, our parents were both out of the house. Max was upstairs in his bed, but I warned Trent beforehand that my brother might run into the room and make up some story about a killer grandma. Trent laughed about it, but when Max did exactly what I said, I could tell that Trent was annoyed. I really didn't want to embarrass myself in front of my boyfriend, so I ordered Max to go back to his room. His eyes got really big and he whispered, but Granny's in my room now. She's just standing there. I don't care. I told him, go back in there and pretend she's gone. Don't be a baby. His eyes started to tear up, but he did as I said. He turned around and trudged back into his room, but before he opened the door, he looked over his shoulder and asked, you promise she won't get me? I promise. She's not really there. He walked into his room like a prisoner walking to the electric chair. I waited until he closed the door, and then I sat back down next to Trent. No offense, he said, But your little brother's kind of creepy. I didn't say anything. Then about 5 minutes later, I heard a loud knock on our door. I had no idea who it could be. I opened the door and saw a nervous-looking man in glasses. I'd never seen him before. Hello? He said. Are your parents home? Yes, I lied. Who are you? He introduced himself as Dr. Roberts. He was the director of a private medical center not too far away. He asked if anything strange had happened lately. No, I said. Why? He explained that one of his patients had been sneaking out for the last few nights. She was an older woman who had been in the facility for decades. What does that have to do with me? I asked. Dr. Roberts said. The patient used to live in this house. I thought I'd warn you in case she comes back. But you haven't seen her, right? I asked him what she looked like. He described an old woman wearing a white hospital gown. The woman he described sounded a lot like Rain. My heart started to race. Max had been telling me the truth after all. He had seen an old woman.
Don't Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Welcome Show. Considering you all having a wonderful day, welcome back to the tower. It is crazy storm outside. I'm gonna show you outside. It's actually quite nice. You're gonna be seeing it on the crown, the tower shield, on this 8th April 2025. Look at this. Snow is intense. The snow is intense. We have to wait for the phone to charge a little bit before we start my day because I have a couple of things to do. So we're gonna be doing that right now. You call me the creep for the flow. King Kong. You know. Now, since we're doing this, we're waiting. I'm gonna do like 2. Maybe 1. I guess I'm popcorn. You don't need to keep on the flow. Ouch. Fuck. I had a perfect picture before, which was a bird and snow, but when I came out, it was out. Gone.
Tyler says he's tired of being suffocated by love. Tyler, what's going on?
Oh, Jared, my girlfriend is a massive stalker. I met her about 6 months ago on Facebook.
Yeah.
Moved in with her a week later. Yeah. And I've been regretting it ever since.
What about you?
So you guys lived together, but in the beginning you obviously were attracted to her.
Yes, I was.
And you said, come on, move in. And then when you did, it's like, oh, what got so bad?
What got so bad from arguments almost every day, every second, every day, for the stupidest things. You breathing, walking, sleeping, everything.
But it's breathing has to stop. Okay, so now why are you here?
I'm here because I cheated on my girlfriend.
Oh. My guess is she's not gonna like that.
No problem.
Shut the fuck up. That's be fine. How did this cheating come about?
Oh, how did it come about? I was tired of arguing, so I wanted to see how things would go with another girl. And one night, my girlfriend wasn't home. I got really drunk. I went to my Facebook, went through about 100 friends, messaged people, and this girl Jenna messaged me back saying, "Hey, I'll come get you." And I'm like, "Okay." So she came to pick me up in a nice red Mustang. Oh, that was a nice 2-in-1. But then she's like, "Hey, you want to drive?" I'm like, "Sure." I'm drunk. Why not? Let's drive a car. So I drove about 5 minutes later. She's like, "Hey, let's park the car and let's talk for a little bit." So I'm like, "Okay." Parked the car. Shut it off, and she looked at me, leaned over, started kissing me. I let her go on for a few minutes, and then I told her to bring me home. Went home, told my girlfriend immediately.
Oh, so what you did is kiss her?
Yeah.
There was no sexual activity?
There was later on in the relationship.
Oh, later on?
Yes.
What
We didn't talk for about
So the
4
first
months.
time
No, that was
you were good and you went home?
Yes.
Now what happened?
4 months later, she decided to mess me out of the blue.
Ooh, this one you had to car ride with?
Yes, yeah.
Mustang.
Mustang girl. And my girlfriend wasn't home again.
Oh,
So,
stop leaving.
yeah. So Jenna's like, "Hey, let's hang out again." So I'm like, "Alright, let's do it." And she comes over, I'm dropping her close. And I get in her car and we have sex.
So you had sex in the Mustang? Oh. So you were here to...
Here to tell her to off and tell her that I want something else, but I'm sick and tired of it.
Oh, wait. You're here to tell me to back off?
Yeah.
Oh, your girlfriend, not Mustang Jenna. Yeah. Okay. Do you want us to turn the air conditioning on? What happened?
Yeah.
What prompted the taking off of the shirt?
I modeled, so why not?
You modeled what, on radio? Well, let's bring out Jenna first. Mustang.
There's a few things I want to tell you. If you know, I've really been thinking about you a lot lately. I really like you, and I spent a lot of time on this. So, don't hate it.
This is super cute.
Oh, it's a photo album here.
I think we would make
What's this the cutest Facebook couple ever?
You must spend a lot of time on this. Thank you. This is
I
really
have a lot
awesome.
of time on my
Because you gotta put the picture in.
and all those stickers.
Over.
Yeah.
And the stickers. Yeah, I can hold it while you're here.
I really appreciate this. I really like this, and you're really sexy.
Where's the Mustang?
Not in here.
Okay. Well, that's really very nice. Yeah, I don't interfere with this. So you really like it.
Yes, I really do. I'll just get rid of your girlfriend.
What do you mean it's wrong? You know about your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Do you know her or just know of her?
I just know of her.
Yeah, which it's not like she's a friend of yours. Yeah. All right, well, here she is. Here is Amanda.
Why? Because I'm sick and tired of your arguing and your fighting with me. It's getting very old.
Why would you do it in the first place? You should have just broke up with me.
Well, I want to see how it went first, and obviously,
Well, obviously you didn't. What is that?
it's a
What?
photo album of me and her.
Let me see it. See, she right here is a stain right there. And right here, you just don't eat model first. You freaking, and right here, you just look like a whore. And now, well, obviously he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You have no boobs or butt, so he doesn't like that.
I'm confident it's okay.
Okay, well, and this right here, what is this? This doesn't make any sense. No.
It's Halloween.
Well, too bad. You can have that. And, on your way. He doesn't want
Whoa.
you.
Well, what do you want to say there?
Anything say? Because that's what you do. You don't say anything. You stay quiet.
Yes, I do, because I
Yeah,
don't
why?
talk about things.
Exactly.
You're hard to talk to, so all you do is yell at me and argue with me.
You talk to me right now.
Why would I want to?
Because I want to know how you feel.
I feel like this isn't going to work out, because obviously...
Well, obviously you're going to be with me still.
No,
I
no,
still
no.
want you.
Too bad.
I still want you.
Too bad.
You're not going to leave.
Too bad.
You say you
can't
are,
make
but
me
you're not.
stay.
No, no.
Can't make me stay.
I'm going to. Because I feel like I have the power over you.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
That promise ring on your finger.
Yeah, well, this promise ring still means promise to me. Have I took it off yet? Nope. And is it going to come off? Nope. I can be distant to you. You can say anything right now. Obviously, I'm not saying anything, so go ahead.
Oh, but I don't want to be with you.
Well, good luck leaving.
Well, I've already left, because I just broke up with you.
Yeah, okay.
We're over.
No, we're not.
I'm sick and tired of you not letting me play my video games when I want.
All right, see, I didn't know that.
Well, I tell you, okay, now we're 2 hours and I get home and you're still on it after I
I'm
said,
sorry, I get
shut up.
sidetracked.
Oh, yeah, because you used to get so busy on your freaking game all the time.
Yeah, you can be on your phone all the time.
Well,
You
you-
can't be on my game. When you're at work and come home, I can't finish my game up.
No, because you say, oh, I'm almost done, and then you get distracted. You say, oh, I'm almost done.
What's the problem?
Oh, the problem is
Go do
you
your
say,
own thing.
no, what am I going to do? When I do, you get mad at me.
No, because I'm playing video games. Obviously, how would I get mad? I'm having fun playing video
Yeah, but
games.
still, you get mad at me when I'm in the living
All
room.
right, I don't think this is going to last.
You're not going to leave.
Yes, I am sorry. You just did.
Right.
We're over.
We're not. You say we're over. You say it out of anger.
No,
We
no,
say
I'm not.
everything out of anger.
I'm saying it because all you do is fight constantly. It's every day, not just every other day. It's every day. Every
Because you
second,
don't
every
listen
minute.
to me. That's your problem.
And all you like to do is
He's
argue.
not loving you back. What's the point?
Because I don't want to be alone. I hate being alone.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's a normal reaction. It is. But that can't be a reason to be with one person because there's millions of other guys out there that'll be with you. You know, it's not like your happiness is dependent on one other guy. It can never be that.
Oh, everybody else just uses me.
Well, I didn't.
What did you promise her? In other words, you led her to this position, right?
I promised I would love her, and I did. But things just kept getting worse, so I did what I did. And now I'm over you. I just can't do it anymore. I'm sorry.
I can change if you change.
Sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Because you give up. That's what you do in life. You give up.
No, I'm not giving up on life. I'm giving up on
You
you.
mean you give up on me. And I don't want us to give up.
Well, I'm sorry.
Because
I
I
don't know
want
what
you
else
to
to tell
try.
you.
You don't try hard enough.
How do I not try hard enough?
I try every day.
So do I. You think I don't try every day? I do a lot of things for you. I clean the house, I vacuum, I mop. I do everything that you don't do.
I do the laundry. I make the bed for you.
He gave me the shirt off his back.
Yes, I give him rent money right now.
All right.
What does that mean? It doesn't mean
What's your
anything.
reaction when you're watching this?
I think she just needs to realize it's not happening. It's over.
Obviously, you just don't have a say in this because you're just a slut in a one-night stand over there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yes, I did.
You never ask a question where you don't know the answer. Okay. I know you're feeling horribly about this, but this isn't the future. It just isn't. Because if it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen a month from now, a year from now. You know, you got to have someone who's really committed to you for your happiness, not. And you two want to be together.
I'm not deciding. I'm not having either of them.
Oh, you
I
don't
don't want
want
either of them. Nope.
So it wasn't one-night stand. See, I told you.
Well,
You go find someone else to have
Is
sex
there anything
with.
you want to say to him?
I thought it was completely different.
Nope. I just want to see how things went, and I don't want either of you. I don't want you, and I don't want you.
Well, obviously,
You're a bitch, and I just don't want to be with you.
you mean too.
So I'm good at it too.
Yeah, and I'm good at it. I'm good at it.
Well, I met my man about 2 years ago. We met at a gas station. It was love at first sight. It was love at first sight.
What's your
So, about a year ago, I found out he was sleeping with my sister, Courtney, and I devastated.
This is after you're going with him.
And then I found out he was sleeping with my cousin. So then I thought, this guy is never gonna change. We got back together, and he proposed to me at Mountain Park, and I'm here today to tell my sister and my cousin that he's my man and we're getting married.
Congratulations, by the way. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to finally come clean. I've been ducking and dodging, running from house to house, family to family. I mean, family. No, I'm not staying in the family. You haven't been running from it. I just want to say thank you, and I want to let you guys know that I want her.
No. You
I am, but
he wants me. I tell you that much. He wants you. Why can't he want?
it's old news, okay? I don't do it. I want to be with you.
No, don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
They lied. You fill my head up.
You just said they lied, see? So what you talking about? Why you saying they filled your head up? You filled your own head up.
I'm sorry.
Please don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I've got identical twin sister, and she's a bitch. She kicked me out of the house, and I figure out what to do where to go. She won't answer my calls, won't answer my texts. Call, knock on the door, she won't answer. My sister's girlfriend, Hayden, she seems to control everything that she does. She called my girlfriend a bitch, a slut, and all that.
What do you have to say to her?
Allie? I mean, I definitely had sex with her.
Here's Allie.
Why'd you do this? I'm sorry. I mean, what's sorry gonna do? I mean, I thought you wanted to be with me. I do. I mean, it's just, she looks like you, and I mean, it felt like being with you, and when I was with her. It doesn't matter. Everything about you, everything about her was basically you. We're two totally different people. I don't see it that way. I mean, what makes you think that, I mean, what are you wanting? Are you wanting to work this out? Are you wanting to move on? Or, no, I do love you, and I want to work it out. I mean, are you gonna be gay with me, or are you gonna be gay with her? I'm gonna be gay with you. How am I supposed to know that? I guess you just don't trust me. How can I trust you whenever you did that? I don't know, I'm 18, everything got so confused. I wasn't ready for all of this. If you weren't ready, why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you talk to me? We could have done something, work it out. Because you sprung on me the last second. You had no place to go, she kicked you out, so I let you live with me. And it just I felt sorry for you, and but we all know that we could have figured something out if you just would have come to me.
Who's Peggy?
My girlfriend.
Yes, Peggy. She comes out to dirty the carpet? What is that?
I'm sorry, I didn't need to. Like, what's wrong with you? I mean, I was mad. Like, me and you've been arguing, me and Catherine have been fighting, and you and Catherine just don't get along. And what the other thing he said, right? My girlfriend. I don't know, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I heard that part.
I mean, it won't happen again. I won't do it. I won't hang out with them. I won't do any of that.
Okay, well, you need to go out there right now and tell her she's not gonna see me anymore, not gonna see you anymore, she's not gonna come out anymore. It's all her fault for your ugly, slutty girlfriend to her house.
Alright.
And
I mean, I can't be around you guys. So, you're really just gonna kick me to the curb. I mean, I've done a lot for you. I mean, I'm sorry. I tried. I mean, I'm here if you need me, and you know that. I mean, you can call me, you can text me.
it seems like you're trying to keep this together and you're not.
I love my girlfriend.
More than your sister.
I mean, I love her. It's just, it's different. I'm really connected to Peyton, and us being not attached for a long time, really gonna do anything.
Tell her me. Tell her now.
I'm sorry, but it's you.
We'll be back.
The thing about it, like, I don't like her take care, like, she thinks she's fat all the time, but she really is. She's about 260 pounds. I just want to tell her, you know, I'm just tired of being fat and scared. Ask her questions, want to tell me straight up that, you know, she want to lose weight, help her lose weight. You know, especially we just had a 6-week-old baby. She want to nag about her weight and everything. Why I don't cuddle with her? Why is the point cuddling with you? I can just put about 3 pillows, 4 pillows around me and cuddle with that. Come home. I mean, y'all guys know, y'all want fresh food. Y'all don't want no box food. She cooks me tuna helper. What is that? I mean, and then it's all gooey and everything. I mean, and then you have to put it in the microwave. Yeah, what? You have to put it in the microwave. I want fresh food. That has to at least be hot.
You know, I just seen your homeboy. He's not home, but his girlfriend's there.
Yes. And when she answered the door, she was actually like stressed out and crying. So I came out and told her, you know, why don't you come to the store with me? I'm about to walk down the store, get a black amount. She wanted to use the bathroom. But she gave me that look like she wanted to do something. So I followed her to the bathroom. I joined her to the bathroom. That's when we made out and we had sex. Well, yeah, I am cheating. And I'm also cheating with Anthony, you know, my good friend, girl, wife. So
How can you do that? You could be playing a child. Why would you not be with me?
It was
And
like,
I'm happy with me.
you're right. But the thing is, I didn't want, you know, to be with you. I want to take care of the baby. I also want you to, you know, move out if you can, you know, find a place.
Why are you gonna have sex with some nasty whore? And then come have sex with me.
Well,
Risking me catching a disease and giving it to your child.
because at the time I didn't care. I just wanted to please you. You don't please me.
Whoa.
You too big to please me. You can't get on top of me.
I thought that did. That's a douche move. Okay. How much time is left?
I'm not happy with my relationship. Let me tell you what
24.
Why would you ruin my family? Why would you ruin my family? I'm setting a good example for your 2-year-old daughter.
Whoa. Don't bring kids in that.
We will send her a copy of the show.
Well, this bitch right here?
I'm not happy.
For real? You ain't no but a dirt.
You don't do nothing.
Dirty whore.
Why don't you make me happy?
What?
It's your ball.
work what? You gotta take
Why? Thank you, bye. Bye.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Good.
It's to the point where I just feel like we need to break up.
It's not too bad.
For 2 days, and then we'll be back together.
Yeah.
This has happened before.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's to the point where you like
I had to upload it.
absolute best of you, and it's to the point where all you do is just when you get mad, you say,
Lame.
I threw water at you because you snatched my Frosty out of my hand and threw it out the window.
No way.
Oh, okay, point goes to her.
yeah, all right, well, of course. But the thing I think Frosty out the window was because you want to act like a bitch.
Oh,
No,
whoa, whoa,
that was
whoa.
because my Frosty was watery and I was trying to complain to Wendy's because it wasn't thick enough.
It's a Frosty. It's not supposed to be all thick.
Kinda.
This is beyond.
Don't blink, kiss you blink. Welcome.
Okay.
You know?
All right, so you had a fight over the Frosty.
Yeah, well, you know, we had completely different interests. We're not the same person anymore. Like when we first got
Can I
together,
get
I
any-
connected you on a level that was outrageous. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and now it's to the point where like,
Well, I wouldn't call you if you weren't being.
Okay. She's ahead 2-0. Oh, try, you got something over there. Keep going.
yeah. But then again, it seems like I show more emotion than you do. You're I cry and you don't do anything. Like you give me the cold shoulder.
Okay, they are playing the Grab the Candy Challenge.
Wow, okay, so.
Well, see, honestly, the thing is, quite frankly, I know it's over because I've actually been cheating on you with a man. And the funny thing is, the whole time I was cheating, you didn't once.
Damn.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Did you have any idea he was bisexual?
Yes, because he tried to, one time when we broke up, texting my best friend to come, that's gay, my gay best friend, to come over and give him oral sex.
I didn't see him coming out. But regardless, I'm leaving you. And
Who's Tristan? Oh, here's Tristan.
Game night, we were playing Spin Bubble. I thought you were the absolute cutest guy here. I love your eyes and I love your smile. I really want to see where things go. And after to the bedroom and hooked up, and by the way, honey, he is top.
No, that is.
You could have at least done better than that.
You could have done better than you too, but you know.
I see where he went. You look like a chicken though, you can't compare that to this.
You, honey, is please something, please.
Oh.
I don't know why you guys are ganging up on her. You could understand she'd be upset because they've been together off and on for 4 years. If someone steps in, it's nothing to do with you being gay, just the idea
Oh
that
no. Well, see, it would be different, but see, the thing is, she treats him like absolute sometimes. So it's like, why would I try? Like, of course I want her man. Why not? She ain't gonna treat him right. Somebody should.
Yeah.
It's okay, you're gonna stay a 5-piece because in 3 days he's gonna be back with me.
Hey, you know what?
No,
she's Ashley. She says her mental insecurities pushing her away. Ashley, what's going on?
He's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love this man with all my heart. He is so good to me.
Yep.
He takes me out. He cooks dinner. He's good to our daughter. He's the best father ever. When I got pregnant with my daughter, he gained all of my baby weight. All of it.
You got pregnant and he gained weight?
All of the weight. I didn't gain
Wait, you
anything.
swallowed the baby? No.
You would think so, but
Yeah.
no.
Oh, so you really gained weight and that was an issue with you?
It wasn't an issue with me until his insecurity started
Oh,
playing.
I see. He feels bad about it.
He won't take his shirt off. We sleep together, not naked, ever. He puts his shirt on after sex. You know, the sex doesn't last as long as it used to. Because I have to be on top. I get tired too. I want to be able to switch up. You know what I mean? I have a secret to tell him. I want to tell him that I want him with my friend's boyfriend.
All right, here is John. Hey, John.
I love you so much. Love you so much. You know that, right? I'll do anything for you. I brought you on the show to tell you that. I want to be completely honest with you because I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So why not be honest now? I slept with Erica's boyfriend.
Sir? Sorry. How can you, like,
Oh, wait, wait, wait.
relationship? You promised me we got together for the marriage.
But you're not the surprise.
Well, why don't you bring out Erica first? Here is Erica.
How much I love you. You don't love me. You know my past relationships. You know what I've been through. But you know what? My friendship with you is so important. No. It is. No. It really is. How many people can keep it real with their friends, honestly? You didn't keep it real? Were you thinking about me when you had sex with them? Actually, I was.
What? For real.
You messed up your family, a good man at that. I made a mistake, Erica, and I'm sitting here owning up to it. I don't want to hear that. No.
Did he tell you that you guys love her?
He showed it. He didn't have to tell me.
Here he is.
Whoa, whoa.
So you cheating me with her?
She was there. She was with it. I'm with it. Let's get it.
Okay, Brandon's ready to tap out of this messy situation. Brent, what is going on?
I'm a pro wrestler.
Oh, okay.
I've been for a little over a year. So
Okay.
I started training for professional wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Got into it, got to doing shows and stuff, and lately it's kind of put me in some situations.
And what situation did you put you in?
I get girls send me messages on Facebook.
Oh, they're fans.
They're
They're
fans.
fans. Yeah.
Some of them very inappropriate things.
Oh.
A little over a month ago.
Yeah.
There was a girl sent me some messages telling me some things that she maybe like me to do to her, or do to me.
Oh, she wrestled.
No. But yeah, she caught me on the night. I guess I liked the attention. Yeah, but she wound up.
Oh.
And I didn't stop her.
No. Oh, because you're a wrestler, you don't know how to stop that kind of
Well,
stuff.
after that, I didn't see her. She still sent me messages. A few days later, she comes to the gym that I work at. I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm really not. I can't.
So you're here basically to tell her to back off. I'm married. I got
Yes.
kids.
Yes.
That was something I shouldn't have done. No more.
Exactly.
That's what you want to do.
Yes.
Here is Jenny.
Me and you, we have a connection. I've been watching you for a long time. Oh yes, you know we have. And I've seen you in the ring. I know you are the genetic perfection. I mean, what woman wouldn't want you?
You gotta cut the Facebook out. Everything. You gotta stop.
Did you know that he's married with kids?
Yes, I know. He's told me.
Well, wouldn't that make you say, well, I don't need to go down here? I'm not down here, but
Down now.
Again, you're going to do this to me again? No. Do you know how many times that you have cheated on me? Do you know? I can't even count. My hands, your hands, and our feet.
whose fault?
That would be my boyfriend.
Oh. Well, he's been watching his fault. I never would have put you two together. But there you go. Hey, Paul. So what's going on?
First of all, I'm gonna meet Jerry.
So who was this guy you slept with?
Raven, we were friends for a long time.
Did you know Raven? Oh, so it's a mutual friend. Here he is. Here's Raven.
So, you make me happy. I think we should, like, you know,
Harley, you know that like what we have is something very special. You know, we've known each other for a long time. You know, like you support me more than anybody that I've ever met, especially with my music. Like I have, like I do appreciate you as a friend. But I got something to tell you. I'm kind of been sleeping with your man.
What?
Hi, Jerry. I'm a lesbian, by the way.
We love lesbian. We love lesbian.
I'm here basically because I want to tell my friend that I've been sleeping with a girlfriend for less.
What?
Well, why would you sleep, if she's your friend, why would you sleep with her girlfriend?
Because I'm a cold-hearted bitch. And this message is to you. I'm with your girl at the beach, and I'm telling her that I love you, bitch. You need someone that can be there for you financially, that can love you, right? Yeah. She can't do that. She's not a real woman. She
What?
doesn't know how to take care of you like I do. The sex isn't as good as ours is. So I think you should just break up with the bitch.
Whoa.
You know, admit it. You don't want to be with her, right? Right. So now she knows. So she can just deal with the fact that we're together and we just care how she feels.
You right.
So you brought me all the way here to Jerry Springer. To tell me that you're sleeping with my girl? Yes, bitch. Yes. Really? I don't care about how you feel. I don't care about our friendship. I don't care. You already know how I am. You know how I am. We've known each other for a long time. We've known each other for a long time, but you brought me all the way here to tell me that you're sleeping with my girlfriend? Right, so which one really? How could you do that? I don't do it anymore.
You love her?
No, Jerry, I don't.
Did you ever tell her you loved her?
No, Jerry.
Well, she never told you she loved you.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. You don't have feelings for her?
No, Jerry, I don't either.
You don't have feelings for her, either?
No, Jerry.
Chance says everyone deserves a second chance. All right. Chance, what's going on?
Jerry, I'm just a party animal. That's why everybody back home calls me Joe Deere.
And
You're a party animal.
Yeah, everyone back home calls me Joe Deere today. Because I had a mullet back then and I'll party all the time.
Oh, there you go. I got it. Yeah. You're this wild party guy. Now what's the problem?
I drink all the time. When I drink, I like to mess around with a lot of women.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Don't matter if they're big, skinny, white, black. Whatever's coming my way, it's coming my way.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, right now I'm with a girl we met a couple months back called Amy, but they went downhill with my mullet. She didn't like it, so now I cut it off and we finally started talking again through Snapchat.
Yeah.
And I moved over there.
So you would like to be
Oh.
back with her?
Yeah, we are right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Good for you. Then why are you here?
Well, we finally started talking again.
Yeah.
We went out to eat that night when we finally sat down each other. We went to Taco Bell, get some tacos. And,
Whoa.
hey, cheaper the better.
Yeah. Okay.
So we went to Taco Bell and I went to her house and I've never left since. But her friend's always over there. Always.
Yeah.
Tammy. She's pretty good cook. She goes to college for green chef.
Oh, good for her. Oh, wow.
So she cooks.
So she comes over and prepares a meal for you.
That's my
Your
girlfriend
girlfriend.
can't
Your girlfriend can't cook.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, she could burn water. But anyways, Eric, about 3 weeks ago I proposed to her.
Oh, to your girlfriend.
Yeah. And she said yes, only if I was up my party money.
Oh, good.
So I tried and tried.
What happened?
But that weekend after I proposed to her,
Yeah.
she went to her mom's house and hang out with mom.
Yeah.
Well, Sammy was at the house.
Oh, the chef.
Yeah, the
Oh,
chef.
Sammy came over. Yeah.
So when she was there, she asked me if I was hungry. I said yes, I want some spaghetti. It was my favorite meal.
Yeah.
Well, she cooked it. She made it just like my grandma makes it. And she kept giving me that eye. So I let her on both of my pants. Hey.
Why? Because your stomach was full from all the spaghetti?
No, because she did. Put them off the trailer fish.
Okay. Don't get too close with the camera. There's some promo. Welcome to the show.
Well, you're like messing with my emotions. Like,
I wasn't trying to say you're a good friend and all. And I hope you do find the right man for you, but I'm sorry, I'm just not the one for you. I'm
You,
really
you really want to have a relationship? You want to have a relationship with? Yeah.
you're just messing with me and it's hard.
Yeah. Well, she's got a point. I mean, you are funny.
I wasn't trying to do this easy. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but
I mean, really. Why? I don't know.
it's just one of them things. I didn't mean to.
Spaghetti.
All right, Jesse says candy isn't the only thing that's sweet and tempting. Jesse, what's going on?
Hey, Jerry, I'm hungry today. I cheated on my girlfriend with the babysitter.
Oh.
In the middle of all the trying to get it undressed, and I didn't have a chance to hear my fiance come.
She walked in on you.
I don't win. I mean, like I said, I was in the moment. I was trying to do my thing, and I was like, so you just mad.
And she did not say, "Can I sit down and watch this show?"
No, Jerry, she said, "Can I kill this bitch?" You know. So when they're trying to fight, there's my old soccer trophies is going all over everywhere. I'm trying to hold my girl back, so the babysitter got room to escape, and she got her out the house. And,
So the babysitter is serious about wanting to be with you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, but you're here to tell the babysitter.
I can't do it.
You can't do this.
No, I love my girl.
Has she baby? I assume not. She hasn't babysat since that incident.
No. She's not letting her around the house unless she wants to get it.
Yeah. Okay, here is the babysitter, Kristen.
I'm only 19 and you feel like I'm immature, but I feel like I'm way more mature than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we didn't have sex, you know, because Cassie walked in, I feel like we got a connection and I want to reach something to you. To my dearest Jesse, I'm sorry things got a little messy. I know we can make this work because when I think of you, I can't help but smirk. What we have is sweet like candy. With a woman like me, I'll come in handy. A slick guy like you that can rap shouldn't have to put up with this crap. Stop arguing with your fiance and get your fiance.
I understand that I've made you feel that I care for you. It seems to be more than what you deserve. I don't want to be with you. I like the fun that we've had, our conversations. I like that, but to be in a relationship with you, I'm trying to help Cassie with her kids, and I've been living in this family like I can't really see myself.
But my thing is, like, you keep leading me on, you keep giving me all this advice, like you want to be with me, like I'm not understanding.
I'm a talkative suave debonair cat. I feel like, hold on now. I talk to everybody the same, and I give all people the same across the board.
No, you shouldn't be like that, because that's like, no.
I know I was
Do
wrong.
you love Cassie? Okay, very much. Here's Cassie.
You always working, then you don't never want spend time. You tired, you sleeping. What am I supposed to do? You send a girl in the crib. What girl brings a nice little chick to the fold?
Jesse, this is Ken. Hi.
Let y'all see that coming. Please, listen. You can't keep doing all the work, trying to be controlling.
Be a man.
How am I gonna be a man when you try to be a man for me? I can't.
You won't work. All you're worried about is running the street, chasing after thought after bitches.
Okay, Mariah says she always prayed for a boyfriend like hers until his devilish ways appeared. Mariah, what's going on?
I met my boyfriend at church. We've been on and off for 8 years.
Yeah.
He took my virginity and
Not at church.
Yes.
In church?
Yes.
He took your.
No.
That's a whole little show.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you met him in church.
I met him at church and I love him from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, and you love him.
Yes.
Okay. So what happened? What's going on?
Me and him, we have some trust issues going on in our relationship. The other day, I had looked at his phone and I see my friend Nicola in his phone.
Oh, she was in his phone?
Yes. And I was scrolling his messages. She sent a picture of her vagina.
Whoa.
That seems so unchurch-like.
So right behind that message, she said, "Do you remember this?" And
Oh my gosh, how would you forget? I mean, no, that's awful.
so he responded with, "When I see you, I'm gonna give you the D."
And send him back to church. This is horrible.
So when I had confronted him about it, he's still denying it. I'm like, "Well, how you gonna deny it
She
if I
said
have the proof and I'm showing you he's still denying it?" I called Nicola's phone and I texted her and I even went to her house and she didn't even open the door.
Yeah.
So I'm here to to get the truth out of him and her.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna find out. You're gonna ask him now.
Yeah.
That's Isaiah's important. Okay. Here's Isaiah.
You what?
I'm here to keep 100 with you. I can't do this no more. I got 5 reasons why.
Oh, you voted down?
Yes.
Oh,
Number 1, you got fat.
what?
You got fat. That's number 1. Yeah.
That's number one?
Yeah, that's number 1. But 2, your breast thing, I don't know why I want to feel like
Oh.
Number 3, I have no freedom.
You don't have no freedom?
No, y'all
You don't
gonna
have
be
no
under
freedom?
me. Y'all gonna be under me.
We don't need to go in position. Just get reading.
Number 4, you stay going through my phone.
You give me reasons to go through your phone. You give me reasons.
Number 5, you don't give me used to.
Go.
What you mean? You like it a certain way, well maybe, I mean...
Oh, you don't need to go in. Maybe stay here.
So I saw your friend at the barbecue, and we were saying, but I went to the house. We got about Patron, took shots, and then I started getting the feeling, touching, but we had sex.
Y'all had sex?
I don't want to be with you.
Ooh. You know what, Isaiah? I want to smack you. I want to smack you so... Ooh.
Look what you inspired.
You know I love you, though. You know I love you. You don't care about nothing?
I don't.
I brought you into my house when your people kicked you out.
To be honest, I just used you.
You used me?
For 5 years.
Nah, we've been off and on for 8 years.
Oh, for 8 years? You used her? So this other woman who, Nicola, she's your friend. She's your friend, and she sent that picture to you. Had you been with her prior to the time that she sent the picture?
What is it? What is it?
Yep.
You have.
I ain't gonna say I have.
Here's Nicola. Is it worth it? I mean, if you know they're together and you know this is going to be the response, why would you even start up?
For one, Jerry,
Yeah.
she done made my life a living hell since high school.
Yeah.
I'm a lesbian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, but he's a guy.
I'm gonna get to that.
Oh.
I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
I slept with her man
Yeah.
because she made my life a living hell.
Oh.
She done told everybody that I wasn't a real lesbian.
Oh.
She done said I'm a bad mother. I don't got time for all that foolish junk.
So you decided to
So I decided to sleep with him
It was like a
to make her man. And at this point, I don't care. But you talking about what happened in high school? Okay, but we were just at this barbecue a couple weeks ago. And you still spreading rumors about me, talking about everything. You know what? My friend overheard you, so ever since then, me and my girlfriend's been into it. All because of you. Girl, don't cry. All because of you. Ain't nobody got time for that, honey. Get on with your life. He liked it. He don't want you because you done got fat. You got money. All around it. What?
All right. So you don't really want to be with him. You're
I love my girlfriend.
yeah.
I want to be with her. It was a one-night fling.
Yeah,
Just to
okay,
make
just a one-night.
that much mad.
Were you aware? First of all, were you aware she's a lesbian and it was just a one-night fling?
I did.
Oh, so you thought she was interested in you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I like
well,
it.
tell her.
Nah, honey. I got a girl. I've been with her way too long. You were just a one night just to make that thing mad. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm positive.
Here's love, your girlfriend.
Yeah, you.
Hey, Bob. Nice to meet you. So, you guys are a couple?
Yeah, we're a couple.
Yeah, and so I assume by your reaction that you knew what had happened.
I actually did.
Yeah.
She told me all about it, and I forgave her. We humans, we make mistakes.
Yeah.
She explained everything to me,
Gotcha.
And she is a great mom. We actually raising her child. I'm raising with her together, and Mariah, her to the barbecue, the cookout. You started a whole bunch of commotion between us. Okay, and I'm not saying what she did was right, but you pretty much just like going around accusing starless, petty drama. Like I said, 18-year-old. I can tell you're young, very immature. You know what I'm saying? And like it's not wanted. We good over here. I don't know what happened.
Thank you.
We're good. Like, okay? No, and then for you to jump on her. Like, you mad at her, but he's the one that did it too. You know what I'm saying?
Checking me, check him.
Check him. Check him.
Okay, 19. She needs to.
Yeah, we the wrong one. Yeah, I understand that. She did it. I forgive her. We working on us now.
Okay, so you guys are okay. And this, you don't want to.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
I don't want it.
It's a wrap. Nobody wants it. It's a wrap. You can get on.
So I propose. I'm still with Ricky.
Hey, Corbin, it's Matt. Don't let your head yet. Okay, so you remember when we first met? What did you say?
I'd get him alcohol.
And well, why don't you just come on up and get?
No,
That's silly.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, surprise!
Oh, Jay, you're gonna tell us that's it. Come on.
Holy. But here's the deal. Before we check this out, there's one other thing. We got one more present for you. This is a Dodge Charger. Yeah. Dude, check it out, bro. Let's check it out. Yeah.
You better believe it, dude. Wow, you did the man wrong.
You want to stop? Hold on. I mean, you know,
She's having your child and you haven't noticed?
I had a lot of baby mamas. You know what I mean? They all been through the motions. You know what I mean? They all did it. And she's like listening to do it as well. You know what I mean? That's why we. If she don't do this, we don't eat. You know that baby gotta eat. So some people got choices, but ain't no choices. It's just how we do it.
Oh, is she your slave?
What?
She's my, I mean, I'm the pimp. You know
Whoa,
what I mean?
whoa.
It's a process of how it works. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, oranges and grapes, we put it in the bowl, you know, it works a certain way. This is how we work. You know?
You're not a farmer. You're not a farmer. She's not your fruit. The way you disrespect a woman is unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm my daddy. I mean, that's how it is. I mean,
Not that's for daddy.
that's the same thing.
And I go through his phone, I go through his
Official.
because that's what I do. I don't trust you, so I'm gonna go through whatever you have.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a text on there from a number that I don't know that says I can't wait to see you, baby. I go to the outbox, I can't wait to see you either, baby. So immediately I go up to him. Jimmy, what is this? You know, I don't know that number. Matter of fact, I let my buddy use the phone the other day. That must have been him, right? I called her and she was like, you need to ask him. Ask Jimmy what's going on. I'm not gonna tell you nothing. You need to keep your man on a leach. I need to know who you are, where you come from, what you're doing.
I'm Jessica, and I'm a fetish escort. And
Okay.
you need to stop calling, stop caressing, and stop texting.
I'm not gonna
tell your business.
No, what is that? It's exactly what I know because she just told me. So what you need to do is tell me why you are sleeping and paying somebody to have sex.
It's not sex.
What do you mean it's not sex?
It's not
What else
sex.
do you pay a prostitute to do? Sex. That's what you do.
Let me explain. It's something that I urge for. It's something that I think about. Look, it's hard for me to explain, but I have a fetish.
For what?
Feet.
Oh.
What you like? Show me what you like. Go.
You think this woman Blue slept with your man?
Yes,
Why
I
do you
do.
think that?
Well, let me tell you, Jerry.
Yeah.
The other day, my phone was dead, so I was using my man's phone to
Yeah.
Google recipes. Can you also cook him something special?
Sure.
You know, while he sleeps, so he can wake up with something nice.
Yeah.
And a message pops up. So I open it, me being me, I open it, and I see a picture of my so-called friend Blue in a bikini.
Whoa.
Exactly. So I'm like, so I confront him, and I'm like, what the hell is this? What you think he said, Jerry?
He said, I don't know why that's
Exactly.
there.
I don't know. I ain't understand it.
So,
Whatever.
guys
So-
don't go to the same school. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I've been down this road before. It's like I'm not dumb. I've seen this plenty of times.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I already know how she is. Like Blue is a thought. This bitch is the top thought. She's the queen of thought. Thought. That's exactly what she is. Okay. So I'm like, look at this. Where is this appropriate as sent to a man that's taken? And he has a gun. We just had a baby July 2nd. We have a son.
Oh,
We have a family.
congratulations.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
so that's, oh, well,
This is Aiden.
yeah. I agree. That certainly sending it to a guy is not appropriate if he's got
Not my man.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
And on top of that, her news was leaked. The last time she slept with somebody else's man in high school,
Yeah.
girl leaked her news all over the internet. So everybody knows what her vagina looked like. Yeah, Jerry, you might know what it looked like. Y'all might know what it looked
I
like.
have no clue what it looks like. Okay, what's this other woman's name? Blue.
Blue.
Here's Blue. Oh, Blue's not coming out?
Is she
Is
now?
she back there? Okay, let me go find her.
Can I go with you?
Hi, Blue.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. Jalissa is saying that you're sending pictures to her boyfriend. They just had a baby. What?
Jerry, honestly, I don't want to go out there. I just found out that I'm pregnant, and
You're pregnant.
yes, I am. I just found out today.
Does she know who that baby is?
And that it may be his. It may be his. And she doesn't know that it may be his.
Oh, wow. And when you slept with him, were you aware that they were together?
Yeah.
Because she's your friend, right? Or was your friend?
Used to be my friend.
But it was still okay to sleep with him.
I don't care. Is the thing.
Yeah.
So I just want to go. Let her know that the baby may be his.
And when did you find out you were pregnant?
I just found out today, Jerry.
Oh my God.
Just found out
Okay,
today.
why don't you come out? We'll make sure that there's no fighting going on. Come out here. Wow. What do you want to say to her?
Well, he was in my DM first. I'm supposed to be opening up my business as a massage therapist, and he said he wanted a massage, so I told him, I would send him some pictures, and I did to let him know what I would be wearing and while I was working with him.
Tell you wearing a bikini during massage.
Why not? I'm sexy.
Where?
Everywhere.
Okay. You sure can't stop this bitch because her face ain't pregnant?
So, baby, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm just saying. We can do this after I have my baby.
I mean, like, so you gonna be a whore? Like, let me ask you a question. What kind of does that? You supposed to be so around? Can't talk. Can't talk for 2 years, 2 months, 2 days.
It don't matter. I'm not anymore. We're not
I should know that when you slept with 3 in one day. I should know that. I should know that. You sleep with best friends and brothers. I should know that when you cheat on mine. So what's up? Time to get hair anybody. Anybody can get it. I see that now. You gonna get her dead, bitch. What's up?
And he's gonna
Well,
get
let's
it
find
again.
out what's going on.
Really? For real? For real? For real?
Oh, yeah.
For real? Hold on, nothing. So what? Nothing. What the hell do you mean? That was my best friend. I knew her for 10 years.
Shaq, did you know that she was pregnant?
No, it's my first outfit. Find this out. Like,
Oh, but yeah, massage. The hell you
I
need
just
massage
they need it
for?
to find out.
shoot, you
Yeah.
don't give me no massage?
I don't have time to give you massage. I'm a mother. I just had a baby 2 months ago. We have a family. I cook. I clean. I make sure the babies have something to eat. I feed them. I wash them. I do everything else. Hell, I give you a massage. I work just
when I come home, I don't get, hey, baby, how you doing? How was work? I don't get none of that. I cook. What do you cook?
I cook whenever you.
Nothing.
At some point,
Dude, it's like brand new.
you still love her.
I still love that.
Well, that's your business, but if you love her, what are you doing sleeping with someone else right after you had a baby?
Thank you.
Shoot, hey,
He
I'm getting a
needed it.
massage.
What kind of role model?
She charged $60.
I know $60 is worth your family.
He needed it.
So $60 is worth your family. We should have a whole record. I'm talking about so $60 is worth your family. My daughter looks up to you as she calls you her second dad. We have a whole family at home.
15.
A whole family. So you mean tell me this worth giving up your family?
I'm not saying I'm giving up
Obviously, so if you're sleeping with any and everybody that opened up to you $60, and all they do is send you a picture of her damn bikini. And she busted open for you just like that, and you took it.
Okay, so here's the deal. What about your child here? If it is your child, you're saying it may or may not.
It may and it may not.
Let's
But
say first it's not your child. What's going to happen then? You're going to still see her?
If it's not my child, I'm cutting her off completely. Like I've been stopped talking to her. I don't know why. This is gonna come out now.
Oh, okay. We're in our own backyard.
Whoa, whoa.
Juanita, what's going on?
I've been having trouble in my relationship lately. I just had my daughter 2 months ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My baby daddy's been acting really funny since I've had her. Our
How long
relationship
had you been going with him?
4 years.
Oh, so it's a
Going on 4
significant
years.
relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
At first it was really good. Our communication was great. He wasn't cheating on me or anything. But then he turned right around 2 weeks ago and asked my best friend Cece to have sex with him for $50.
50.
What was this, 30 seconds? What? And so for $50, and what did she say?
When I asked her about it, she told me that she didn't.
Oh, she turned it down.
But I'm concerned because she waited 2 weeks to tell me.
Oh,
So,
so you think it might have actually happened?
Yes. So I'm
Oh.
here today to confront
To find
both
out.
of them about it. I know you told me that you didn't take the $50, but I don't understand why you waited 2 weeks to tell me.
Monisha, that's because I didn't feel comfortable coming to you and telling you that your man offered me $50.
But you're supposed to be my best friend, though. If your man offered me $50 to have sex, whether I felt comfortable or not, I'm going to tell you.
I understand that. Monisha, I understand that, but I ain't want you to look at me different.
You're my best friend. I wouldn't have.
I understand that, but we are friends. We do everything for each other. You always have my back. But I didn't lie to you. I told you the truth. When I told you the night that Nico offered me $50 to have sex, we really didn't have sex that night.
That night?
Right, that night?
Oh.
That's the lawyer in me.
Look, Monisha, the night you put Nico out of the house, he came downstairs. We was in the house chilling, smoking and drinking. We had the music playing. We had the candles lit.
That's the
And
one.
you know,
That's when he reached for
he
his
came to me and
$50.
offered me money again.
And you call yourself a friend? You're supposed to be a friend when I trusted you and told you everything?
Look, when it's
Been
been
together for 4 years,
me and my kids, then I'm gonna do what I have to do. He offered me $80 to pay
So
my
all
water
the rumors
bill.
everybody was saying about you is true?
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to hear what Nico has to say about this. Here's Nico. Hey, Nico.
So you cheated after you told me that you didn't?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. And Cece, I don't want her. I want you, babe.
I don't know if I can be with you after this.
We got kids together. We got kids. I love my kids.
Do you love her?
I do, really.
Well, how is she going to believe you that you're not going to, the next time you're on, you got $50 or $80, you're just going to go and do it again?
Somebody will do it again. Ever.
I don't believe you.
For sure, believe
I
him.
don't want to be with you.
All right, DeAndre says he's here to have a second chance at being a family man. DeAndre, what's going on?
Well, I'm here today because I've been dating this girl named Abby for 7 months.
Yes.
And, you know, we met on social media, Facebook.
Yes.
We've been talking for like 3 hours on the phone, and automatically, like, she fell in love with me, you know. Because I was actually in Falcon, North Dakota at the time. She was in St. Louis, Missouri, where I'm from, actually. And she pretty much, she took a car 12 hours away, you know, just to be with me.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah. And I'm here today to tell her that I don't want to be with her anymore.
you don't want to be with Abby anymore, your girlfriend. Why?
Because I want to work things out with my baby mom and be a father.
Oh, so there's another woman you have a child with?
Yep.
Oh, I see. And you, how long have you been with her?
I've been with her for a year, maybe, you know, finally broke things off. I met her 2 years ago, actually, on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
I felt for this girl like so hard that I sold my car just to be with her because I was living in Missouri at the time.
Yeah.
And she was in Falcon, North Dakota.
They don't permit cars there? Why did you sell your car?
So I could have funds to.
So you wanted the money
to
go out of town?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I took the Greyhound 12 hours just to be with her.
And then how soon after you met her and said, wow, this is the one, did you get her pregnant?
It was 3 months after I went out there and she told me she was pregnant. I cried because I always wanted to be, you know, a father.
Yes.
Because I grew up without a father figure. You know,
Oh, so you were as happy as could be?
Yep. Yep.
So then why'd you leave her then? What happened?
Well, she started to get distant and stuff. She wouldn't let me go to the gender reveal. She wouldn't, you know what I mean? I even missed out on his umbilical cord cutting.
Well, why?
She didn't think the kid was mine at first.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and
So then the crying really started, huh? Okay, so she tells you she's pregnant. You right away assume it's yours, and she tells you right then it may not be yours.
Yeah, because she said apparently we were on a break and that she, you know, had sex with another guy on a break. But then when my son was born and stuff, that's what she said because he looked like, because my baby mom's Mexican and stuff, so the baby looked like super white. But then when he got older and stuff, he started looking like, you know, what I mean, darker. Yeah, and he, you know, he got the curly hair and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right. It says here you're black. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, what an adorable child.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so now she says, is she now saying that you are the father?
Yeah, now she's saying I am the father and stuff, but
No, are you really? I mean, not to sound like Maury, but are you the father?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, you had that all checked out. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your child now.
Yep, but like she broke things off of me because I guess she wasn't like ready for a serious relationship and all that. So I tried moving on, and that's when Abby come in the picture.
Okay, but here you're on the show. You tell me because you now want to break up with Abby.
Yep.
To be with your baby's mother.
And be a family.
And be a family.
Yep.
Is she okay with that? Not Abby. Is the mother of the child okay with that?
Well, that's another thing. 2 weeks ago, me and Abby got into an argument.
Yes.
And I told her I was going to a friend's house.
But you didn't go to a friend's house. You went to the baby mother's house.
Yep. And we had a couple of drinks that night, and we had sex.
And now you're having another child. No, I just made that up. Okay, so here's the deal. So you did have sex, and that makes you think that she maybe wants to be back. Did she say when you were down there with her that, gee, why don't we get back together again?
Yeah, we actually talked about it and stuff.
And she said?
She said that yes, she would work things out with me, that she did miss me and everything, that she would want to work things out, not just for me, but for our kid as well. So I just want to tell Abby.
So now you're telling Abby, I'm going back to where I should be. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, she's not watching. She's coming out. Here is your current girlfriend, Abby.
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
You know I love you, right?
Yeah.
And I care about you a lot.
Yes.
Well, I have something I gotta tell you.
Okay.
Well, you remember 2 weeks ago we got in that big fight, and I told you I was going to a friend's house to cool down? Well, I was really at my baby mom's house, and we had sex.
You had sex with her?
Yeah.
After everything that we've been through?
I know, yeah, but I just want to.
You just what? What explanation is there for this? You cheated on me! I didn't cheat on you! I've done so much for you! I've dealt with you for so long! All the hatred, all the back talking, all the ignorance. I went out of my way, and I bought you a car. Not only did I buy you a car...
Is that the car you sold?
Not only did I buy you a car, I handed you $200 with that car. And I told you, here's $100 for gas money. You won't run out of gas. Here's another $100. Go get yourself something nice to eat when you're on break at work. All this stuff.
A car at $200?
I moved back to where your family was because you're got sick. So what I do, I respected you. You wanted to be happy, so I did that.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
How
18 years old. And I took a big risk in my life to be with you.
How old are
I
you?
took a big risk
You're 22.
to be with someone who I thought loved me. Someone who thought really cared about me. And now I see you like everybody else. Everybody else.
But this is the thing though. I didn't tell you to do all that for me. I didn't tell you to spend all this money on me. I didn't tell you.
But I did it out of my heart because I love you because you were my boyfriend. I thought we were gonna get married.
See?
I thought on our anniversary you were gonna put a big old rock on my finger.
No, see,
We were supposed to get married on a beach in Florida. We had plans to have 3 children together.
He's selling his car. How big do you think that rock would be?
It better be real big. I moved back out here so that you could be with your children and you could be with your child. And you want to just cheat? Like it's nothing? Like I'm nothing? Like what we had was nothing at all? It's all a lie, wasn't it? You never loved me because if you loved me for the slightest second, you never would have cheated.
Have you had other boyfriends like for an extended period of time before?
Yes.
Yeah. So what made this relationship special? What made you think this was the guy?
Well, I fell in love with him.
Yeah.
I met him online. We talked for 3 hours. His voice made me fall in love. Everything he said, he told me I was beautiful. He told me that he wanted to help me financially. He told me he had his own house, his own car. He lived on his own. And when I pull up, I drove 13 hours to be with you. And I pull up, and you're in another woman's crib, living with another woman.
Okay. Wouldn't that tell you that maybe this isn't the right thing to do?
You know, I thought about that. I did. And I told him I wanted to go. And he begged me to stay. He told me he would change. He'd get his own car. He'd get his own place. Not be living with another woman.
But this is the thing though, like you're always like you're so immature.
Immature.
Like, and you're so like,
Immature.
and you're so snobby. Like all you want is my money.
All I want is your money. For the first 5 months of our relationship, who was coming in with the income? Who came down with $6,000? You didn't have a damn penny to your name. I paid the bill. I paid you. I loved you. I loved you. I thought you loved me.
I did.
I guess I thought wrong.
I did, but
You didn't. You didn't. You didn't.
I ain't gonna even lie. You just a rebound.
A rebound? A rebound? So what is this? That's what rebounds do? They get tattoos together? Because you know this is here forever.
Yeah, I cover it up.
Cover it up with what?
Okay. What did your parents say to you when you said, I've got this guy, he talked to me for 3 hours on the I love him?
They told me I was crazy.
Well-
I should have listened to them.
Yeah. It's not that you're crazy, but you're 18.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden you're thinking at 18, this is the love of my life. Because someone talks to you for 3 hours on the phone. And you gotta step back and say,
Whoop.
what? That's not love.
I thought you were different. You never told me something like that.
You hope he was different. You hope that what he was telling you was the truth because all of a sudden that sounded really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's attractive. But that isn't love. You gotta know someone before you love
I was
them.
even
Right?
Yeah, we were friends. We were? Yeah. What do you mean we were?
51.
Okay.
You told him that that wasn't even his kid.
Okay, we're gonna need extra security up here. From her point of view, I know you're hurt by this, but it can't be surprising that the mother of the child at some point would like the father back in her life. And he's an adult, so he makes a decision.
He was already back in her life.
What made you
I
want
spent
to be
$500 on bus tickets so that they could have a little family. I could be a total jerk. I could be a jerk and say, you know what? You're not going to see your kid. You're not allowed to see him, and you will not talk to her either. I could do that, but I'm not.
Oh.
I'm respectful. But I see you don't have much respect for me if you want to, speak
How
and
many
get with him.
children are involved? How many kids do you have?
I have 5 children.
You have 5 children.
Four different baby daddies. I just want to know why you did it. I confronted you and I asked. You know, when I drove by the house.
Why should I have to tell you? Why should I have to tell you? Who are you to me?
I thought we were best friends. Isn't that what a friend does?
No.
You tell the truth.
There's gonna be some stuff you're gonna see that's gonna make it hard to smell it.
Especially, I don't get it. Some of y'all are just weak-minded. You don't want more for you? I mean, yeah, I'm homeless and I'm asking for help from you, but still, I want more for me. Are you that weak-minded that you don't want to speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, get more for yourself because of how you get it?
See us working out.
The type of girl you wanted to. When your teenagers' friends show up at your house to hang out, and your teenagers aren't even home. I'm doing something right. The teenagers know my house is safe.
Oh, the dog.
When you... He said, on the right.
Kazan.
I even came to terms with her and respected it, and you're still trying to sit and fight for her? Look at her. Look at me.
Mom.
Ouch. Okay, birthday cake, it's a fried chicken?
I see a family with her. Yes, I see a family with her.
Where's the new family? We're supposed to start.
I don't get it because I know I don't
She doesn't want you. Look at her. She doesn't want you.
I know I don't want to be me because other guys don't even take care of the kid.
Maybe because you're going to go stay over with me.
Other guys just want to, have sex with a female and leave. That's it. Me, I actually want to, take care of my son, stuff to the plate. I take care of my son. Come on now. I want to be a father.
Yeah, come on now.
Why did you tell him he wasn't the father when in fact he was?
Just because I was mad. I don't know at that moment. Just, I had a lot of stuff.
Understand how he feels.
Yes.
He's a father to a child. You tell him he's not the father. It breaks his heart. And now he's in a position to want to raise the child.
Yes, I understand that.
Are you saying he can take the child and raise him?
I mean, he can still be around. He can still come and see him, But I want to be with him. I don't see
any relationship with him beyond being dead. Okay. Do you want to be with her?
No, I don't.
You don't want to be with me. So everything's been a lie. 7 months. That I've been dealing with you. That I've been helping you through everything. You were crying in my lap. You were crying in my lap over this.
You're just snobby.
Snobby? I wouldn't ever be snobby if you knew I keep in your pants.
Anytime we're at the mall,
You host the show. You're good.
every time we're at the mall and stuff, and you want to dress and stuff, and when you get mad at me and start having a big fit.
Don't you want your girlfriend to be beautiful?
Yeah,
You know, I really wouldn't want to run around looking like that.
Yeah, but all you do, I just feel like you just want my money, and I don't deserve it.
What money?
All you do is drink a lot. Like you sell your ass out, they don't work. Like you don't do none of that. I'm the one paying the bills and stuff in the house, and everything and stuff. You don't do anything.
5 months. I paid. We've been together for 7 months. That's 2 months on you. 5 months. I paid the bills. I fed you. I clothed you. I took you around. I bought you.
And you're still with him.
Yep. Yeah, you're.
Good, okay, perfect. Fashion.
So here's what's going to happen. You're saying you don't want him back, and you're saying you don't want to be with her.
No,
Go ahead.
To be honest, Jerry, I don't want none of them. I'm just gonna be single and still take care of my son. You know what I mean? Because like I said before, most guys out here don't want nothing to do with the kids. You know what I mean?
And you will take care of yourself.
Yes, for me to actually come out here and say I'm gonna take care of my son.
We'll be back. Hey, Fabian says he loves his online crush more than his music. Ooh. Fabian, what's going on?
Oh man, okay. I met this girl, almost a few months ago now.
Yeah.
I recently got back into my music, like real heavy, so I've been networking a lot.
Yes.
And seeing how talented, hitting up radio stations, looking up,
Sure.
looking up models for video shoots and all that. And I came across this girl,
Oh, on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl named Asia, and like we kind of hit it off. We had a lot in common, we goof around and all that.
Yeah.
So like it's been like great, and she's been like a
Anyway,
person for me.
Yeah.
As far as music, like we sit
Anyway, here, what is it?
we be sitting on Skype, in the studio producing beats, and she'll even, she'll be bobbing her head and even give me some input. Something sounds a little off. So things like that.
One Piece finally has a mobile game that everyone's been waiting for. Everything you 1,000 free draws when you download right now off this video. So what are you waiting for? Download One Piece right now for free.
Seems to like her.
Yeah, a lot, a whole lot. But time, there's something I really got to tell her before we can go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what do you have to tell?
Well, I wasn't born biologically male.
Let's go home.
Oh, you were born a female?
Yes, I'm transgender.
Let's go home.
Yeah,
Got that.
I was born a guy.
Only
Okay, maybe I
difference,
wasn't, but, yeah.
everybody has different opinions.
Sure.
But,
No, I think that's great. Good for you. So you're now.
Yeah, you're cis male, I'm a trans male. That's
Yeah.
the only difference is that. T and C.
What's the difference? What you were born at? It's what you're now, and how you want to live your life.
Yeah, happiest I've been, like I see.
Yeah.
One Piece finally has a mobile game that everyone has been waiting for, and they're giving you 1,000 free draws when you download right now off this video. So what are you waiting for? Download 4 Piece right now for free.
Pull out, dude.
She made a video diary. So is that what we have? Why don't we take a look at it so you can see that before she actually comes out?
Hey, babe. I'm back in
She's lying a lot.
A mobile game that everyone has been waiting for, and they're giving you 1,000 free draws when you download right now off this video. So what are you waiting for?
To actually get to you right now. Either way, this is really going to be a very exciting experience for me, and I'm so ready to see him. I just had to walk with this enthusiastic gate of security. I can't even explain to you what it was. It was my first time. God, my face looks so bad. You're gonna think I'm ugly when you finally meet me in person. Wonder what you're doing right now because you're not texting me. Like you promised me you would. So I'm now kind of scared and lonely, but hopefully you text me whenever I get to Atlanta. Well, kisses.
Very nice. Okay, well, I tell you what, let's meet her. She's been outside the studio, so obviously she hasn't heard any of this. You'll tell her. Here is Asia.
Now it's working.
Very nice. Hi, Asia. Nice to have you on the show. And yeah, so he's telling me the story about how you guys have. How long has this been going on over here?
About 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months it's been going, and you have common interests. You help him with his music.
Yes.
Well, great. Okay, so I'll let you take over now. You met her.
Yeah, you look amazing today. But I want to be straight up with you. I was born female. I'm tracing.
What do you mean?
Okay, biologically I was born female. Later in life I corrected my gender, hormone therapy and everything. And I live my true self now.
I mean, why am I just not finding this out? I feel like I opened myself up to you, and I thought you did the same to me. Like, I've talked to my family about you. My twins recognize you from us FaceTime and Skype and all this stuff. Like, I've let you into a lot of parts of my life that a lot of people don't see. So,
And that's your choice.
I'm hurt right now. I'm hurt. I don't feel like I can trust you. I have no trust towards you now. And I feel like
I apologize for that. That's the only thing that kept from me. I was nervous. I was afraid. You know what I mean? When we first started talking, we were talking about you modeling videos. And I know, no lying, I was afraid of you not accepting me.
But my
I
thing
didn't know how to tell you.
But this is the thing. Well, I came here to let you know that I've been thinking about moving closer to you. I've been looking for places close to you. I really want to take this further. I want to start a family with you.
Listen. Okay, I wrote a song for us. Can I play my song for you, please? You are all that I need.
Yep.
You are all that I need, baby. I had to take a step back for a moment, but I know it's meant for one more. You're that I need. You're that I need, baby. You're that I need. Girl, you got me going around circles about you. My heart is so tight. I know that I can do it. Girl, you got me going around circles about you. Yeah, you got me going around circles about you. My heart is on total. I know you're doing that. Yeah, you got me going around circles about you. Can you please forgive me? Can we start over? Please?
I mean, no, it's going to be different now. You're going to have to build that trust back up that we had.
Understandable.
Way too much cake for me. I'm not gonna be able to eat all of you guys' cake.
By the way, the singing was really awful.
You guys did great.
That was the latest. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Well, there. How about
This is okay.
you sitting in the back.
Jerry.
Oh, that's my piece? Oh, that is my piece. Anybody try to get it out?
Wait, what is that?
Are you serious? Don't eat that cake. Throw it. He's cheating on me. He's cheating.
Cheers.
Nick says he's here to surprise his wife.
No way. Nikki.
What's going on? How you doing, dear? Good. You're doing good, man. It's my wife's birthday. It's your wife's birthday. Yeah. And I guess,
Well, it's rainy news. That's rainy news. How's the way?
Because I don't want her to hear me. I slept with her. We were kind of going through shit time while you.
It kind of really, I hit myself up more because I heard a friend talking. Her name Jay, her talking.
Yeah.
About sex. She hadn't had sex in 3 months.
A friend told your wife.
Yeah, I was eavesdropping because she was talking about how she wants somebody. I mean, Yeah, so what do you expect me to do? But
Yeah. And it was like, so the 3 months are over.
the drought came to a rain stop.
Yeah.
And it was like, after I did, I kind of felt like, it's not, I got walking around with my kids and live a lot. You know, so tell me what I love. I did something outside of my marriage.
So you're here not just to wish her a happy birthday, but also to tell her that you're kind of straight. You feel badly about it. You don't want to do it again.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll let you tell you what. She's outside the studio. She hasn't heard any of this. You're going to tell her now. Where's your wife take her?
Ah.
The stuff that you say makes me not.
Stupid lie and a stupid frame left a vague. Mood. How much did I have? 25. Hell yeah. Got 25, okay. So now, what you're gonna do is, you're gonna go here. Okay. So how much space do you have here? You have... 19, you're good. No. Sorry, I made a mistake. I can absolutely do that. There you go. I need you here, what I am. Don't blink, yes you blink. Welcome to the Compare Show. It's been having a wonderful day on this 7th April 2025. There's a lot of snow in the backyard, and I was gonna say the backyard, it's kind of the backyard. I can't find my phone house. I'm gonna be filming some videos, but I'm gonna make you guys enjoy this video. So without further ado, let's go. You're good. Near my mistake, and in that night I close your eyes. I close Hey, we're back in a mistake. Yo, look at this. Like, look at this. Don't blink, it's your Wayne. Welcome to the show. We're doing well on this 7 April 2025. We're having some nice snow in the background. It is actually snowing, I don't know if you can tell. But if you can tell here, you'll tell here, right? So today, we are doing a weight loss update. As you guys know, yesterday marked 2 weeks of trying to lose weight. We are achieving something phenomenal. The first week, once again, I was 271. The first week, after the first week, I was 256. I can say we reached 240. So we're doing numbers. Now, there is something that's going to happen that is really, really, really cool. Going to be entertaining. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to start having guests. Well, there's kind of rules for guests. I have to know you. I have to know you for a while. I have to be able to trust you. I reserve the right to say no. I'm sorry. Because I just want to be able to control that, right? So we're going to have some guests, which is super cool. And we're going to be changing a little bit of the, look at this snow, it's crazy. We're going to be changing a little bit of the workout. So what I used to do, right now, we worked out 2 days ago and we're not feeling bad. So what I'm going to try to do is, I'm going to still do an hour of cardio, and I'm still going to do some workouts. So the plan would be to have a perfect a 20 minutes and 20 minutes. Now, with the workouts, it'll be a bit harder because I don't know how much time it's going to take me. The cardio, I'm more aware of the time. What I might be doing is I might be able to start with the workout and then finish with the cardio. That way people get in, people start coming in, and it's all good, it's okay. Now, that being said, I know what you guys are saying. If you do less cardio, you'll get less results. Well, we might increase the time that we're doing the workouts. So instead of doing an hour, we might do an hour 20, an hour 30, right? Also, we will upgrade the intensity, right? We will increase the intensity instead of just walking and stuff and running. We're going to be running every single day. That's something I would be able to, and this is the update for the third week, because we're starting our third week of weight loss. It's not a third week, it's our second week? I don't even know. But I know that I'm super grateful once again to you guys, and let's get it. Let's freaking get it. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the Welcome Show. I'm going to be also having a wonderful day on this 8th April 2025. Today we're going to be talking about, we're going to be nerding out. If you don't mind, of course, I'm going to be nerding out about the one and only Star Wars. So a lot of people are talking about the new Star Wars. We're going to be talking about the Anakin, the Skywalker theory. I'm not. To me, Star Wars finished it with a 6. So we had the first, which is 7 minutes, we had Attack of the Clone, we had Revenge of the Sith, we had the Return of the Jedi, we had the Force Awakens, and we had, I don't remember the 6th one, but you know what I mean? There's of course the Attack of the Clones, which to me is one of the best things that they did. And the cartoon is also kind of like the better animated. A lot of people are talking about their favorite character from back then. I see a lot of people talk about Anakin, and people talk about Obi-Wan. I'm definitely more of an Obi-Wan. And in my opinion, those are the two most important characters. Now, of course, we're going to be talking about Princess Leia. We're going to be talking about Princess Leia. We're going to be talking about Cedric Palpatine. We're going to talk about, I haven't heard you, Jar Jar Binks. I don't know why you're talking about Jar Jar Binks, right? I don't know why you're talking about it. But if you are. I don't know. Up to you, I guess. My favorite was Obi-Wan. First of all, in the end, it's a battle versus the Sith, which is Anakin, and a battle versus the Jedi, which is Obi-Wan, right? To me, Obi-Wan was the perfect character. Now, ultimately speaking, that is kind of true and not true. I do really like Ahsoka. I really like the character of Ahsoka, and I really like how they portrayed Anakin and the Attack of the Clone. I think it was beautiful. But I have to get to Obi-Wan for a couple of reasons. Obi-Wan is my GOAT, and the reason is, the first movie he loses master, right? And he isn't technically ready to become a Jedi. He's still a Padawan, right? You have a Padawan guards, you have a Padawan Urquhart, right? Which is kind of cool because you got his so when you get Anakin, right, you get Anakin, you get his rise to the Force. So at first he doesn't have any training. The second one he has a training. The third one he's almost a Jedi Master, right? Obi-Wan, although you don't see the beginning of training, you don't see is it's a beautiful thing. It's almost a duality. Yes, you don't see Obi-Wan in the academy, right? You don't see it, but it is there, right? So you understand that he has his training and he had is almost more conventional, but he was a normal Jedi versus something like Anakin. It wasn't normal in any shape or form. Also, I love him is because he is kind of the Jedi. He's kind of cool. He has a lot of Qui-Gon Jinn in him. Qui-Gon Jinn was willing to accept. Qui-Gon Jinn was willing to accept that there's difference in the Force. Qui-Gon Jinn was able to accept that there's possibly somebody other than a embodiment of the Force. So embodiment of Force would be like a god, right? So the Force is an entity with its own will and its own power and decision. If you follow the Force, you'll be able to become like a Jedi. Actually, kind of, in my opinion, they're actually like a holy warrior, if you will, and they follow the teaching of the Force, and they follow the sense of the Force. They sense in the Force that they should do this, right? Qui-Gon Jinn was actually very close to the Force. So a lot of people are going to say that Qui-Gon Jinn had a better understanding of the Force than most. And I think that's cool because the better you understand something, the more you're able to comprehend possibly how it works. So if you have if you're good at chess, you're going to be able to create some move because you understand how the board works, how everything works, right? That's where I'm going with this. So Qui-Gon Jinn, I don't know if Obi-Wan was as close as the Force as Qui-Gon Jinn, but he had teaching of Qui-Gon Jinn, so if Qui-Gon Jinn fought a certain way, he taught Anakin to do it. It's not about teaching a blind man to see, it's about teaching a blind man to walk. Anakin learned to walk from a blind man, and he's still able to walk. Now, the beautiful thing about the how good prequel was, I'm a defender of the prequel, of course, it was in the 90s, the fuck do you expect? The reason why I like so much is because there's a possibility that if Qui-Gon Jinn was the master, it would have been different. There's a possibility that if Qui-Gon Jinn was still alive, Obi-Wan would have not allowed Anakin to be as independent as he was, right? And there's also this other problem in the prequel, and yes, we're seeing it more in the fourth, fifth one, is we're not really seeing another apprentice. We're not really seeing other apprentices, how they work. We're not really seeing the relationship between the Jedi Master and Jedi Padawan, right? We're seeing a little bit of Qui-Gon Jinn and Anakin, but Obi-Wan, but not enough to be able to judge for yourself. So the thing with Obi-Wan was he was so young, and he kind of treated Anakin like a younger brother. There was such chemistry between the two, between Ewan McKellen and Chris Hayden. There was such a chemistry. They were like brothers, right? And it really felt like that. And I think that the line of I have to respect my master, and I'm not saying that Anakin wasn't respectful towards Obi-Wan, but it wasn't always a relationship of student and teacher. There's often time where it was a relationship of like two older brothers, two older siblings, and that's what we love. That's why we love Obi-Wan and Anakin. But we cannot. There's just it's such a beautiful art. We cannot deny that he didn't feel towards some sort of emotion, right? Not saying love, but yeah, some kind of love, I guess. See, Obi-Wan was always saying, the Jedi Council was always saying, like, don't follow emotion, don't fall in love. And then because Obi-Wan felt a kinship towards Anakin, he felt some type of way, he allowed more, which allowed Anakin to fall in love, which allowed Anakin to marry Princess Padme. And that's where it led, right? So when you come on Mustafa, Anakin is already like a Sith. He already has a Sith. He plans on killing Palpatine. He already killed some youngling, which you shouldn't do, but he does. So even though Obi-Wan comes in, it's nuts because I'm doing this video because I saw a video of a fight in the musical. So it's Elf Tell on YouTube, and they do a Star Wars musical. So they go on Mustafa, right? And he would have been fighting Obi-Wan nonetheless. But the thing that makes him angry is because Obi-Wan comes with Padme. And the first thing he says is, you turned against me. And then Obi-Wan trying to say, you done that to yourself. It's tough. Obi-Wan becomes such a victim. That becomes Ben Kenobi, which is an older man, but still very, very strong Jedi, right? But Obi-Wan in itself is the guy who wasn't able to stop something, who wasn't able to guide. See, there's this, we're talking about the 90s, so there's this movie called Seabiscuit, which was a jockey, which was Stumpy McGuire was too tall and Horse was too small, but together they made this team, right? So Obi-Wan was he the right master for Anakin? There's no way to know. There's no way to know. I believe there's a right teacher. I believe there's a wrong student. But if you look at it, even if you look at it, like Count Dooku, who became a Sith Lord, had a student which was Qui-Gon Jinn, right? That's another big part of Obi-Wan and Anakin. If Qui-Gon Jinn was still alive, we had fought Count Dooku. And the craziest thing in my book, in my opinion, is at the end of the first movie, Qui-Gon Jinn dies, and then the Count Dooku started to fight, and the second and the third one, was he fighting because it was his turn to fight, or was he fighting because Qui-Gon Jinn was no longer there, right? So the way it works in my books, is like a family tree. So the only way to see the relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan is to see the relationship between Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, the only way to see the relationship between Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn would be to see the relationship between Qui-Gon Jinn and Count Dooku, right? And that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. And to me, it's beautiful because you understand that there's layer to it. You're gonna do. I was talking with Skylar and her friends today about. I came in live and she invited me into a corner before I even knew what we were talking about, and then they started talking about how men were mistreating women. And my point of view was, well, it's most of the time it's because they're seeing their parents do it. So if one of the parents is abusive towards the other parents, the kids are going to reproduce because that's the way they see relationship, that's their blueprint. So I believe that this is the way a Padawan will see his master. It's how a master saw his own Padawan. See, Qui-Gon Jinn, even it's a beautiful thing. It's so masterful. It's the domino effect and the purest of form. Qui-Gon Jinn saw the Force in a different way. And why do we see that? When he's willing to try to train Anakin, and he's like, no. Really, Jedi would have like, okay, well, Yoda said no. The council said no. Qui-Gon Jinn's like, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want, right? And then Anakin saw that, Obi-Wan saw that, and he was like, okay, well, this is how a Jedi Master is. And Qui-Gon Jinn, in my opinion, was the ultimate Jedi because he wasn't blinded by me. So, in my opinion, the Jedi fell because they weren't allowing themselves to see the Force from the dark side. You were constantly blinded by the Force and the Jedi Order and the Jedi rules. And I've read a book about the Jedi rules and the Sith rules, which is super good, right? But the entirety of it is that Qui-Gon Jinn was able to say, well, I believe in that and I don't believe in that, right? And it's amazing because Qui-Gon Jinn was able to stand in council. And it's not because you saw Qui-Gon Jinn stand in council, but then you don't see anybody stand in council, right? And there's a lot of people that could have stand in council. For example, Mace Windu, he was closer to the dark side of the Force because of his purple lightsaber than others, right? Because purple is closer, well, because a lot of Jedi have a blue lightsaber and a lot of Sith have a red lightsaber. You put it together, it's purple. Is this something that actually makes sense, possibly? Is it true? I don't know. But he was able to sense that Palpatine was a Sith. If he was able to convince the council by saying, dude, you're not seeing shit. We're being tracked down by a Sith, and I know who it is. If he was able to say who it is, or at the very least, in his opinion, who it was, then there could have been a sort of sense of, okay, well, I understand what you mean. I know that this is possibly right. I know that you possibly saw something that we didn't see. Let's investigate him. Palpatine, yes, was a villain. Yes, Palpatine was a genius. Yes, Palpatine had he was very clever, right? But the only reason why Palpatine was able to go as far as he did was because he understood the Sith, he understood the Jedi Order, the Jedi rule, the Jedi way of life. He was able to use that as an advantage. See, the council was so blinded by the fact that, surrounded by the fact that there's only the right way to do the Force, there's only the Jedi way. The Siths are wrong, right? And ultimately speaking, even with Anakin, there's this talk of you follow them blindly, right? But then again, Obi-Wan says my allegiance to the Republic, democracy, right? And that's super important because that's his belief. You're seeing people disabuse, right? You saw people disabuse. And Anakin saw a flawed system, right? A flawed system. Now, Obi-Wan and Anakin, the reason why this fight is so important is because they both saw the flawed council. And Obi-Wan was like, okay, well, the council is flawed, so it needs somebody to fix it, or at least support the flawed system. Anakin was like, no, I'll burn to the ground now. I'll awaken it. The original plan for Anakin was to kill Palpatine, right? The original plan. And a lot of people are saying that this would be the true Darth Vader. The Darth Vader that we had was broken. The Darth Vader that we had no choice, right? So that's what I think. But when the council, if Palpatine doesn't have the council work, or did not the council, nothing would have happened. The old order 66. The Sith didn't win. The Sith did not win versus the Jedi. The clone did. The clone were made to kill the Jedi versus Order 66. That's why the Attack of the Clone, the series, is so important because we're seeing people work with the Jedi. We're seeing Captain Rex. We're seeing the Wolf Squad, right? And then they're with the Ahsoka and they're with Anakin, and they're truly in a position of, okay, well, this is how we are able to fight. And it's sort of funny because there's a couple of Jedi that resisted the Order 66, right? So we're seeing it in the Fallen Order. We're seeing it in a lot of places. But even if some Jedi resisted, the clone knew how they worked. The clone knew how they fought. There was no way. The only survivor in my books are people that fled. Ahsoka fled, so she survived. Anakin was Darth Vader. Obi-Wan fled. Yoda fled. And there's so little Jedi left that, you know what I mean, right? And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And this is why. But even then, the whole system of a midichlorian, the reason why Rey has that power, because she's the daughter of Palpatine. Well, she's the descendant of Palpatine. I don't remember if she's the daughter of what. I don't even watch those. Kylo Ren. Also, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, we are lucky to have this so complete. You know, And I feel like with Star Wars, I feel like you're able to connect yourself by just watching the first 6 movies. Then you can watch the series, right? They're connected to it, but there's no need for it. Like for example, right? Lord of the Rings, which is also from that time period. Lord of the Rings, yes, it's a really good trilogy. You can have the Hobbit, and that's also great. You don't have to have the Ring of Power, right? You don't have to have the Ring of Power. You do not have to. And that's it. And also, we had a whole discussion right now on this April 25 of Snow White and how come they changed the classic and how they disfigured the classic and the consequence of disfiguring a classic, right? So we're seeing that in this case. So with Star Wars, it's the exact same thing, and that's pretty much it. You will try, I have failed you, Anakin, I have failed you. Don't blink, it's your Wayne. Welcome to the Commentary Show. This is also having a wonderful day on this April 2025. Today we're talking about a specific subject, we're talking about relationship. I know, it's kind of crazy. Really speaking, something I talk about a lot. I'm a transparent guy. I'm easy to read kind of guy. So when I'm in love, you guys know. When I'm not in love, you guys know. When I'm in love right now, no, I think you can tell. But I'm often asked the question, are you single? And I gotta say that I hate label. Like a girlfriend, boyfriend kind of thing, I do hate it. Because I know it's gonna sound like a dude who has zero commitment, who has a whole trauma experience with commitment, which that's probably it. But the reality is, I was talking about it, and okay, can I come in clean, right? There was a girl where I think she's pretty, I think she's really pretty. Do I love her? No, because I don't know her. There was another girl who had been showing signs of interest, but I haven't been reciprocating them. It's not mutual. I don't think she's ugly, but she's not my type, right? And also, speaking, it's such a weird thing because I have lived my life such a solitary person, right? That it's hard to understand that, okay, well, you're solitary, but you don't put yourself out there. So when you don't put yourself out there, it's hard to have a relationship and you're not putting yourself out there, right? And the person, I thought was cute, and the only kind of, I thought it was a woman, okay? Not a player, thank God for asking. I thought it was a woman. There was only one, and I'm currently like, okay, well, she's kind of cute, right? And she was in the chat yesterday. There was another one that was like, hey, are you in a relationship, right? But I didn't feel like breaking the heart of the first one, and I didn't know how the second one felt. I don't even know if I like her. I like her physically, and I like her personality. I don't know. But I was asked the question as a, are you single? Do you have a girlfriend? And I kind of bullshit my way out of it, which I don't like to do, but I did. But then in my bullshit answer, in my excuses, I started understanding that it made a lot of sense. It's like, well, that's not that crazy. It's not that crazy. Which is a statement that shouldn't be said, but it's not that crazy. So the general idea behind it was, okay, well, I don't believe in the label, which I don't. And then I was like, do I have a girlfriend? No. But I don't believe in girlfriend and boyfriend because when you love somebody, and that I truly believe, when you love someone, right? The label doesn't matter because if you truly love someone, you don't think about somebody else. You don't think about somebody else. You don't go sleep with other people. You don't walk in other people. That'd be crazy over here. But you're always thinking about this person, right? And you're always thinking about this person, and this is the real relationship. I don't need to put a label on it. I don't need to have it on paper. I don't need to scream it out loud. Hey, she's my girlfriend. Because if in my head you're the only person that I see, then this is a relationship. This is a relationship in the truest sense of the word. The truest sense of the word is, oh, she's my ex-girlfriend. She's my new girlfriend. Oh, she's my future girlfriend. No, the real sense of a relationship is who am I am in love with? Who do I want to spend the rest of my life with? Who am I able to see every single day and I get tired of, right? And it's a beautiful thing because you don't need to prove it. You just think about this person all the time, right? And I'm gonna let you guys. I'm getting a lot of not necessarily offer, but some interest from a female party. And although I hate doing it, I kind of understand that if I was single, this interest wouldn't be there, right? And as a content creator, you're trying to make it, right? So I'm understanding that, for example, right, we had the biggest scandal, which was Amurant. Amurant was who had guys simping for her, and then we realized that she's been in a relationship for years, and nobody knew, right? And then you're like, yo, well, you kind of manipulated single men, lonely men to pay you money, saying that you're single, which is not cool. Then you kind of understand what she did because it is a business. It is your bread, butter, and toast. Right? I think it's the same thing, just won't give a shit. You gotta understand where she's coming from, right? Do you agree with what she's doing? No. Do you understand where she's coming from? Yes. Can you forgive what she's doing? Absolutely, because she just followed this flawed system. I just did a video on Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Jedi Council, and that's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. If the system say you're making more money when you're single, you're making more money when you're single, right? So what is the interest in saying I'm not single? But at the same time, you got content creator, and I'm not trying to be a dick, okay? You got a content creator that only gets interest or only gets a certain public or reach or demographic because their appearance, right? Now I'm not saying that all of them are empty, but I'm of course saying it's easier for a person that's beautiful to pierce in that domain, if you will. And those look fade, right? Those look fade. So those people, you can't be mad at them because I think that a lot of people are beautiful. See, I'm gonna say something that is really, really mean, okay? But I'm glad I'm not the prettiest guy because I don't have to worry about looks fading. I don't have to worry about, okay, well, right now the system that I have, which is completely thanks to the looks that I have. How much longer do I have? Do I have 10 years? Do I have 5 years? Am I able to get plastic surgery to look younger and younger and younger? Now, we just saw so many people get plastic surgery, right? I saw somebody that was been following for a while, which is Incredible Avocado. And he did this plastic surgery journey, which is a fucked up video to do. It's an hour and a half. We're talking about all the procedure that he had. And I thought to myself, this dude is almost normalizing the fact that you get. There's nothing wrong with that, but he's normalizing the fact that you're getting a lot of procedure done to you. And I don't like it. I don't agree with that. I don't think it should happen. I don't think this is normal. I don't think that this should be promoted. And I don't think that somebody that I'm on reach. For example, right? For example, somebody, and I know people are gonna get super angry at me. Somebody does something that is racist, sexist, misogynistic, right? And has term like that. Right? If no one watching this video, no one watching their video, if they don't have reach, if you're saying something to your friends like, hey, I think she's a slut, right? then it doesn't have a lot of reach, right? So even though you're wrong, even though the way you're thinking is fucked up, it doesn't really matter because you're not hurting anybody, right? But then you're talking about a person with a certain amount of reach who is talking to a million people at the same time. And then your word can be hurtful. It's not about your word not being hurtful before, but it's the amount of people that you hurt with your word. If I hurt a person with my word, I'm an asshole, right? I'm an asshole. If I hurt 1,000 people with my word, then I shouldn't have the platform that I have, right? So I was like, okay, well, this is not cool. You're not going to reach. You should teach that, right? A lot of people are looking up to you. A lot of people are going to think that I need to do that to be beautiful, right? Or the famous tummy tuck, right? And these OnlyFans girls say, hey, I work out, right? And then you're like, no, you're tummy tuck. You got a fucking tummy tuck, right? Now the filter, the AI. It's insane. It's insane. I was in live. I'm not trying to be mean. I was in live and I saw that I was going from live to live. I was watching Sir Wizlots and I was like, okay, well, the chat is getting a bit toxic. So I stopped with the chat and I was just swiping. And for some reason, I saw the picture, the profile picture of the person, right? And then I saw she wasn't break, she wasn't there, and then she came and you saw the picture, the way she looked. It was really different. And I'm like, oh shit, that is not catfish, right? And then you look at the person, you look at the profile picture, you look at the person, and like, okay, well, it is the same person. It's just very edited and very filtered, right? It's a new norm to LGBT to society. I've been following this sex worker, Power Midget, and I like Power Midget because she has autism ADHD, right? But she's also I think there's too many. I grew up watching the Bros Club, which was the Gym Bros Club, which was, of course, Aziz, David Lade, Jeff Sade, there's a lot of dudes, Alex Eubanks, we got Sam Sulek, we got Lean Beef Patty. When it comes to that, except for Lean Beef Patty, the number of women, their bodybuilder, is very rare. And with Power Midget, she's actually funny, she's quirky, she's weird, and it's kind of endearing, right? I don't necessarily follow her for porn, but I think she's endearing, right? Somebody that we like to follow. And she did a video, right? She did a video where and I applaud her, and I even did a reaction to it. Where she was saying like, I'm gonna come more natural. I'm gonna come with less edit. I'm gonna come with less makeup, right? And I'm gonna come without filter. And she did that for a week, and then she came back to it. And then you said, say, well, you're mad at her because you said that you were gonna do this, you didn't do it. But you're not mad at her because she's just following the normal beauty of the society, of this industry, right? There's a need to survive. And those looks will fade, like I said. So it's like crazy, isn't it? How did I get there? Well, we're talking about being single. Talk about being single and having some interest. Because if you're single, there's no interest. When you care that you're single, right? That when people start caring that you're single, that's when you're answering the question. You're answering the question means that there's interest on their part, on both part. I don't know, right? So it's and I feel like also at my age, you're trying to feel like you have this almost not. I would call it societal pressure because of course there's societal pressure of you should be married, you should have your own house, you should work at 9 to 5, right? And you realize that that's all bullshit, right? It's all bullshit. It's a picture perfect of a family, but you always see the good side and not the bad side. You don't see them fighting, you see them happy, right? Which is unrealistic. But at the same time, it's not true because yes, you're seeing them fighting, and it is unrealistic. But at the same time, you're not. And for example, right? For example, if I believe that it's the normal system of being happy, getting married, and having a job, and having kids, well, this is societal pressure. This is peer pressure. I think they're happy. I want to be happy, so I'm going to copy them, right? That's how it works. And then you realize it's all bullshit because you have those and you're not happy. You're buying this apartment or this condo, like, yo, this is fucking expensive. I cannot pay the bills. I need to work more, and now I'm a wage slave because I got so many bills to pay. So I need to work more and more and more and more and more to buy things or to pay for things I don't even fucking need, right? So then you realize it's all bullshit. But then you get older, right? And the biological clock comes in. You're like, well, I don't believe in peer pressure, but I do believe there's norms that I have to follow to be happy. For example, right now I'm 22 years old. Do I want to have kids tomorrow? No. But I realize that if I wait too long, those kids will be fucked up. The older you get, the weaker your sperm is. The weaker your sperm is, the weaker the fetus is. The fetus, weaker it is, the weaker the baby. The weaker the unit, right? So you're trying to, I'm not sure that's true. I'm not sure if that's something, that's what I heard. A legend, let's just say a legend. But at the same time, you don't want to have kids that are too, you don't want to have kids too old. My parents had me to be 5. A lot of people are saying that's old, right? It is old. But at the same time, I think it's a carbon copy of the relationship, right? That being said, at the time where I'm thinking about, okay, well, if I want to have kids, I'm going to have to start thinking about it right now. I'm going to have a girlfriend, well, kind of have to do this right now. If I want to have a solid job, I kind of want to do this right now, right? So yeah, so that's the whole thing. Anyway, love you guys, take it easy. Peace. That was a crazy video, I'm sorry. No, I already need to charge the phone. We said we were meant to be. No, there's so good. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guys, doing mobs are having a wonderful day. On this 8th April, the 5, we're about to be playing some The Tower. Yes, we played a lot today. I'm pretty happy about myself. I'm pretty happy with myself. I, of course, mean, you know me in English, right? We are posting some videos in the background, so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get something. Because we're posting in the background, you're not gonna hear me talk a lot. However, we're watching the Boogie Cancer arc, so, nice. Nice. Oopsies. So now, before we even continue, we got this. Thank you for the coin, dude. I forgot to do the bits. Oh, yo, let's go. You got a jet. Nice. It's okay. It's okay, gaming. Is there any different clearing tier where the relic suite lab speed is very attractive? How much health and attack needed? Tier wave. Quickly for me. Possibly a mixture of what Falcon said and event for relics. Play him. Kick it. Say the fuck away. We're listening. Yes, I have a lot. Well, not a lot to do, but I want to do it before the sun rises. So, you know how it goes. You know how it is. I don't want to know your secret, cause I'll tell. Starting of being alone in myself, but don't know how wrong I'll be going on. I know you meant it on, I know that you mean well. Good. Let's get this. We're able to upgrade a bunch, holy shit. So stay the fuck away. I don't want to know your secret, cause I love this song. It's been in my head for a little bit of time now. Nice.
And she says it's not worth it. And as time went on, I became aware that it might not be. And now we are at a point where he's concerned about what's causing the markers. So we have a colonoscopy.
Spotlight, ooh.
And we probably, if we don't find anything,
the target priorities.
Bone marrow thing, unless there's something else that he wants to do. And we're just gonna,
it's super good. I didn't realize how good it was. Because now I can focus on Spotlight.
That's a disease, that's not cancer, right? Yes, I certainly had at least that. That is a symptom. Polycythemia secondary is basically a symptom. And something has to be causing it. The things that can cause it are things like
lap speed. Oh, I need that.
Extremely dehydrated. What you just said is if you have one that's not cancer, it means you have cancer somewhere else. Well, polycythemia secondary is a symptom, right? Polycythemia vera is a diagnosis.
is a cancer. And so, at the very least, I have the symptom of polycythemia, and something is causing it. And it's possible that it is the cancer.
And it is possible that you have cancer.
But it could be something else. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep. Maybe my CPAP machine's not working. Hasn't been working the last 2 years. But that we tried to roll all of that out. That's why the sleep study that you see in the documentary turns out I'm sleeping.
How bad this is.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, right now.
Here's another thing I made Boogie do, is I made him mail me the play button. Alright, so his 1 million sub play button is being sent to my house, and I don't know exactly the plan, but the initial thought in my
The Shane skin.
head is auction it off. Whatever money we get for it goes to some type of cancer research, because like...
Well, I would like to ask that at St. Jude's, and the reason I'd like to ask that at St. Jude's is because they do two things that are very important. And I've raised money for St. Jude's many times before. What they do there is they treat children with cancer for entirely free. So if you have cancer, you go to St. Jude's, they will most likely treat your child's cancer for free. They'll also forward the family so they can be near the child. It's out in Memphis, Tennessee. It's a wonderful charity. It's also a research hospital. So what they do is they try and beat cancer. They are the people looking for cure for all different types of cancer. So when you give money to St. Jude's, you're doing two things. Number one, you're saving a child's life. And number two, you are helping beat cancer.
What I love about this is he fake cancer and talk about all of this noble stuff.
How do you justify the 1K?
Because that's what I have left. I don't know where else I should give. I can't give away.
But you told Bobby that you had money left. And now there's $1,000
paid by you. And no, I showed him receipts for $3,000. There was $2,000 left. So now there's. I spent more of that.
Okay, so now that we're on this honesty tour.
And I'm going to drop this on the little calendar over there right now. Just
What's that beautiful sense?
DMs?
Yeah, in group chat. Yeah, no, either. Like I said, I try to figure out if there's things I can sell. I'd like to maybe consider. I considered live streaming. You know, for the next month, every live stream I do, I try to do 3 a week and just raise money for St. Jude's. But I don't think people trust me enough to get it, and I don't blame them.
No, so you shouldn't be asking the public for money for anything, even for charity. That's why I told you to email me the play button. Do you understand how conflicted I am? Did you were actually watching the stream? I'm pretty fucking conflicted. Because I was able to figure it out right away. Because I know you. You get into the fucking mental illness panic mode, and you do and say anything you possibly fucking can.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But I don't understand that recording the video, editing the video, and uploading the video. There's a lot of steps in between your panic and your mental illness. So
I'll tell you, it's about 2 hours between, like, I finished that doctor's appointment, and it was on the phone, and I sat and thought about it for a little while, and I researched the disease, and I thought, this is something I could talk about. And if I'm being genuine, sure, part of it was talking about the disease and talking about life as I always have, but part of it is the thing that I've done even on the show. I tried to stop doing it, but it's sympathy farming. It's something you called me out on a million fucking times. And I felt really shitty about myself. I had no one to talk to about, and I decided to go to the internet with it instead.
A lot of people are calling out your brother. Can you explain what happened with your brother? Because he was defending you, saying you had it.
Because he's seen the paperwork and he knows they're treating it, and he knows that like he said, the codes are in there because they said the reason they are treating this to the insurance company is because I possibly apologize being vera. So it's in there.
But what about okay? So you're telling your brother you have cancer. You're telling the internet you have cancer. You're telling your girlfriend you have cancer. You're telling everyone that you have cancer, but it may not be. How do you justify that?
Because I mean, there is no justification. I can tell you what I was thinking at the time. There is no justification.
It's like I swear to God, guys, I gotta tell me. I tweeted this, all right, because this is a real thing that happened yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. I'm on the phone with Boogie.
54-11.
We're talking about future tests, and at one point Boogie says, and I swear to God this happened. He goes, "I can't believe I'm praying I might have cancer." Why do you want to be a fucking victim so bad? Like, that is so fucking insane. That fucking that came out of your mouth.
Because when we get these tests done, I deserve to have it in my house. I deserve to have it in my fucking brain. I deserve to have fucking cancer the way my dad did, the way Danny did, the way my friend, everybody that's ever died of cancer, lost a loved one of cancer. I fucking deserve cancer. And you know, I fucked up here. I should not have jumped the gun. And in my mind, treating me for this cancer, knowing that it's possibly, if not most likely there, is the same as it testing positive. You know, and that's I have an appointment with my doctor on August 16th. We're going to talk about it then. But I presume, because they've said so many times, like, you know, you most likely have this cancer. You most likely have this cancer. So I do want to add that when I launched that video, I turned monetization off, and it's always been off. Like Mudo pointed out, I did earn $120, but you can't turn off people who use YouTube Premium. So I still got $120. But that's atypical. A video that gets 100,000 views, right? 100,000 views normally would get you $1,000 for a lot of views. And I'm just saying that. That's not a bad idea. I definitely want to film about this and more like Jordy said, because I think that's a good video. And it also lets you test the water to see if your fan base will accept you back. Yeah. I mean, even if they won't, you know, here's the thing. This wasn't about winning the audience back. This wasn't about winning anybody. No, I mean, honestly, because you told me to think about it, right? Yeah. You told me before I made this decision, I need to really think about it. So this is going to allow me to forgive myself. Yeah, if anybody else decides to forgive me, that's great too. And I hope some of you do, but you know, it's about just like feeling better about myself because I felt like about this, man. I feel so bad.
All right, well, I think we are going to remove the social media ban. You can now use your Twitter. You can use your YouTube channel. All right.
Okay. Michael, what do you think about this, by the way?
I can't believe you did it. I really hate So Bridget said you shouldn't do it, and I was typing in the chat that you should make it like twice as big.
Quand il est temps d'acheter une voiture, Auto-Hebdo a toutes les réponses.
No way. You do?
Discover the difference at Hudson Headwaters. From nursing to administrative roles, there's a position for you. See why Albany Business Review named us best place to work. Apply today at hhhn.org/careers.
My apologies.
Oh, no, yeah.
My
I
apologies.
made this subject. Sometimes when people get tattoos, Boogie, that where they get the tattoos, the hair no longer grows. There's a chance that your beard grows in and it has the outline of liar in it. And then I have to say clean shaven, and I look like Chris from Mr. Beast's team. It's bad. I'm serious. But seriously, like you see this guy approaching you, and you don't hide your children. I look at his face. You used to rock that all the time when you were like 600 pounds. I was like, why does he do that? When I was 600 pounds. No, he didn't. Yeah, well. Like you look so much better with a full beard. I couldn't grow a full beard back then, but now I can. Thank God.
I can tell you this: when Boogie got exposed for faking cancer, he was sitting home alone, depressed, and then he said, "Thank God there was assassination attempt." And then he was sitting home and he was depressed. He's like, "Thank God Mr. Beast is under fire. Thank God Chris Tyson is being exposed." You know, there's a lot that happened on the internet during all this. There's an insane amount of drama that's went down.
And the crazy part about this, people still tuned into this. They nearly killed the president, and people still tuned into this the next day.
Boogie, I'm going to make this official. I'm going to rip up the contract about your shares.
Handshake deal.
The handshake deal. And you are officially back on Lowhell Live.
I do want to say, by the way, I showed Keemstar the receipts. That shit hit my bank. I know, like Muda and the other guy, who I forget who it was.
15.
They're like, you might charge it back. Don't charge it
14.
back. I mean, I'm never going to charge it back.
13.
That's insane. So I showed
12,
Keemstar
11,
the
10,
receipts that hit my bank.
9, 8, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
The
1.
most important thing that you did with all this, right, is you did what you're supposed to do. You entertained a lot of people.
Yeah, you know, that's something I really thought about last night. Keemstar hated this when I told him earlier, but I had therapy yesterday. This is what we talked about, the tattoo and the situation and everything else, and it allowed me to feel better about this. But I realized Keem was right about one thing. This is entertaining, man. This is funny. This is funny. This is not how I expected to spend my 50th birthday. It's my birthday. I turned 50 today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Boogie's 50th birthday! Show us your face for your birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Imagine being a fat 50-year-old liar.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't fun. It ain't fun. It's entertaining, though. It's real fun. You know, because when we put the show together, I thought, you know, I had never expected my life to get entirely blown up, and I didn't expect the entire internet. Who would have expected Destiny to come in here and drop a grenade in my life? But it happened, you know. Well, I'm glad it did.
I have one more happy announcement for you, buddy, and actually I have a birthday present for you.
Oh.
This play button, which you desperately want back, I'm going to give it back to you.
Thank you.
Under the condition that you weigh 250 pounds or less. As soon as you weigh 250 pounds or less, I will mail this back.
Dude, I have so much loose skin, I'll never be under 250 pounds. You're out of your mind.
How much do you weigh now?
I feel like 400. I just hit 400 a day.
You can do it. You can do it.
You know, I have so much loose skin, I would have to get skin removed surgery. I would say 300 pounds is more fair. 300 pounds would be 250. 300 pounds is a pain, because you got like 50 pounds of loose skin. I mean, look at this. Hold on.
No, don't shut. Don't shut.
No.
Look at this. Leave that alone. How many pounds is that chicken wing?
Okay. How about this? All right.
Two.
Under 300 pounds. You have to hit 299.
What about 299.9? Is that under 300?
Whatever, fine. Where we
because like.
My apologies. Are you still uploading you? No.
Over the course of 2019, Philip Burnell has made many mistakes and has many different occasions that could be notable. And right now, we're going to start our list at number 10. And that is Oedipus' passing and how Darkside Phil, the King of Suffering, handled it.
King of Suffering, huh?
My man's Edgar is dead. My nigga is dead. I had to sit here and read fucking rest in peace Edgar tweets, just like the rest of y'all, knowing that my fucking friend is gone and this shit is real. SJ to be $5. Let's see here. SJ says, I watched Edgar for a long time. I'm really sad about what happened. Do you ever come close to being mentally unstable from all the trolling and hate that you get? I would be doing well if we talk to someone when things get too hectic. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's times when it really does get to me when things go really bad because of it. Or when I just want to express something genuinely, you know, that's something positive, and these idiots have to literally turn it into something negative, and you say, oh, see, Phil could never ever genuinely do anything good, or never ever genuinely have a positive feeling about anything, because in the past, here's 5 things he did wrong. Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? I'm not going to be about Edgar, just basically saying what I just said, okay? And oh, look, in the past, Bill has boyfriend's mental illness. In the past, Bill's done this for and that for and how dare you make it through fuck off. Endless issues about lose stress.
And listen, by no means am I saying that my life is any harder or easier than yours or whatever. Listen, I'm just saying from my own perspective, I'm just venting a little bit here because I know many people wonder, gee, what kind of stuff happened if Phil, wasn't here earlier today? All I'm just sitting here and play video games all day. You're right. I mean, that is my job. It's just not a very healthy job. I'll be honest, it was a lot healthier when I had someone to share this with, to make me healthy meals and everything. All that's gone now, and now it's a lot tougher. Of course, now we gotta get someone in the stream chat who wants to turn their own personal story into, derailing the chat. I'm not gonna put up with it, so I'm just gonna warn you right now. Word off the air. There's no way for us to know if what you're saying in the stream chat is legitimate or not. You could be someone who's making stuff up, or you could be completely legitimate. Appreciate the sentiment and sorry to hear about a family member's passed away, but no one wants to hear you make this about how I'm in the wrong for being stressed in my life because you have a situation that's worse. That's ridiculous. Go run your own stream if you want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to make me look like a villain because he says someone passed away and he's doing better than me. Wow, well, good for you. Maybe you're a stronger human than me. Maybe you're a better person than me. Good for you. Go run your own stream and everyone can go watch it. This is my stream. People want to know why I wasn't here. And I'm being honest. Fuck off. Seriously, that's what I mean. These people, they just want to bring you down. Here's a tweet about a guy who apparently was so mentally disturbed from a fucking man that he committed suicide. So let's now attack the guy making the tweet. Well, the tweet's about someone who committed suicide because they were attacked. So let's attack the guy making the tweet.
The problem with this situation was that DSP ended up turning a terrible situation about a young man killing himself into his own victimization from trolls who were mad at him for talking about his depression once again. And the following day, during his live stream, he had this to say.
I'm human. And things get to me. Alright, they do. And the bottom line is that, yesterday we had a really, really awful situation with the passing of, YouTube creator, and I didn't know that. I didn't know about all that YouTube channels. And the thing is, I could just never mention it. I don't know all my streams work. And it's like, maybe currently obviously putting TV, not here, and here. You would have down, without me constantly on my streams. Alright? And we have to address it. We're stupid. Because all the time, not addressing it makes it more all coming. You know what I mean? You don't address it, and you want to be more. Okay? Versus, look at no, watch it. I'm not. You see, fuck, right? See, that's it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I shoot one out. I shoot one out. So, I know what we're talking about. I know what we're talking about. Look at we don't shoot about it. KDB. It's not. Alright? So, one of the things I do read all. Alright? You put it in the coming, but they don't shoot. To follow you, I shoot everyone talking about it. So, basically, address it. Alright? Okay? And now, guys, I really like it. I'm sure I don't know about that. Hell, you should have lost out here. It's all thing. And, that's how I get out later on the day. Well, sadly, as you guys know, there's just people on the internet who are just complete and utter fucking shitheads who want to talk shit about me no matter what. So they took this opportunity to make it all about me, which is hilarious because one of their criticisms of me is that I made it all about me. In reality, they made it all about me. Okay. First of all, they tried to say that I was monetizing Edica's passing. That the only reason that I even brought this up is because I wanted to make extra money on my pre-stream video yesterday. Okay. You know how ludicrous this fucking statement is. Okay. Utility. I'm trying to make big bucks on this. Obviously, this is my intent. Was the only reason I talked about it was to make money, right? This is just insanity that this would even be something someone would consider as a consideration of something. That happened. Are you that fucking dumb? The statement that, Phil purposely talked about this something on pre-stream to monetize it, he's dead, and make money on it is insanely illogical and ludicrous. In addition to all of that, which is here's the kicker, I never monetized the video.
Je pouvais changer ma vie, mais je n'y changerai rien. On vient, on rit, on pleure, on meurt.
Moi, je souhaite avoir un petit peu plus d'espace dans la relation.
Vous prenez des précautions?
So that was a fucking lie. So on top of all the ludicrous shit that people are saying, I never even monetized it. The video was literally never monetized on YouTube because I knew this was going to be a subject. The lie detector determined that was a lie. That was going to be a very hot topic, and that needed to be touched with very delicate handling, And I never monetized the video anyway. The video would never, I never placed ads on it. Hi, I'm not sure about and this is Feminist.com, and welcome to How to Stop Compulsive Lying. And you can, I actually, in reality, I never even refreshed my YouTube dashboard overnight. So my YouTube dashboard, when I uploaded the video, I kept that, and this morning I screen captured it, and I posted it on Twitter. I was like, how can you say I monetized someone's death and I never monetized the video to begin with? But apparently, they, these people were, again, my detractors, my haters, these fucked up people, whatever you want to say, are trying to say that there were ads all over the video. So you look at all these ads all over the video, I'm like, dude, I never monetized the video.
Why the fuck you lying?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Why you always lying?
But the fact of the matter is, people are slandering me, saying, oh, look at this, we're making money on this thing. In reality, I never did that. That's completely false. And that pisses me off, that now people believe that because they're so gullible and so fucking brain dead stupid, they just believe what they're told without any substantiation. Alright? It's just completely dumb. Alright, that's number one. Number two, the other thing, oh, Phil just made it about himself.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but DSP seemed to have actually made it all about himself once again, and he monetized that situation. And it was in poor taste. But to continue our list, here's number 9, the Cobra Strikes Back. DSP takes shots at Pro Jared. 3 years ago, Pro Jared made this tweet and took a shot at Phil.
And then Pro Jared's world fell apart. He went ahead and publicly announced that he was divorcing his wife. And, well, Phil Cornell struck like a good friend. Alright guys, so obviously in reality that's not what we're talking about. Obviously it's, the truth of the matter is, the stuff that's been going on in the last 24 hours is not fun, it's not exciting, it's, and it shouldn't be. Human drama never should be fun and exciting. And quite frankly, typically I usually will remove myself from any kind of human drama regarding other streamers and content creators. However, I think we need to, at least today on the stream, briefly address what's been going on with content creators in the last year, I'd say, where a lot of people who everyone thought were wholesome, were, upstanding citizens, as we say, upstanding people, and who have giant fan bases are now being kind of revealed to have some pretty nasty, malicious, underhanded stuff going on behind the scenes, and they're being exposed for it. Now, I'm an adult, sorry, I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Me! I'm the one who puts up the content, and as someone who has been around the internet for 11 years doing content creation, and someone who's done it for a living since 2011, and basically for the last 7 years has been the butt of pretty much the running internet joke meme as the worst content creator and a guy who's a joke, and, it's fun to make fun of Phil, har, and sadly, someone who's been very negatively affected by it. For me, at least, to see all this stuff happen the way it's been unfolding, get on with it. Before you move on to other stuff, because I know a lot of people today, maybe you can check out a stream or two of mine because of the drama that's been going on the internet, and you voicing it on Twitter and getting 10,000 likes on a tweet within, a short period of time. Before we get on to the daily drama of everything, okay? Now let's very briefly talk about the daily drama. Let's get it out of there, because I know some people are like, man, I come to Phil's streams just to hang out and chill and have gameplay and interaction during gameplay. I don't want Phil to do a 4-hour pre-stream today where he talks and, doesn't ever get to the game. You're a fucking idiot. This needs to stop. But what we're finding now in this modern day and age is that you can't get away with anything. Okay, you can't. When you are a content creator on the internet, your life is public. It doesn't matter how much you try to hide or keep behind the scenes. If you do something wrong, you're going to get caught and you're going to get called out for it. It's just going to happen. Okay? And I've been destroyed for it in a lot of ways. You remember 3 years ago, guys, a little over 3 years ago at this point, I had an unfortunate incident on stream. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello. Where the webcam was left on inadvertently. And even though, thank goodness, I don't have any kind of a setup where you can see much about my face, and the mic was muted, it was insanely embarrassing. And this became a huge internet meme across the entire internet. I became a laughingstock of the internet. As if I wasn't bad enough that I wasn't, a laughingstock. I definitely became a laughingstock at that point. Alright? And it's a shame that you've got people now who are failing because of cheating on their significant others, or scamming people behind the scenes. So I made this one post. And, it got some traction. The thing is, my Twitter almost never gets any traction. Reason being is because there's people who hate me so much, and I told you that, people who stalk me and hate me so much, they will literally find people who like my tweets and stalk them. They're like, if you like what some idiot Phil puts out there, we're gonna come after you, we're gonna harass you on social media and shit. So even though I have some like 23,000, I have 23,000, I think it's probably I have like 25,000, because I have so many Twitter followers in the last like 12 hours. But, I have like 23,000 Twitter followers, but in reality, when I tweet, 400,000 people see my tweets. That's not an exaggeration. I actually did a couple analyzation programs and things to figure out how popular actually is my Twitter account. Even though it says only 23,000
oh shit, 6 gig in.
Like over 400,000 impressions on every fucking tweet I put out. Even though no one likes or retweets them, I like tons of people see my tweets. Okay? So, I put out this tweet and it didn't really get a lot of traction. I think maybe I was doing like 100 to 200 likes or something like that on Twitter. Alright. So later in the day, I come home and finally, I come home and now it's time to Twitter again. And people contact me. And they're like, man, you really see the whole situation or whatever. And
Sibling, welcome to Sibling, but the highlight.
The person shows me this tweet, I'm like, man, so behind the scenes, this guy was a complete scumbag, right? Now, all these horrible things that are coming out this guy had actually done. This guy is fucking audacity, he's so fucking full of himself. Being at the top of the world, having a million YouTube subs, making tons of money hand over fist on his fucking YouTube channel. This motherfucker, when I was waiting to piss on me, I said, guess what? I think it's finally time to get PSP. Directly quoting his tweet, I said, took a day off from the entire internet, and Jared Hilarity was at the top of everyone's Twitter feed. Oh, whoops. And as of now, that tweet now is over 4,000 likes, over 1,000 retweets. So after I did that, people were contacting me and saying, oh my god, like, did you actually wait 3 years to strike back at this guy? And in reality, no. In reality, I forgot to put about it. Like I said, it's a commonplace thing for me. But someone had tweeted, this guy actually insulted me directly 3 years ago. I was like, no, well, you know what? Fuck it. Alright, so I did that, okay? And I put out that tweet, people really seem to like it. Being like, wow, this is cool. It's funny that you're even getting on this, right? Now's the time. So I decided to make a new post. The post goes as follows. Pro tip for content creators. If you've done something worse than this, whether it's public or not yet, quit. You were saying, what? Well, worse than what? I took a picture of my incident from 3 years ago, my embarrassing moment. I put it on the tweet. I said, because I'm still here, you won't be. And good luck living with that. So I put that post up, and as of now, it's got 11,100 likes, over 3,000 retweets. Pretty major content creators like Wookie, as well as many others. It's not just him, but many other content creators saw this and not only liked it and retweeted it. Wookie actually said it's now officially his favorite tweet ever. I really don't expect any kind of long-standing positive effect to come from this. As much as that would be amazing, and it could help me to kind of turn things around behind the scenes financially, because I'm in a really bad rut right now, because there's so much shit that's happened to me over the years, and it would really help me to get more attention on my streams and more contributions. Like I said, I don't expect anything. I really don't expect anything long term. This is just kind of a one-time thing with this situation. I had a chance to strike back on someone who was nasty to me 3 years ago, and it was the perfect timing, the perfect stab back. And it is what it is, okay?
Once he failed trying to gather new fans into his cult, DSP went about a debunking stream where he was going to debunk 7 years of slander for us. And oh boy, was it ever so much fun. And it was also
are number 8 moving on to this list. Yeah. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Phil Burnell, aka Garside Phil here. And I'm doing something very special tonight. Completely unplanned, something that's off the cuff, on the fly. The reason I'm doing this is because in the past couple of days, the internet at large has finally kind of turned an eye to me for the first time in a major way in a long time, in an actual positive light. Had 2 pretty epic looking tweets that, yes, one goes directly to him and one was more indirect, but 2 epic tweets that kind of look crazy on Twitter, one of which has like 6,000 likes, one has like over 17,000 likes, and major content creators, including guys like Hehe Productions and PewDiePie, amongst others, have been like referencing me. He said it was his favorite tweet ever. And if they don't see that, you know, I basically took this opportunity to do something positive and kind of almost threw my name for the last 7 years of slander that's been against me on YouTube in particular, but now all over the internet. I almost feel that, sadly, there's not going to be another opportunity to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to be doing is going down a list. I took a list, and I got a $1 tip from Jack. This is what your advice for trolls. Don't let the trolls get you down. The advice for trolls, I mean, move on at this point. Dawn, when I really had my height of popularity on YouTube, alright, I was an asshole. I don't want my entire existence on the internet to be defending myself against people who are just saying ridiculous stuff. So I usually just hold back and never say anything, but tonight is the exception where I'm striking back, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, the one thing that I want to say is off limits tonight, is things that are private information about other people that I can't reveal. So the first thing we're going to start with, Styles K, I'm going to be here, by the way. There's no Styles K. First thing I want to start with, alright, is looking at a long time ago. Back before I ever live streamed, back before I ever did any direct capture, way back when, alright, I used to make racial jokes. And you know, what people will do over the years, they'll take clips out of context. They will defend Nintendo. Nintendo tomorrow, Iwata could come out and say, please understand, fuck you, we don't like customer, suck our big Japanese guts, alright? And they will put it out there, completely out of context, play through, and make this is one joke Phil made in 2010. Look at what a horrible racist he is, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest, and I will admit this to this now, I will publicly say this, one of the biggest mistakes that I actually feel that I made in my early career as a content creator is that I was making Nazi jokes, alright? They're not fun. I know. But what ended up happening was I put out that video, that Dead Space 2 demo video with that kind of jokes and commentary in it, and what happened was my trolls, which I've always had trolls, even back then when I was White Hot Popular, I had trolls. My trolls staged a campaign, which they later admitted publicly was a fake campaign. This is what happens when you let the Jews do whatever they want. You let the Jews over on space, and now look at this. They're greedy because how they want back to everyone.
So we're watching this guy. So why we're watching the detective video?
Pretending to be hundreds of
That's exactly why.
Saying, how dare you have someone on your site who's making this kind of comedy, kind of commentary and stuff like that. Okay, and it sucks because, you know, they got me, you know, Flip TV management saw these hundreds of complaints. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. They watched the video, they're like, okay, get rid of them, and they kicked me off the site.
No, you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, in 2012, I made public my relationship with a woman that was my girlfriend, okay? And she very much preferred my content over a 5-year span that I was involved with this woman. She went by Pandaleet on the internet, that was her nickname or whatever. And there's always been lies and slander and complete horrific nonsense regarding my relationship with Pandaleet, which is horseshit. And the thing is, in my past, I mean, we haven't been together in over 2 years. I now have married to a beautiful, lovely woman named Kat, and my life is great. But the thing is, people to this day still fucking bring up this bullshit. So tonight, for the first time ever, I'm debunking this bullshit, alright? The first thing that everyone fucking says to me is that, Phil, you first met Pandaleet when she was underage. She was under the age of 18 when you first started talking to her, you were grooming her so that you would finally go out with her and all this shit, and all of that is complete and utter fucking bullshit, nonsense, false. The truth of the matter is that back then, this was a different era, alright? It really was a different era of YouTube. And back then, people used to use YouTube private messaging. I don't even use that anymore. I send me a private message on YouTube. I haven't even looked at a YouTube private message in Great Red for 5 years. Alright, let's be very clear about the very end of the relationship, because people basically make shit up completely about that, saying someone dumped someone or did this or did that. First of all, what happened is none of anyone's fucking business. And the bottom line is that myself and my ex never disclosed that information. We never will, because it's none of anyone's fucking business. The truth of the matter behind everything that happened. Alright? But there was a weird situation, because we had already broken up in early 2017. Alright? We had already broken up. And when we had broken up, we didn't make it public. Alright? But there was one particular day when I was streaming, I believe I was doing like a podcast, and I get a call. Alright? The call is from my ex's job, saying, your ex, you know, had a medical issue, and we need you to come pick her up. At that point, my ex was in the process of moving out of the house. Like, she had some of her stuff out already, and she was staying somewhere else temporarily. By the time that I had gotten to her job and pay for Uber and everything, by the time that I got to her job, she was already in the hospital. So I took the car. By the way, I was still letting her drive my car, so despite the fact we were broken up, she was still driving my car. I was that nice guy. I go to the hospital to find out what the hell's actually going on, and I guess she had a panic attack. They had given her some kind of pill. I don't know what it was. Was it an antidepressant? Was it, I don't even know, because I'm not involved anymore. You know, she's my ex. So all that being said, alright, when I came back home, she was all zonked out or whatever, and she's like, oh, you're gonna go on your stream now and tell everyone about the story, right? I was like, of course I am, as long as it's okay with you. And she's like, yeah, go ahead. So I did. I came back, I did a stream where I explained exactly what I just told you guys. So basically the story is not only I had to spin it, so that lets you know that we were already broken up, okay? And then it was actually over the course of the next week or two that she moved all her stuff out, and that was the end of our relationship, right? You know, that was it. And all I saw on the internet was Slim, Phil, without permission, went online and disclosed a medical issue with his girlfriend / fiance at the time we were supposed to engage, even though we had broken up. People thought we were still engaged. And gave all her medical history to everyone on the internet, and then said that he's not giving permission for her to ever have an ambulance come and pick her up ever again, that from now on, no one should ever call the emergency line, but instead they should just hand her a pill and leave her alone. Like, what the fuck? Where did you get that from the story that I told? Like, that's not even close to what happened. The thing is, I know if this ever happens again, I'm telling you, we're not allowed to bring her to the hospital. No, you get no permission to fucking do it. You can't give her a pill, you want to give her a pill, and that's it, because you're just gonna waste our time again. Seriously, they just make shit up. Here's the other thing.
So, what I just so you guys know, I have a list. I should have a list of things that are kind of misconceptions that people slander about me. Demand that she never go to a hospital ever again instead of just give her a pill and leave her where they found her. How could I have made that demand when we were broken up? Alright, now moving on. Alright, let's talk a little bit about Project 7. Because I hate to tell you guys this, but I've already addressed this before. But what I've heard is that people say, to this day, say, well, Phil scammed his friends, or he ripped off his friends and never paid them for anything, and that's why they hate him to this day. Bullshit.
Whoa.
That's complete and utter fucking bullshit. He would...
Ici Frogman 6, mais notre troupe s'est attaquée à notre dernière position connue. On a deux blessés graves. Mais oui, les gars, suivez le 100 000.
Mais envoûtement d'une morsure parfaite, le magnétisme animal.
Oui, l'animal, mais moi, ce qui est important pour moi, c'est d'être bien en charge.
Handsomely paid for all of that stuff. When we first started, he got paid 50% of everything that we made money on. He got half of what I made. Later on, with my relationship with Michelle, my old YouTube partnership company, they started refusing to even give me stats on how much money I was making on my videos. That's how bad Michelle got near the end. They wouldn't even fucking come. Alright? And a fair amount of money for you to come do this every week. So we can't figure out the actual half anymore. It's not even possible to figure it out. Instead, let's just say, okay, let's make an arrangement where every time you come visit and we do this co-op work together, I'll pay you this amount of money. And that's what we did probably for the last 2 years that we did co-op. We had to do it that way. There was never a discussion that people were going to get paid based on how the POs performed on YouTube. There was never a discussion about how much money anyone's investing in the series.
I really like this game.
Compliment. Don't mash it.
Okay. Alright. Let's continue. I can't believe some of this shit. I really can't. Alright, let's continue here. I wanted to hit an 11-year-old girl. You're right. I just wanted to just, punch a girl right in the fucking face. I cop up to that one. No, what the fuck are you talking about? You're 11. And your parents bought you a gaming PC? What's wrong with this bitch? Click on Good, now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life if they talked to me like that.
That's like that.
I would have fucking pissed
That is
the shit
flat
out of
out.
her. What the fuck? Anyway. But there was a girl who I walked into a room and literally just became an insane brat, insulting me and saying nasty shit to me. I didn't say a word. And she was saying like nasty shit to me. And I was like, damn, that girl needs a fucking smack or something. I don't even remember exactly what I said, but it was a reaction I think is saying, she needs a smack because if that was me in my day when I was growing up, when I was a kid, and I acted like that, my parents would smack me right in the head. That's just how it was back then. Of course not. They would have banned me. But I didn't say that. It was an off-the-cuff comment. Stupidity is that when I ask for help, that I go and I blow money on stuff, and that's not the case at all. Everything I ever asked you guys for is going exactly towards what I said it was going to be. Alright, so the first time around, we gotta talk about this one, because this one goes years back too. Phil stole fan donations that went towards the Project 7 reboot. Phil stole fan donations that went towards the Project 7 reboot. Every statement in that is false. Alright, besides maybe my name. Stole, I didn't steal anything. What they're talking about is a Patreon goal level that was hit for 1 month in the summer of like 2015, maybe it was 2016, but I'm almost positive it was as far back as 2015. Not stole, it was raised legitimately via a Patreon goal level. Alright. Fan donations, they weren't fan donations, they were Patreon contributions, that's different. That went for the Project 7 reboot. Wrong, it wasn't for a Project 7 reboot. It was for me to take some time out that month to do a Project 7 reboot trailer. Trailer. The whole Project 7 trailer was complete nonsense, alright? But in regards to the recent things that have happened with me raising tax funds, there were 2 specific times, alright, when I needed to raise tax funds. Once was in the fall/late 2017, because I needed to pay a state tax payment by the end of 2017, and then I had to pay a bunch of money in 2018 for state taxes, okay? I announced this dilemma of mine in November of 2017 on my Thanksgiving Day podcast. I did a Thanksgiving Day special podcast, and I announced this problem to my viewing audience on Thanksgiving Day 2017. You can go back and watch it. It's still live over my blog channel, Team of 8 Blogs, alright? Now, during 2017 was the year, early in the year, I broke up with my ex, and I started talking to and then dating my now wife, Kat. Okay, now Kat didn't live around here, and she had to visit me a couple times. I had to take time away from streaming stuff to spend time with her. I didn't disclose that was happening because I knew probably people were trying to get up in our private shit. Alright, but what people say to this day, Phil raised all that money for the taxes so he could secretly fly his new girlfriend across the country to spend time with him. Now let's look at the timeline. Well, the first time that Kat came to visit me was the summer of 2017. The second time she came to visit me was the fall, which I believe was October of 2017. She actually helped me pick out my Halloween costume for the Halloween special that I did that year. I announced my financial dilemma about the state taxes and Thanksgiving in 2017, so obviously what Phil did is he announced this so he could raise funds, go back in time, and pay for the 2 visits beforehand. You fucking dumbasses. You talk out your fucking asses about this stuff and make the most crazy, controversial, insane theories that make no fucking sense. It's a weird conspiracy. Alright, here's a legit question. Someone took me $1 and I'd get Almighty telling me, well, I'll kick off Twitch TV. No, I wholeheartedly will 100% tell you to your face, looking at the camera as I say it as well, because someone said, oh, Phil was looking at the camera.
I didn't get Devin banned from Twitch. I had nothing to do with it at all. Zero. I didn't even know about it until after the fact. People came into my chat and told me. What happened is to piss off people. Like when you do stuff that not only negatively affects you but affects other people, you piss off the wrong people, man. And you gotta understand that. Like people will eventually hold you accountable for shit that you've done. And he's the kind of guy that thinks that everything's fair game. He could bring up shit about, you know, my relatives and shit about other people, like my moderators and my viewers, and they think that it's all funny. And it's not. It's fucked up. And he's bringing personal shit like that. I think he wrote the wrong person the wrong way, and they wrote Twitch management and said, "What the fuck is going on with this guy? Did you watch 5 minutes of his stream, see what the fuck he's doing?" And they got him shit canned. All right, I had nothing to do with it at all. I don't know if that's really the case. That's my speculation, but I have no truth about any of it. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
that never happened either. So Dark $50 is you bump. People saying you leave your ex-girlfriends nude pictures on a video. That never happened. What happened was there was a picture of my ex-girlfriend. It wasn't a picture. It was a thumbnail. A thumbnail of a picture, I think. Now, by the way, this is like, again, this is, you know, 2012, 2013, something like that, 100 years ago. And there was a little thumbnail somewhere on my desktop or, you know, no, it was in a folder. And I had been recording a video doing something else, and apparently the thumbnail popped up. It wasn't a nude at all. It wasn't a nude at all. There's nothing nude whatsoever in the picture. It was a thumbnail and it was not a nude. But it was like posing with their arm like this, so people assumed that it was a nude. And started saying, oh, it's a nude, it's a nude. It wasn't a nude, it was a nude. I wouldn't be on YouTube. I would have been banned from YouTube, stupid.
Then put 8, am I gonna have enough? Shit.
I did a post about it in the last.
Alright, well guys, I think I talked long enough. I got enough. I got off my chest. I do feel better. I hope
good.
A lot of misconceptions for a lot of people that they've had over the years.
If you come to America, I got a horse for you. Oh, cool. I love horses. But I can't come there. It's too far away. Do you have an IG? Instagram? Is that Instagram? Northern Minnesota. Hey, Darren. How's it going? Matthew, Northern Minnesota. I've always wanted a pony. When I was in
Banned from the Milky Way, launched off into a black hole, shot across, you know, the whole plane of existence, and all my molecules ripped apart at the seams, because how could someone so horrible as me even be allowed to exist in this plane of existence, right? See what I mean? But none of that ever happened, because it's all bullshit on my behalf and my expense, so they can get clickbait. And you fell for it, and you believe any of that stuff. And it sucks if you did, you know? I can't blame you for it, especially now that there's so much stuff that goes on in the negative about me in the last 7 years that people just believe it is fact. But the bottom line is none of it is true. A lot of it is based on snippets of fact or things here and there, but none of it is true. And no one will ever show you evidence otherwise because it ain't true.
I presented you quite a bit of evidence to back up our claims as the tracker community. Now, Phil will never show you any evidence of anything going on himself because he wants to keep duping his fans into giving him money. But other than that, this whole stream was to piggyback off of his hot viral tweet about Pro Jared. And that is just sad. But to continue our list, we're going to look at one of the bigger issues in 2019 for Phil, and that is his mods and his genuine fans leaving him and leaking why.
By the way, Dr. Bottom line is you just removed the ban on this weekend, though. Because I didn't approve that. You realize you saw that, right? Like, you just removed. Why did you remove a ban on someone who I banned? Why did you do that? You literally just got caught out with Andy. No, now you're trying to reban him. That's not how it works. Now you have to explain to everyone what you just did and why you thought you could sneak that in. Everyone, you just got caught red-handed with your hand in the cookie jar, dude. Like 1,000,000% caught out on banning someone that's permanently banned. So you better explain your actions right now. You got caught the fuck out, dude. 1,000,000% caught out. Damn, dude. Oh, you still haven't said anything. Still waiting on an answer. Last few months they said, okay, it's okay, my bad. What? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think you're full of shit. I think you literally just got caught, dude. Seriously, I think you got caught the fuck out. Every once in a while, someone watches really banned, and I wonder how. We just literally just saw it right there live. Oops. You're no longer moderator, bottom line is, so you can actually explain your actions without making the bullshit on the street. You're not mod anymore. Boy, did he just get caught the fuck out, dude. I mean, wow. That was probably the biggest instance ever of having someone red-handed doing something under my back. Because that's the worst thing to do is dishonesty. I hate dishonesty. I would rather someone hates my guts thrown to my face than do something underhanded behind my back. See what I'm saying? So, when someone does shit behind my back like that, that's the absolute worst thing you can do. Because I think that's a little shit kind of behavior. That's like if you're a real coward, you know, that's how you behave. But the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that. I guess you ain't getting one thing that. Because all I'm just off Bill, I was like, oh, I want to get my friend back in the chat. Which oh, yeah, so here's Bill, who the issue of people backstabbing him constantly. Let's just backstab him again, get my friend in there. Try to think about that, you know? Oh, so there you go. So the bottom line is just literally admitted that he's an asshole. He literally publicly just admitted that he's an asshole. He's underhandedly trying to hurt me purposely behind my back. He just admitted it. Okay. Oh, you're right. You will take the ban. You're absolutely right. You will take the ban. You'll take the ban hard right in your fucking ass. Get the fuck out. You're supposed to be someone I trust, and you're gonna be a dickhead and go behind my back and hurt me and something. Get the fuck out. You'll take the ban real hard right up the
not so sure.
The Chocolate, or the Bottom Line, as he was known at the time, wasn't the only mod that left. Swag and Zingland Ningo also left, leaving Phil's mod cover very bare. Next up on this list is number 6, mandatory contributions.
Or not mandatory. I can't wait for the money.
Can't read.
That's for all of those lovely bugle.
The full year begging.
Big ups to actually over there on Kiwi Farms for all of those lovely bugles throughout the begging year that was 2019 for DSP. And I hope you appreciated that original song made by yours truly. But moving on to number 5. It's $17,000.
So here's the good news. All right, I misunderstood how a lot of the tax stuff worked. I thought that if I didn't pay my taxes by April 15th, that I was going to have a ridiculous amount of late fees, a ridiculous amount of interest, and like it was going to destroy me. Like not only do I owe what I owe for my regular taxes for the year, but also then there would be a ton of extra shit on top of it. Let me add these two numbers quickly. Hold on, everybody. Get my calculator out. So this plus this. Okay. All right. So factoring in all things and what I already have towards it, the net amount that I still am going to owe the government. All right. $17,161. Holy shit! Oh fuck! Ouch! That is horrible, right? That's fucking insane amount of money. Yeah. That's what they're telling me I owe by mid-April. Okay. That is bad. All right. But. We don't have to meet this target yet. Okay. Not yet. Because there's some good news. All right. Here's what my tax guy told me. Okay. He said, good news is that he works with the government all the time, and he's very confident. All right. Very confident that if I can raise a certain amount of money by mid-April and put it towards this, that he's confident that he can take the rest of what I owe and he can negotiate it into a payment plan. Let's just $5,000. Let's say I can raise $5,000 between now and mid-April to put towards this total of $17,000 that I still owe. Okay, so then he'll take the remaining money and figure it out divided by 24 or whatever and say, okay, this is a monthly payment on it. But it's not guaranteed. Like he's basically saying he's going to try to get me the best terms possible, but he can't do that until we see actually how much I have to put towards the taxes. You see what I mean? Like once he has an amount, he's like, okay, this is what you owe. I'll go to the federal government. I'll tell them the situation, and I'll put you on a direct program where every month they can take it right out of your bank account. And as long as you do that, you agree to this. These terms, there's like no fees, no interest. You're not going to be destroyed. It's just going to be a set payment.
I'm supposed to delete that.
A set amount of time. Okay. Now I'm going to be very honest with everyone here. Just being very honest with all of you. Okay. So just being very honest here. You know, the payment plan might not work.
12. Good.
The more I raise, the better the situation for me. Okay. So if I can raise, you know, half of what I owe, all right, and have that paid towards it, and that's my house. It's not about it. It's the only way I make the money. All right. But what I'm hoping is that, you know, with this marathon on Saturday, you know, we're trying to raise many tips for this situation, that I can raise enough to make a big dent in this tax total. All right. Get it down as much as I can, and that can get me on a payment plan that's affordable for me. New Facebook create.
Triomphe. Je vous rassois avec des flocons. Trop de vrai. 150 ans chez Canac. Laisse-moi dire que j'en ai vu des affaires. Comme quoi? Une fois, j'ai vu une gang de tripoteurs criminalisés dans un magasin. Il voulait quoi? Comme ça, il voulait la caisse. La caisse? Mais dans le fond, il voulait juste les meilleurs prix. Les meilleurs prix? Mais des conseils. Des conseils? C'est qu'est-ce qu'il y a ça? Autant que nos prix, jeune. Autant que nos prix. Avec des prix ridicules depuis 150 ans. Quand il est
It's really invigorating to walk around and see this emerging technology.
You have something to learn from everyone. If you're not in consensus, you're missing out.
Facebook creation, you obviously have not listened to a word that I fucking said. I said that the total that I just told all of you is after any money I have left over from Emerald 7. You know, like, you do piss me off when you start. I just explained it, and then you act like I never said it, and then people will have these weird conspiracy theories about where the money went. Okay? So stop it. Listen the fuck up, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Language flip.
Jesus. So here's the deal. I think it's time, you know, basically now I know what I owe. I know what I'm up against. If I can raise around $17,000, boom, I'm actually good. Like, that would put me in a good position. I'd be like, wow, I raised the money, the taxes aren't even an issue for this year, now I can just go on business as usual and not have to worry about it at all. Realistically, do I see myself raising $17,000 in 3 weeks? No. Just be very honest with all of you. Alright? Be very, very honest with all of you. I don't foresee this happening whatsoever. Okay, I don't. What I'm hoping is that with Sekiro right here around the corner, which is going to bring out a lot of people who normally wouldn't come by, with the marathon on Saturday, which I know a lot of people are going to probably come out and be generous and help out with tips, and with my birthday week coming up. The first week of April is actually my birthday on the 6th, and you know, I usually do like last year on the decorations and stuff, we'll try to hype it up, birthday week fun and stuff. Hopefully some people will be generous and will raise as much as I possibly humanly can. Alright? And go from there. You know, if I can raise a big amount of money and put it towards the taxes, I think I'll at least be in a good or better position than originally I had imagined. Obviously, the goal here is to be in a position that I can afford, where I'm not, you know, oh my god, there's no way to pay bills and there's no way to pay what I owe, so I have to sell my house. Alright? I don't want to be in that position. Okay? Okay, so, yes, people said you should just do it with $17,000 tips bar. Well, I got a tips bar, but I definitely will have a running tally of what I've raised. Okay? And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, alright? You know, like I told you guys, this Saturday is basically make or break for me. It's true. You know, I need to raise a significant amount of stuff this coming Saturday. In the hopes that I can make a giant bang of what I owe and, you know, and go from there. So, we'll see how it goes. Okay? Alright, so, that is it. That's the deal for now. Okay? And we'll see how it works. You know, I am feeling positive for Sekiro tomorrow and the marathon on Saturday, and of course this coming week we're going to have Sekiro paired with MLB, and a lot of fun stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Okay? So, that's the deal. So anyway, in summary, I owe just over $17,000 in taxes still to the government, and I need to raise as many funds as possible before the middle of April in order to put towards said taxes. Okay? The more I raise, the better. Even if I can't raise the full amount, the more I raise, the situation I'm in. When I go to the government and say, here's what I have, please put me on a payment plan for the rest of it, my tax guy is very confident that as long as I can raise a significant amount of money, you know, between now and April to put towards this, that we'll be able to get onto this payment plan. Alright? So that's the deal, and that's why, you know, you don't have to feel discouraged or disheartened here. You don't, because it's not like I absolutely 100% have to raise the full amount in these 3 weeks that I have, okay? It would be amazing if I could, and I'm certainly not saying, oh my god, I wouldn't want that. Obviously, yes, if I could raise that full amount, boom, put it right towards it, holy shit, that would make my rest of my year be so much better. I don't have to constantly worry about this shit, okay? But the bottom line is, you know, in reality, I'm pretty sure we all know I'm not raising that much, you know what I mean? So, we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens with Sekiro. Let's see what happens with the marathon on Saturday. Let's see what happens with my birthday week. And let's hope for the best. And hopefully, you know, this can turn into something positive. And, you know, we do what I can actually realistically raise and everything. Things work out well. Okay? In addition to that, my trip to Connecticut is set. It's going to be the second week of April. I'm not giving specific dates or anything yet. I will as we get closer to it. But it's basically looking like I'm going to be here my entire birthday week, basically busting my butt, putting out fun streams for all of you, and trying to raise as much as possible before I'm out of here to go visit my parents in Connecticut. Okay? Fair enough? Okay. There you go. There you go. Alright, now, okay. DSP's biggest fan obviously is a troll. Did you get $250 in tips last night? What does that have to do with anything? Like, what is your actual point? This is what I mean. You people like New Face of Creation who say, what happened to the money for 7? You this guy, what happened to the $250 you raised last night? Where do you think it went? But what I'm hoping is that, like I said, we'll get to a situation here where you know, I can raise enough to at least either get on the payment plan or pay off everything if I can, which I doubt is going to happen, but, you know, trying to be positive and realistic here, and get to a situation where it's not just constant worrying about the next thing, you know? So, there you go.
Phil failed in reaching his goal. However, his mom later on bailed him out during that birthday, but we'll get to that one soon. Earlier this year, though, Phil had a chance to go on an interview with another internet celebrity, and that was Jeremy of the Quarry. And together, the Super Cow Brothers went on a Circle Jerk Fest.
Of the specifics of why you may love him or why you may hate him. I asked you, the viewer, for some interview questions. I asked as many as I reasonably could. I hope the interview will be entertaining to you. I think Phil is a pretty interesting story. He seems to me to be a relatively humble man, a man willing to accept he's made mistakes in the past, but also a man that still has a gouging fat butt. And to those that
Jeremy, not known to do much research for any of his interviews, made a video about the cancel culture surrounding DSP. And DSP took it as a fair video. The two eventually came to terms and scheduled out an interview. And oh boy, did it ever suck. Jeremy didn't do his research, and Phil was softballed several questions. And anything that came remotely close to being a troll question was scrutinized by Phil, with just Jeremy nodding and agreeing. There were plenty of sniffs, plenty of snorts, and Phil looking very uncomfortable.
I don't like that video I made last week. That was the first video I ever made about you, and I've known about you for many years. I'm not like as you might call it, a detractor channel.
No, absolutely not. That's honestly one of the reasons why, when I saw the video, I was like, this guy is not someone who constantly rags on me. You know, I watched the video. Yeah, he took some shots at me. Everyone has, right? Yeah. So it didn't offend me, and I was like, you were actually being honest and upfront, and you were analyzing it from kind of a third-party standpoint that was fair about these asshole independent media bullshit, you know, trying to attack me. And I was like, this guy actually is like legit. Like, this is a fair video about me. Out of all the stuff that gets made about me, very rarely do I get a fair video made about me. So that's why I
I thought it was funny that you know, when I saw those articles came out, it was like, oh, GSP says some racist shit, and then they post a like videos from 2 years ago or something like that, of you essentially doing like Ching Chong Bing Bong, which is, by the way, done by every mainstream media, person in the last 10 years. So it's not like you were saying anything in particular, anything crazy offensive or anything like that. And a lot of these outlets, as you saw in the video, they were unaware of your uncancelability. So maybe I'll start with, look, I don't want to just jump right in and with some like questions of Junk Art or whatever. So maybe some like reasonable questions, because to be honest with you, it might surprise you. Like most of my viewers are not people that are used, like, to be honest, most people that replied to those threads were like, ask genuine questions. As you saw the list, you're like, oh, these aren't that bad.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for post YouTube? So have you given any thought to like, what the fuck am I gonna do after all this, or how does that thought process go?
Yeah, when I started, I never wanted to do this for a living at all. This was only, I wanted to do this for a hobby, and then I lost my full-time job. Out of nowhere, I got laid off, blindsided. They actually like, nuts on the ass. And I didn't want to do it. But anyway, get back to your original question, like, I never planned on doing this to make any money. Like, I fell in my lap out of nowhere overnight. I was like, oh crap, this is amazing. I'm making more money now than I ever did at my office job. For 5 years that I was working there, they laid me off, and I'm making like so much more money. It's crazy. Of course, we all know that bubble didn't last, it burst, and now everything is so bad on YouTube. So I don't want to like ever say that in my life I would quit doing this outright, but it's pretty unrealistic to expect that you could ever do this your whole life.
I know you must know. You're not an idiot. You must know that some people are hate watching you, and so you interact with people or whatever the case may be. Where do you think, how does that work into your live stream? Interacting with these people are just always in your orbit, just to shit on you.
We're just here to take a big dump on everybody. We don't care what you do or what it is. We have to find the faults and destroy you. And they get jollies doing that. I used to heavily police my comments on my videos. Heavily police them. To the point where people were like, I don't like watching Phil's videos because I can't comment. When I comment, everything seems like it's super policed and commented on there. At one point, I just let it go. And when I noticed systematically over the years, more toxic people came in, more stuff just kept crapping on the videos. Some people say don't acknowledge it at all. But the thing is, if a lot of people are doing it and you don't acknowledge it at all, now it's like they're not going to come back. And when you allow that thing to have power, you know what I mean? It gets even worse. And at the same time, if you don't acknowledge it at all, that's a group of people that, number one, could be contributing or not.
Several channels that basically are 100% dedicated to making content, and you've had a few of them too.
Oh,
so, how do you approach that type of content now? What do you think of these dedicated channels that are basically just memeing on you?
See, here's the thing. Again, I'm different now than I used to be. When I was a full-time YouTuber, I was like really pissed off about it, and I would call these channels out. They're stealing my content. I wish I could take them down. Blah blah blah. I'm not even like that anymore. Don't try to actually like hurt myself or my livelihood or my family. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because sadly, there's people who do take it that far, and I hate to say it, but the people who make those channels don't realize that what they're doing is kind of putting the ammo into a group of people who aren't like that. Those guys, they're doing it for laughs. They're doing it to make fun of me, to make some popularity, get popularity on my expense, right? Yeah. They're not laughing at me, but they get a rise, they make some money doing it, whatever. It's fine. I don't care about that. What I care about is now the person who watches all their content comes after me and my family personally, which has happened many times. Yeah. And that's what I'm worried about. Like, I don't care if someone makes a video, this is how you don't play, here's a montage of Phil sucking at Dark Souls. Big deal. But you have a video that says, Phil is 100% a scammer, and he regularly, every day, he steals money from his viewers by lying to them constantly, and he's a really dishonest, disgusting person, and he really shouldn't exist. You're going to get people who are going to, like, in their head, not understand that that's a video and make fun of me. They think this is a call to action. And now they think that they have to do everything they possibly can to hurt someone like me or someone like me. Some of the stuff that's happening, I wouldn't even believe some of the stuff that people try to do.
I've had it all too. I've had swattings. I've had to deal with a lot of that bullshit too. People calling my fucking mom, who doesn't even know how to use Facebook or whatever.
Right.
People called my mother-in-law and told her that I was a neo-Nazi. And I said I wouldn't ask any questions about it specifically, but that is the biggest issue with your detractors, is the money.
Initially, they'll tell you it's money, but then if you kind of debunk what they're talking about, oh, that didn't really happen, here's what really happened. Oh, well, didn't you also know that Phil did this and this and this and this and this?
Yeah.
You know
what the big one that came up with the most was this cat thing.
Let's stop it right there. The rest of the interview was extremely boring, talking about gout, victim blaming, and various other normal DSP topics. But let's talk about this cat thing. In early August, Phil decided to give out some positive news in that things in the stream were going to change from this great big reveal coming up during his Mario 64 marathon. And well, what he did reveal was a tips goal of $1,000, with secondary tips goal of $2,000 that was forgotten about. However, Jasper, the $2,000 cat was revealed.
Someone who I'm going to introduce you to today, who has been a part of our lives for quite some time, all right? And it's funny because with all the stuff that we've had to do, we've had to keep a lot of stuff private. Come up here. Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to our pet.
That's what he is.
Oh, here we go. Here's our pet.
Oh!
Yeah, here we go. Perfect. This is Jasper, ladies and gentlemen. Jasper the cat. His favorite toy is the twisty thing that he bought for him, little strands. So here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. He's declawed in the front.
12, okay.
It's an amazing cat. Like I said, he's super friendly. He's such a nice guy. No one wanted to adopt him because he was declawed. Yeah, so it's a Jasper Cam, right? So that'd be cool, right?
thinking about all this in my head, and really the truth of the matter is we wanted to kind of reveal him for a long time now. But with all the stuff that's been going on in our lives personally, we just didn't, we wanted to wait for the right time. Alright, we just felt now is kind of the right time. I'm doing so many chill streams now that it makes sense. Come up here again, Jasper. Come up here. Great job. See, Jasper doesn't know that there's a camera here. She doesn't know look at you guys. We got a bunch of toys and stuff I can bring in here to play with him during the chill streams at night too, you know. Well, he really likes to knead stuff with his hands. So he's eating right now kneading the love seat with his hands. More than likely, if you're not really hanging out with him that much and you want to do him in the house and hang out,
Jasper hasn't released the strings at all. Most of the time he's sleeping in the office, Cat's stable if you will. Or he's downstairs spending time with Cat instead of Phil. Phil used his whole reveal to go ahead and scam his fans, once causing fans and mods to finally leave Phil streams. Numbered list happened very recently, and I was lucky enough to have one of my fantastic field agents provide me with the information, and we found out foreclosure saga has finally begun.
this is a situation where once again, I've done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever. And I'm getting
This is a legitimate court case, in which Phil is on the hook for quite a bit of money, upwards of $101,000, because he has yet to pay for his condo in Connecticut that he left abandoned. He didn't short sell it, he didn't take a loss, because his ego would have taken a massive hit. Speaking of Phil's ego, he wanted to act like a big boy, mature adult this year, and it leads us to our #1 spot, DSP.
As promised.
After months of Phil saying that they didn't have the money to get married, let alone engaged, which I thought was going to happen on this Connecticut trip where they had to go and meet his dying parents. But he pulled a fast one. And luckily for us, Mr. Hotspot has LSB's intense reaction.
Bruh, it's real? Hey, I'm either getting clowned really fucking hard. I fucking called it. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I fucking called it. I called it that this fucking trip was gonna be money to buy a ring and a honeymoon. No way. You goddamn pig.
Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the show. Continuing more of this April 25. We woke up, we were uploading clips. So we're gonna be uploading clips till the sunrise, and then we're gonna be filming a couple of videos. Because it's supposed to be a nice sunrise this morning, so we're gonna be enjoying that city fun. And that is pretty much it. So had a busy morning, but this is the evening slash very early morning of the 8th April 25 in the beautiful city of Lachine.
Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Unbelievable!
It's cold, a little bit cold. It's not
Look
bad.
how awkward she looks in that dress! Oh my god!
Good, okay, perfect.
Fucking called it. You guys paid for that wedding dress. Not you guys, but Phil's audience paid for the fucking wedding dress. They paid for the dress, they paid for the rings. Oh guys, this trip is gonna be 100% paid for by my parents. Fuck you. You guys paid for a suit, you guys paid for a dress, you guys paid for rings. I fucking called this months ago when he said, oh, my fucking parents are dying. Oh my god.
Pretty gonna move.
Hang on,
Pretty.
Is there a way for me to interact with this?
Gonna move.
No, it won't let me click on the play button. What's the click on screen? What is with her nails? Do you guys see this? She's got 4 white nails and 1 golden nail. Oh my god. What is this? Holy shit. It was planned from the beginning. It was so his parents could be there for the wedding. Yeah, I didn't think that far ahead, but he definitely gold dust nail. Yeah, that's perfect. I was gonna make a weekly DSP and just be like, oh, Phil's put this awkward Instagram picture out. Phil put this other awkward Instagram picture out.
Good.
Dak, you called the Instagram announcement? Damn. Yeah, I was calling that this trip is to go and get married, or at least go get engaged. Holy shit.
Wait, DSP got married? He just posted he got married? Yo, you mean that's the fuck out? Oh, that's
Yeah,
fucked
sure.
up. Oh, YouTube channels don't love that. I gotta go through so much effort. I'm not tripping. I already got this put open. Was that why you had the question mark tweet? Because he was asking Captain Married. Surprise, we got married. It was a tiny ceremony. My son is 10 years old, but we are so happy. Full started coming this weekend. Wow. I guess it's him lying to his viewers. Oh, she really. I can't even say what I think she looked like on this website. I'm gonna go on a bad world. I'm not saying anything. Oof.
When the criminal sensed that the skeleton king was no longer watching, the illusion was lifted, and the child was smiling.
71, which is great.
Oh man, I can't believe this is a thing. This is so nice. It's such a meme. It changes everything. Yo, this dude, did he lie about his parents almost dying to get married? What is that? Who does this? I have no money. I don't have money to do anything. And then he tells me he was super 10 years ago. He looked like Saw God Brothers. I want to see your wrist in that suit up. This hand is really old too. Oh well. Oh man. And it's funny because something I wanted to do on YouTube if I streamed it, and it was kind of about her moving in. Like what he was saying way before. No, I guess right before she actually did. This dude. Oh man. That is such a big meme. How was anybody gonna feel about something like that? I lied about Texas, frame trapped you and lied about my parents dying, and then hit you with a berry, and then buried you to getting married. What are you even supposed to think? Wow, when is the next time we fucking see Doc? Shit, it's Wednesday. Next time we see this dude is gonna be Thursday, bruh. Oh man, the internet's gonna. Whoa. What a fucking meme. Oh, dog.
Far.
2019 was an absolute crazy year in the DSP cinematic universe. 2020.
2020?
Retire all the cliches. Let's make retirement mean new beginnings, passions, financial possibilities.
Hello everyone, it's me, Crystal, and I have my cousin here, Tammy. Her name's Tammy, and we're at a brand new place here in Goodlettsville. Never been here before. Never been here before. And it's called Pollo Campero, which I think means either like country chicken or camp chicken or cowboy chicken. Okay, I'm not sure which one. Oh, all right. Because the logo is a chicken wearing a cowboy hat going like. And that's cute. And that's really cute. It is cute. The one thing you're gonna have to pay attention to is there's no shade. So I don't know where's your car. We're going to drive around to find shade, Crystal. The damn phone's gonna explode. Well, I will drive around for 10 minutes if need be to find shade. The mukbang lighting has to be good. The lighting has to be good, but also if your phone explodes, you will pass away. Yeah, and if your phone explodes, guess what? No mukbang. Think about that. They could probably do it like a black box over. They go in after a plane crash and get all the information. But who's gonna do that if we're dead? It's me and you. We're the ones that run this mukbang company. Probably the FBI. They got horchata's. Meat nuggets? Meat nuggets. I'm gonna try their Campo grill. I'm trying to grill chicken. What sides they got? Beans, rice, french fries, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, yucca fries, and sweet plantains. Plantains? We gotta try the coleslaw. Guess what? No Coke here, so direct landing. How are you? I'm pretty good. I give it 1 minute. Alright, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna give me a leg one side of a roll, or get a leg of I'm gonna get 1 piece of meat. I'm gonna add a side. Do whatever you want. That's okay? That's alright, add a side? Okay. You get 3 seconds. Don't need to get 4. That's going too crazy. Okay. You know what you want yet? Yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm ready. Alright, give me 1 moment. Yep. Cookies and flan. Flan. You know I love flan. Okay, we'll get flan. This is good. It's good. What you got back there? Pine soil? Yeah, it's been there for a few days. I'm planting some vegetables. Hey, can I get that 3-piece meal?
Don't blink. It's your Wayne. Welcome to the production. It's been having a wonderful day. I have to check the dates. Yeah, it is the 8th April. I wasn't sure. I said it and it didn't feel right, but then like a confidence, and now we're back. So don't blink. It's your Wayne. Welcome to the commentary show. Guys are doing having a wonderful day. I don't do nature. I don't do the weather anymore because again, we don't live in the same place, and I might be living in a town where there's only one person that's listening to me, so I'm not gonna do them for them. Although I love them, neighbor. This is the weather today. It's 8th April. It's -7 right now. We're about to do some videos. So we have the computer, right? And we have the tooth sour. There you go. It's gonna be a fun time. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Ah, baby. Sorry, I closed it by mistake. We're back though. Don't blink, it's your Blink. Welcome to the commercial. This thing wants to hang a wonderful day. We just had a sunrise. We have my 2 towers gonna be here. We have this to upload, and we have the sunrise. So we'll be doing some video. Let's get right into it. Hey, perfect. Okay, good. Don't blink, it's your wink. Welcome to our shop. Doing well. So having a wonderful day on this 8th April 2025. We are having a beautiful sunrise. I'm gonna have my 2 towers here. We have the computer to do some editing while we're waiting to film some videos, and we have a tower. So am I forgetting something? Yeah, forgetting my coffee, but also this. Enjoy. Oh, you know what? I want to get a bit of the snow. There you go. That's much better. Oh shit. I forgot. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the computer show. Visiting Wolves, having a wonderful day on this 8th April 2025. We're about to be filming some videos. As you can see, we have the computer for uploading on TikTok and on YouTube. We're waiting on this. Keep up to this. We got the 2 towers and the beautiful sunrise. So let's get right into it. Let's start filming because we got a busy day. Ce qu'elle a laissé, s'abstienne. Dis-moi pourquoi tu m'as remplacé. Où est passée ma place? À tes côtés, je me souviens des matins. Il était simplement bien. Oups, là. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Content Show. This is doing well, having a wonderful day. This is the second time we're trying this because your boy is clumsy AF. Today we have a good day. Good morning. It's around 6. It is 7:01. We have the computer to do some editing. Got my 2 playthrough right here. Got some coffee. Playing the tower here. But most of all, we have a beautiful sunrise on this 8th April 2025. So enjoy. How beautiful is that? Okay. Okay, perfect. It kills me not to notice, but all but just forgotten. What the color of her eyes were, and it's puzzle how she got them, and the paintings on the they should do. But this world has forgotten. Doom 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 She said, I don't hate you, girl, but I got the answer for the question that you still have. She said, I don't love you, girl, but I'm not the answer for this question that you still have. Whoa, whoa. 1,000 miles away, there's nothing left to say. There's so much left and I don't know. Whoa, we never had a voice. It's too much voice that takes me under once again. Whoa. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Content Show. This is Wolf. Having a wonderful day on this 8th April 2025. We have a beautiful sunrise behind us. Let me show you. And yes, you're seeing snow. It is a Wednesday today, so happy Wednesday. Today we're making videos, and this is the very first video. So I think what I have to do is a little coffee. Now we are not noobs. We're not gonna get today on the menu. There's the beautiful Cafe Right. However, Cafe Right is a bit underwhelming, so we're gonna put in 2 bags at one. And yes, it's a bit cold outside, but it's nice. You know why it's nice? Because the sun is behind us. So the sun literally got our back. How nice was that? So the favorite of the day is actually not the best first video to do, but still, people ask me, oh, for fuck's sake. No, they don't ask me why you swear so much. They ask me why you're so messy though. People often ask me, how do you do that to give up, right? Now, a lot of people would give up because, again, I've been doing this for 4 years. It isn't yet something that brings the income, which a lot of people will say, yo, fuck that, I'm patient, but I have patience, right? So the question is, how do we do not to give up? And the answer is actually pretty simple. Well, everything I'm going to talk about today is via my own design, via my own understanding. Yes, we're filming. Nice. I don't want to be filming the door like last time. Yes, there's a video that I did post, thank God, that is 45 minutes long of filming this door. Why? Because we forgot to turn the camera back. yeah. So, the reality is, there's often that I want to give up. There's often time where I thought this isn't for me. And those days, those last weeks, those last days, and there've been a lot more currents lately. Because you guys remember what I told you about whether this channel came out of a need to express yourself, this channel came out of a need to be social, this channel came out of a need to change my normal life, because my normal life was a dude that was being bullied at work, right? We did change that, and that's thanks to the social media. Then we did that for 3 years, and it was an obsession because it was something that I enjoyed doing so much, right? And I was going to work, and I had this job that I kind of liked, but it was nowhere near the fun that I had making content, right? And then for the very finale of the thing is the fact that it's so weird to talk about. It's so odd to mention the simple fact that we were able to do this for 3 years and a half without the thoughts of never giving up, and then the time to give up came in. So I think I should tell you cases of where I want to give up. That way we can make a better picture, we can make a better understanding of why and how I didn't give up, right? So the talk about giving up came shortly after. So I left work in March. Unemployment covered me for 10 months, which was where it stands. That's 8 is August. Yeah, 8 is August. So it started off August, and then you guys remember that I had my burnout in September and October. So the talk came in. So the talk was like, okay, well, I don't need to do this for money because I do have a job, and the job is paying my bills, right? I'm doing this out of a hobby. But then I fell in love with it, and I was like, okay, well, you got a year to make it something that's worth, that is plausible, that is worth investing in time, of course, because it's easy to invest in time when it's an hobby. But when it's a 40 hours, 60 hours a week, right? That's a bit more, especially if you thought that the amount of work we did last year. You thought of, okay, well, we're going to be doing this every single year, but I can't be living on such a small budget, right? And the thought of having my parents, which I truly trust, say, maybe this isn't for you, you know? And the thought definitely crossed my mind. So you see, I think we were blinded. We were blinded by the appearance of, okay, well, this is what I want to do. And I thought about this before. Now, don't worry, I'm not doing that. It's not my farewell. But I think there's a big difference between want and need. I think I thought I needed to make content versus I want to make content. Right? What I need right now is a job. Now, ultimately speaking, if I could do a want and transform it into a job, I would do it for sure. But it's not the case right now. Right? So we start thinking about getting a job. And it's kind of nuts because I started this conversation, I started this video by saying a lot of people wouldn't have this result that we're getting. And because they didn't have the result that we're getting, they would give up, right? That's what I said. But the reality, and again, I'm just putting ideas out there, right? I don't know shit. I don't know more than my neighbors. I don't know more than anybody in the world. But I do believe that the refusal that I did bring a lot of CVs, right? And the fact that I didn't get a lot of callback. The refusal, it's a form of rejection, a form of failure, right? This form of failure was emphasized by the fact that, okay, well, the channel didn't go well, right? And then I was on Reddit for the YouTube to see, okay, well, how much do people usually have? Oh, I can't talk English today. We'll try a little bit so that I can get some coffee. I went on a Reddit post, which was a small YouTuber. Now, the idea was to see the, because at the same time, I'll be completely honest, and I don't want to be a dick. The coffee. So, I don't want to be a dick, but you know, if people ask me, why aren't you giving up? My honest answer, my automatic answer, the first thought that would come in my mind is like, well, everybody else did. I told you guys multiple times. I started making content in May 2021, right? I was with a bunch of content creators, right? And out of it, I think me and Sir Wins a lot. Oaktree on TikTok, on Twitch, and on YouTube. I think we're the only one left. I truly think that now people came back, people left, people came back, but people that never stopped, it's only me and Sir. Now, it's 2 out of, I want to say 15, 16, right? That's insane to me, right? So those people give up, and of course, it's sad that your friends give up, but at the same time, well, it's an oversaturated market. Less people making content means possibly more eyes. I'm going to tell you a secret, okay? I'm going to tell you a huge secret. It doesn't matter how many creators there are. It doesn't matter how many videos are created per day. There's still the same amount of viewers. When is the last time that you rewatched a video on YouTube? Me too. What are the odds? So you know, so it doesn't matter how little videos are being created because they're still going to be watching, right? So that's why I didn't give up. Like, yo, everybody else did, right? But then Sir, the difference between me and Sir is, Sir still had a job. My biggest, not necessarily regret, my biggest mistake was to treat this as a plan A when it was supposed to be a plan B. You understand? So, and now I understand that it's kind of like, because we're flirting with the idea of, it's not actually quitting, but it's flirting with the idea of, okay, well, this is going to be a hobby, right? The dream was to do the 1 year out of work, making content, and if this becomes something that is viable, something that I can put food on the table, it didn't happen, which is okay. At the same time, lately we've been doing some live, and I've been talking to you guys. And there's also the fact that, yes, I didn't give up, but there's also the fact that you realize how wrong you were. For example, right? I'm going to be doing TikTok live, and I'm going to be talking to people. I'm going to have more fun than if I was on my own. And then you start thinking, holy shit, how many of those videos I should have done in TikTok live instead, right? And Of course, your content would have been different. It's a case of, well, I didn't know, but now I know, I can improve. But am I truly improving because I don't know which is the right direction? Is the direction that takes me forward, the direction that takes me backward? I don't know which one to switch, right? So we're on the right path, we're on the wrong path, but you're still moving, right? Versus when I gave up and just left both paths, right? So this change, right? This change. And I was talking a lot about relationships lately, right? I'm talking a lot about relationships lately. And we're going to do a lot about that also, which is relationship and being single, how is it like, you know? But the relationship, it's almost like, see, well, you have a kid with your wife, right? And then you divorce. You're still co-parenting, right? It's different. But it's still raising a kid. It's still principally the same thing, right? So then you're like, okay, well, I gotta raise a kid somehow, right? And then things change, and then there's a new girlfriend on the way, right? And she's a stepmom to the kid, right? And she's not a real mom, but she's also helping raising that kid, right? And that's how I feel about the content right now. We had this kid 4 years ago, and a lot of things changed. It's still the same thing, but things are different, right? So you're trying to do the right thing, but at the same time, like, okay, well, things didn't work, so I have to change somehow, right? So even though there's this advice of not wanting to give up, well, there's just also this real, not necessarily lack of motivation, lack of issue, but, you know, it's, I'm gonna make this less complicated because right now it doesn't make any fucking sense, okay? Super less complicated. We started, it was a need, started because I need to do something. Then in the middle, which is last year, we were making content in the hope of this becoming something full-time, right? Now, we're posting CV, I've already worked with the companies for the temporary agency. Temporary agency is good, but it's not cannot do long-term, right? So we've been working with that, but now we're looking for a better job, because it's more stable with 40 hours a week, because we're men and we have responsibilities. But at the same time, you know, it's I do not want to give up making content, but you're seeing this change, and you're saying, okay, well, I'm gonna have a job, how's it gonna change, right? But then the craziest thing is it's not gonna change, because when I started making content, I also had a job. So we're going back to the roots, right? But then you go back to the roots, but you got more experience, right? You know what you want, you have a better demographic, you have a better public, right? When I talk with you guys, yes, it's super fun to do the different life, but I get some regulars, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, that's so cool, right? That is so freaking cool. So no, we're not giving up. I don't think we're ever gonna give up. I think it's more stubbornness than anything else, which is possibly something that's a bit worrying. But I just see, I am of the opinion, and again, you can call me a dumbass, right? You can call me a dumbass. You have to work a little bit. You can call me a dumbass. Okay, I gotta zoom out. No problem. You can call me a dumbass at the same time. It's the reality of, okay, well, the environment is changing, right? The environment is changing, and you have to adapt, right? And it's a really weird thing because we're adapting to a situation that is our own, right? So we're not in a position where, okay, well, I gotta adapt to something I don't understand. No, you understand what's going on because this is your reality, right? And it's coming back to the basic, which is a job, right? And when we have time, it's phenomenal because you're like, well, I wasn't able to balance it out quite nicely, right? But there's also this crazy need. When I was working last time, I was obsessed with, right? But now that we're just doing this, and there's this need to work. There's this feeling of need to work. There's this feeling of having a value, right? Being a high-value man, not because you have a job, not because you pull bitches, not because you have the latest Lamborghini, not because you have a watch that's worth this amount, but because you're partaking in doing something that's better than yourself, right? Ultimately speaking, the content that we're making is exactly that. It's something that we're doing that is bettering your life, because some people are going to be listening to you and are going to be brightening their horizon. So when you watch this video, right, it doesn't matter if you are agreeing with what I'm saying, right? It doesn't matter what you think about what I'm saying. As long as you're listening, you'll have an opinion, right? This opinion will lead to something else, and this something else will lead you to a new way of talking, right? Planting a seed of thoughts. Think about when you went to school, right? When you went to school, technically speaking, you had books for every single subject, right? You had a book for math, you had a book for science, you had a book for your linguistic, you have a book for geography, right? So technically speaking, the teacher wasn't necessarily needed, right? Because you had what you need to learn in the book, right? Then you think about all of those kids that are homeschooled, right? But then you realize that the teacher in himself was the one that was able to vocalize this, was able to verbalize this, was able to bastardize this, to make it easier, to make it simpler to understand. And you understand that somehow, somewhere, in these lesson that he gave you, there's an inch of his opinion, his perception. For example, we have the Palestine and the Free Palestine and Gaza, right? And then if a teacher was talking about that, and the teacher was non-biased, you could tell him the lesson that he's telling you that he is non-biased. But him bringing the subject up, right, would be an opinion. And the beautiful thing about an opinion, the most beautiful thing about an opinion is not factual. It isn't factual. It's not a fact. So you can agree with it, or you can disagree, right? It will make you feel a type of way. This is exactly what's going on with the content, with the work. With the work. I think the biggest question I asked myself, coming in this year of making a lot of content, right? I think the biggest question I asked myself is, what if? What if it worked, right? What if it worked? But now we're finally in a position, and this is the finale of why we're not giving up. We're in a position where it doesn't matter if it works or it doesn't work. It doesn't matter if this is viable or not viable. It doesn't matter if I end up becoming a content creator full-time or not. Would I like to? Yes, I would love to. Now, I'm not asking myself the question of what if. I'm not asking myself the question of when. I'm not asking the question of, okay, well, is it possible? Because I've had my dose of making content, and although I still love it, I don't have this constant need of making content. There's days where I was doing 12, 13 hours, and I still felt like I didn't do enough. I still felt like, you know what, I could have done better. For example, right now, we're doing a video here. See, that's the craziest thing. We're talking about the video about giving up, right? Or not giving up or not giving up, right? We're downloading clips for YouTube and Twitch. We have a phone filming the sunrise and sunset. We have tree playthrough on the tower, right? And this, I could have done that a year ago. I could have done that 3 years ago. We've been making that for 4 years. It's a beautiful thing. I'm talking about relationship. Imagine being a father, and you want to be a father, you want to be a father, right? And then you become a father. And it's not something that you want anymore. You don't want to become a father because you're already a father. It's part of reality, right? You have this kid that's crying. And I say, hey, I need you. And he calls you dad, right? And although you don't want to be a dad anymore because you're already a dad, it's still part of your life, right? It's still part of your everyday life. And you make the best of it. There's days where it's harder to say what you want. You can't give up, right? Now with this, the number of things that I was able to accomplish, right? The reality is I was sad when I started making content, right? I was sad. I'm not sad anymore. I'm bigger. I'm better. I'm more mature, right? I'm more mature. But even then, when you just look at the content we're making right now, right? Right now what we're doing is we're doing some weight loss content, right? Now the weight loss content I think would have happened no matter what. I think there's a day where I would have been like, holy shit, I'm at risk of getting diabetes or shit like that, right? I think there's a point of time where I would have been like, I need to lose some weight. But then I was like, okay, well let's do it now because I'm looking for new content, right? It's going to be a fun thing to do, right? And we started doing it. If the weight loss works, it's going to take you guys, right? And then it's a pre-value of, okay, well, put in the hard work, we got some results, and we build a community, right? But at the same time, if it doesn't work, in case you lost some weight, right? And then there's this question of, are you doing the thing that you're doing for the right reason, right? And I'm of the belief that it doesn't matter the reason behind it. A good action is a good action, a bad action is a bad action, right? It doesn't matter the reason behind it. Now, what matters is intention, right? Do I have good intention or bad intention, right? If my intention are, for example, we'll talk about money a lot today. But the reality is, we're okay. We're okay when we're working. We're okay now, and we'll be okay when we're going to be working, right? And although I didn't manage my budget correctly, we still managed to do something that was beautiful, right? It was a journey. It was a journey. It's still a journey, but at the same time, we're moving with arcs, right? We had this arc of getting to know myself, right? This arc of being able to film and being on the camera. This arc of a load of work. We had this period, arc of depression, which was in October. Now we have this arc of I'm never aware of the situation, and I'm okay with it, right? And it's not because when I talk about the video, I didn't think about doing that, right? I never thought about doing that. But at the same time, it's a beautiful thing because you're maturing. Like the next thing we're gonna do is about people using productivity thing, right? Then my perception of it changed, right? Right now I don't mind as much. I think it's a shitty thing to do. I think it's absolutely shitty thing to do. Am I more aware that it happens? Am I more able to act with it, right? I'm gonna talk about this a little bit, but I'm gonna make a video out of it. So, for example, before yesterday, we had a show in the live, TikTok live. But we just had a wonderful talk. We just talked with people that are really cool. We had a really good workout. So even in the person with the show, I didn't really mind, right? And then the question came to me, this question of, why don't you care? Is it because you're giving up, or because you're more mature? And the answer is, of course I'm more mature, but we'll talk about it more in the video. So I'll let you go. But thank you for watching. Love you guys. Take it easy. Don't wait. It's your boy. Welcome back to the show. Doing well on this early morning, 8 April 25. It is a beautiful day outside. We are uploading video here, filming here, right? Playing the tower here, and we are enjoying some wonderful coffee. Coffee, and coffee. Today's video is actually a special one. This is a video that I've already done in the past. This is a video that I possibly did a couple times. You can see me on the computer a little bit because we are uploading the video. And if you don't mind, cool, me neither. So it's a video that we did before. But at the same time, it's a really cool thing because my opinion about that change, and the opinion changing is it's almost as if you were doing a part 2, even though the two videos don't have anything in common, right? So the video is relationship between content creator, right? We did a video about that. The last time we did a video, it was a video where I was complaining about people trying to use you and you didn't know who was there for you and who wasn't there for you, right? And the mentality completely changed in a way of, I think the reason is also is almost or as important as the change, right? But before that, right, I'm gonna tell you why we're making this video. So, for example, last week we had a person coming into our life twice, right? And we had this, I'm not gonna name her, right? But she's a lot younger, and I don't think she realized what she's doing. I think she's realizing what she's doing. I think she knows what she's doing, but she doesn't know how bad it is. So I had this person last night, right? And this person came in last night. Sorry, another person last night. That's why we're doing this video today. And this person came in and she was like, she wants to do battles. I was like, I don't do battles. And then she gave me a pouty face like, please. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry, but I don't do battles. There's 1 billion other people that do battle, right? And then she's attractive, so she starts showing off, knowing that I have people in the chat, right? Now, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but I knew she was showing off because there's this weird thing. There's this really weird thing, which is really normal, of having, and I'm gonna sound misogynistic, and I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. It's not a place of hatred, but it's a place of, in a case where I'm listening to both a woman and a man, there's a man and a woman. So okay, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. There's two people that are, so lately we've been working on the computer a lot, we've been on recap a lot, right? And that takes a lot of time. So we've been watching a lot of YouTube, right? And I've been watching 9 Day Fiance recaps, right? And there's two kind of people that I really enjoy, which is My Thoughts and Your Wet Socks. And now these two are complete opposites, right? My Thoughts is a bit softer, my Thoughts is a bit more funny, right? And Your Wet Socks is a bit more of a reaction guy. He's gonna push you to have a reaction, but also to think about what's going on. And I love that. But at the same time, I am hyper aware or whatever you want to call it, I don't care, right? But I'm aware that there's time where you gotta take for the boys and my thoughts, you take for the girls, right? In both cases, with my thoughts, it feels like a lot of time. And it sucks so bad because I really liked her. I really liked my thoughts. But it feels like she is always for the woman, right? She's always for the woman because, and I can't help but think that maybe she met a guy and he hurt her feelings and that's why she like that. But then you have my wet socks, right? Your wet socks. But at the same time, he's a bit too much for the guys. I'll call people like she's a cheater, she came in for a green card, and I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying, right? So I have these two completely different people with completely different opinion, and I know that somehow the truth lies in the middle, right? So even then, I'm going to be listening to your Wet Sox because I'm like, okay, well, this dude, we're the same age, we have the same cultural reference, he likes anime, right? So I do like your Wet Sox, right? Now, with what I was saying about last week, I think she's aware that a lot of the people that are in my chat are men. Now, weirdly speaking, we have a lot more women. Lately, we've been having a lot more women, which is great. I fucking love that. But I've been having a lot of men, and it's talk about hockey, about sports, about cars. It's quote unquote your typical, your cliche boy stuff, right? And she started showing us, right? She was attractive, and she wasn't showing enough to me. And then the idea came to me: you're showing enough to the people in my chat that way they're thinking for you. And I could get mad at her, and I knew what she was doing. And of course, she's younger, but at the same time, like it's a shitty move, you know. Now, if people that come to my life, I don't own them. I do not own them. When I check somebody else's life, I don't care. Okay, as long as you're happy, don't care. Right? At the same time, I think it's the action behind it. I think it's the action behind it because you're like, dude, I'm nice to you, you know. And this particular person, I have this almost negative bias towards because we didn't know each other a lot. And then she was in need because she was having some problem, emotional problem, right? And we started calling each other every day, right? And she was super kind. She used things like "I love you" instead, of course, because I'm a sensitive guy, right? And then poof, disappear, right? And then she unfollowed me. The reason as to why I don't know, the reason as to why I don't care, you unfollow me, right? And that's kind of you know. So at the same time, it's bad. But then she started talking to me again. She's like, "Oh, we're in a battle." And I'm like, "You're coming to me because you need something, right?" And that can be bad. But then it's a dog eat dog world. It's the same viewer at the same time watching one life or the other, right? If you're watching my life, you're not watching hers. And if they're watching her life, you're not watching mine. I think it's a question of confidence. Am I interesting? Why am I not having other people? And I think the first thing that you're thinking then, the thing that you're thinking, right? And it's also funny because we're deep diving a lot into the content that we're watching, right? So we're watching a lot of content, we're watching a lot of YouTube, and another thing that we're watching is Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmare. It's all on YouTube, right? We're watching that, right? And a lot of people, they said, why is my restaurant not working? Now, some of these are really bad. They have bad practice, they have bad staff, bad management, the kitchen is dirty, the fridge is dirty, but in some cases, they're just better out there. And I watched an episode yesterday, and the food was delicious. However, the food was taking, I think it was 75 minutes, and there was a store next to it that was doing the same thing in 10 to 15 minutes. Now, admittedly, the same thing wasn't as good. People don't care about this little bit of quality for 5-6 times the time, right? And in this case, it probably wasn't the food. It was that there was a lot of competition, right? So I think it's a question of confidence. I think the first thing that you're thinking when you don't have anybody in your life or in your chat or nobody watching your video is my content cheap? Am I doing something wrong, right? This is a true story. We're really opening ourselves up. We're really an open book, right? There was an instance, and we're not talking about we aren't talking about like 2 weeks ago. Oh well, yeah, actually 2 weeks ago. We're talking about 2 weeks ago. We're talking about a month ago, and we were starting to do the workout, right? And the workout, a lot of people were doing super well. They're like, you know what? I didn't eat yet. Let's go eat. And then let's do a thing of life because I don't have. I was talking about Thursday where I don't have a lot of creative juice. I think we have a little bit too much. So we made it live. Nobody showed up, and I swear to God, for the 20 minutes that we're doing it, I was fucking sweating. I was nervous. What's going on? Have I done something wrong, right? And I was thinking about how is that possible, right? But then there's a huge difference. When we did the workout stream, it was 2 p.m. And when we ate, it was 9 p.m. At 9 p.m. there's a lot more people doing live than at 2 p.m., right? So the market got oversaturated. It's a question of habits also, right? I think there's a level where as a content creator you come in, and there's a level as to which where people don't really care what you're doing because they care about you, right? And that's a beautiful thing, but it's always the same, for example, cycle, right? So you have this favorite content creator, and you're always watching them because you love them, right? You're always watching them because you love them. Right now, this morning we were watching Trader Trash Tabby, Mukbang, and she's amazing. I love her. But the only reason I know about her is because Nicole Cattle. That's the only reason, right? That's the only reason. And although I love the content, we're watching her because we watch Nicole Cattle so often and we watch all of his videos, you know? So it's not because she's not good, because I have a preference. I have a preference, right? So it is insane. So she came in and she did that. And instead of getting mad, I was like, okay, well, that was a cheap thing, right? Now, ultimately speaking, am I going to be vengeful? Am I going to have a vendetta and go to war? No. But I'm going to be mindful of it. I'm going to remind myself of that, right? And I feel like we matured as how we handle those things, right? At the same time, it's maturity comes at a cost. And the cost is actually a big one. It's more reserved. If you're keeping shit in a bit better, you know, I've always had a problem with emotion. I mean, I'm a transparent guy. When I'm not doing good, you're gonna know. When I'm doing great, you're gonna know, right? But when I'm not doing good, I'm an asshole, right? Not an asshole in the sense of I'll attack people elsewhere. In the sense of I don't care about what you're thinking. I'm dealing with my shit. That's not cool. So yesterday, because we talked about yesterday, they said I had a guy come into life, right? And this person is, again, I understand why he's doing everything he's doing, but that's not cool. So, and it seems like I'm pinpointing some things. You gotta understand why we're talking about that. Right? We understand why I'm pointing out those people in particular, right? So this guy, I was making a lot of lives last year, and he begged me to do battles. It's like, no, I don't do battles. I do not do battles. I don't care about money. And then it was coming every day, and I was like, oh fuck, okay, let's go. Back at that time, I had one viewer. And the guy was getting a lot. He was getting a lot of gifts, right? So then, what ended up happening was, I had one person partake. This guy went and followed the person that was gifting to me and DM'd them. Now, technically speaking, I don't mind, because this person came to me and said, yo, this guy's DMing me, please be careful. He's not who you think he is. And I was really did it. It was still a shitty thing to do, right? In the same way, he did it because, again, this is his livelihood, of course. But then I was like, okay, well, we're done. I'm not gonna make a video with you. And that was last year. So we blocked him, and I was like, fuck you, dude, right? Then I felt bad. I was like, you know what? I don't know the situation. Maybe he's broke. Maybe he has some debt. Maybe he's desperate, right? I don't know where he was coming from. So we unblocked him, right? And then yesterday he came in. He was a bit down, right? He was a bit down. And I remember him because, again, I'm like, dude, that guy. I unblocked him, and I wasn't mad at him anymore. I forgave him. But there's still this stuff in my head of, you're a shitty person, you know? And so he came in, and he was depressed, and he was feeling some type of way. And I felt bad for him, like, you know what? Okay, I got you, right? And now what I start doing lately is, when I see people staying for 5 or 10 or plus minutes, you know, my lives, I send them a heart. Which is thank you, like a little thank you, saying, hey, thank you for being part of the live, thank you for joining today, you were awesome, I fucking appreciate that, right? And his answer was 3 emojis. Now, you're like, okay, well, what's wrong there? There were 3 of his own emojis. So I told him, question mark. And the guy said, these are my emoji if you're interested. And I was like, the only reason you came to my life was to ask something in return. And I was like, this is super shitty. Right? But again, I think there's a lot of content creators like that. There's a lot of content creators that don't have, it's a question of, you can't blame them. It's a question of morals. We all have different morals, different values, right? Something that's okay for me to do will not be okay for you to do. Something that you do will not be okay with me, right? So how do we deal with the situation? Why am I talking about these 2 cases in particular? Because in the last month, I'm talking about March, those are the 2 only instances where I had to deal with somebody doing that to me, or treating me wrong, or doing something that's a bit sus, you know? And it's shitty that in a month you only have 2 people, right? That's amazing. And then the craziest thing is, you came in and you got another shout out. He came in with Sir Rizalot, who was part of the content, he was a guest, he came in with some dual stream. It was nice because this guy that I like, he's actually super nice. But what I like most about Sir Rizalot is there's this kind of fucked up sense of, oh, you comment on my videos, I comment on yours, you follow me, I'll follow back. You like my videos, I'll like yours back. So it's constantly give. And it's not a system where you grow. It's a system where you cheat the system. It's a system where you grow. Your growth of your positive engagement isn't real, it's fabricated, right? And I don't believe in that because, again, it creates lazy content creator. I don't know what I have to put, but I'm going to take a picture of this wall, right? It's a beautiful wall. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful wall. I'm going to get 25 likes, right? Now, these content creators, this is a content creator, they say, oh, like your video, like mine, okay? It's a fucking wall. It's a fucking wall. Doesn't matter how nice it is, it's a fucking wall. By having these likes, you're not learning that, maybe, you know what, maybe I should be filming this, I was filming this, maybe, you know what, maybe I should be filming this instead, right? Maybe, just maybe, right? That's how you grow. With Seer Rizalot is one of the only, if not the only content creator that I never felt that way. Now, the importance of Sir Rizalot in this whole story, that I known Kyle for 4 years, and he never done anything. There's not a single thing that he did to me that was like, oh, actually, right? And I appreciate that because at the same time, like, it's not a couple instance of you being nice. It's constantly being nice. And I don't get the feeling that there's pressure here. So instead of being, oh, we have to help each other, is we're coexisting. I love my neighbors. They're super nice. They're super nice. Do my life depend on them? No. Do their life depend on me? Hopefully not. But at the same time, it's the same thing. Yesterday, I went to Skylar, which is another content creator, Canadian. I'm gonna try to, I wish I remembered. I don't remember the complete name. Skylar, I'm sorry, Skylar, I love you. I love you. Yesterday I came in her live and I hadn't seen her for a while, so I'm like, oh shit, it's good to see you. And she got me, she put me up and she's like, hey, how are you able to talk? You know, the people I was in her life for a couple of days, people were gifting me, and she was like, yo, there wasn't a talk of people gift you thanks to me. She'd be saying thank you. Now, understandably, there's a 20% that goes to her, because that's a TikTok rule, but it was just like, this was such a cool relationship because my content doesn't rely on you, your content doesn't rely on me, it's just cohabitation, right? And I've come to expect that, I've come to appreciate that. How many content creators that you guys have met, and there's some shit content creator, right? But having this relationship, and those are people, and you see, we're seeing this a lot with people doing collabs, right? But I think there has been always it's hard to do collabs because there's always been, it's a relationship, right? There's never a relationship where it's truly 50-50. It can be close to 50-50, it can be 40, 52, but it's never 50-50. And there's always someone in the content creator, right? That is a bigger content creator, right? And ultimately speaking, it's normal. Ultimately speaking, you're glad to help out smaller content creator. But ultimately speaking, there's only so much you can give. Right? So much you can give. Like something that's kind of bad happened 3 weeks ago. That was really bad. But again, it's not a big deal, but it was a shitty thing to do. So I came in and said, hey, my mother's not doing well. So we're talking, right? And I'm like, are you let's go with her? And he was like, I'm not going with her. So I said, show her the phone and said, hey, hi, how are you? Please feel better. I just said hi, right? And then somebody said, he said hi to somebody else. And I felt bad because I said hi to the mom. She was sick. So I said hi to the other person. And then the third person that came in and said, can you say hi to my dog? Can you say roof to my dog? And I was like, you fucking asshole. Because of that, those 2 people that had good intention, those 2 people that just wanted something kind done to them, are looking like assholes because they didn't have to say. But are you blaming the guy who's an asshole Are you blaming the two people for one person that's an asshole? No. They just coexist, and they just coexist. There's all a question of how much you're willing to give. And I feel like this is the relationship between content creator. This is the relationship, how much you're willing to give. This idea of what you... I'm gonna be transparent. I already told the story. So when I start streaming, right? Now, there's numbers. I listened to Charlie Voice Critical. He was talking about how more than 80% of content creators on Twitch are streaming to less than 5. Now, please remember that we've been doing this for 4 years. Okay? Well, 4 years and... Holy shit, wait a second. Okay. We're the 9th April 2025. We're reaching a 4 years next month. And exactly 30 days, 31 days, I don't know. How crazy is that? Exactly 4 years. That's crazy. So I was on Twitch when he came in, right? And I was playing Kingdom Hearts. It was my first person, and I want to tell you the truth. It was my first person in a month or more than a month. He came in and said, hey, you're good, but you don't have viewers. Why? I was like, I don't know. It's like, I have this Instagram group, right? And I put this Instagram group, and I wanted to join it because when I help each other out. So like, hey, that's a great idea. Let's be part of the team, right? And then I did that for 4 months, 5 months. I was reaching crazy numbers. I had 26 viewers. I had a lot of viewers, a lot of freaking viewers, right? But there's always this in my chats. There was always this case of it's really bad, right? It's really bad because I was talking about the 2 people before, right? They were self-promoting my chat. They were saying, hey, watch this, I'll follow you, follow me back. And people didn't really care about the stream. It was just something they had to do. It was just something for chilling. It was just something for them for networking, right? And that sucked. It didn't suck because it was not the right thing to do. It sucked because you're out there not for... It's a question of when you're making content, when you're doing anything at all, are you more looking for results or are you more looking for having fun? In my case, it was having fun, right? So, we had some really good numbers and I was so desperate. I allowed people. It's a fucking shame. I allow people to be shitty people, you know? The worst thing that happened to me, the worst thing I ever did, as content creator, I had this person in my chat. On Twitch, that was years ago though. It was years ago, it's still a shitty thing to do, but it was years ago. I had a viewer, I'm not gonna name him, but he texted one of my female viewer, and it was inappropriate with her. And then she told me, hey, look what he did to me. And I thought about the guy, because like, he's single, he's telling me that he's depressed. I understand he's depressed, I don't want to tell people he's depressed. He came to me today, hey, I'm depressed. Alright, wait, I feel lonely. So I had this information, I'm like, okay, well, he thought that you were single, he probably find you attractive, he's just clumsy, he doesn't know how to express himself. Well, he comes off as creepy, but I came out as creepy multiple times. I've been a weird guy, I've been a really weird guy. So I never understood it, right? So, I knew that this happened. So this person left the stream, she left, and I was like, yeah, well, fuck. I understand why she left, but still. And then 3 months later, I had this other person came to me. It was like, hey, the same guy, he's sending me nudes. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? And she showed me the text, she didn't show me nudes, thank God. But he sent her explicit text. It was the same guy. And then, I was like, holy fuck, I knew this was gonna happen. This would happen once. And I could have stopped it. And my problem wasn't that he was sexual with those two people. Shit happened, no? My problem is how many people was he sexual to, and then reach out to me and say, hey, look at this guy, what he's doing. You know? And I was so disrespectful to you that I was like, okay, no problem, right? That's the worst thing to do. Why are we talking about that? Because as a content creator, you should have a circle of content creators that are uplifting you. Right? As weird as it is, the first kind of image that I saw was OTQ, with Niskif, Valkyrie, Emiru, you know. The second one that I saw was the Mote's sister, Andrea and Alex. There was Diana, there was the Gotham Chess, there was Marius Carlson, Hikaru, and they just started having a good time, you know? They were uplifting each other, and I was like, okay, well, this is something. And then you know that I was watching Nick for years, Nick Avocado. They all did the same fucking collabs. I was like, why are you always doing the same collab? Then you realize, you understand why. But you trust those people. Those people are good people. You know? It's a crazy thing to think about, but it is as weird as it is the normalcy. So if you're a new content creator, be careful who you just run stuff with. If you're an old one, congrats, I guess. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Love ya. Peace. Shit. Okay. Okay. 32%. Pop up. Tower. The tower. And we're back for part 2. Sorry about this. We're gonna be filming for a while more. I'm almost done here. Okay, let's go. Yeah, we're driving slow, so we're gonna have to go. Okay, so what's next? Do you ever feel like giving up? Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting to the wind, starting to start again? You just gotta ignite, and then you're short. Just hold the night. Make him go, whoa, at the shooting star sky. Feeling your firework, come on, let your shoulder burn. Makes you go, at the shooting star sky. Boom, boom, boom. Even lighter than a moon, boom. Shoot. Whoa, that's a good move. Great move. Let's do another one. Okay. Let's do one for sure. It's still filming? Okay. Still filming, okay. Where's the other one? For fuck's sakes. Choo 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 choo. I am so sorry. We made a mistake. We made a little blunder. Okay, that's good. Good. Bubbles. Okay. Don't think it's your Blaine. Welcome to the show. Everything was having a wonderful day on this 8th April 2025. It is a beautiful day outside. We got some snow, we got some coffee, I got some videos that we're uploading, and most of all, we have beautiful sunrise. Okay, I fucked up. Okay, I don't think it. Today's video is the show that I had in content creator. The show that I had because I don't know. Lately, I've been feeling very good. Lately, I've been feeling like we're moving forward. Lately, I've been feeling like we're accomplishing something. We're maturing. We're being more mature. And I want to talk about the struggle that I had at the content creator because is the how can I call that? How can I say that? Is the almost putting a page forward, right? Some of those struggles we still have, but at the same time, just acknowledging the struggle that we had. And I think I think okay. So I've been focusing a lot, right, on how much we improved lately. And we've been focusing a lot about how much the content improved lately, which are two great things, right? Two amazing things. But I don't think we focus enough on how did I get there? What happened for me to get there, right? I think that's also super important. So the struggle is a very good way of saying, okay, well, I was there, now I'm here. What happened here? So the first show that I had, it's like I'm victimizing myself, but there's a ton of people that are younger than me, that are content creator, non-content creator, that are going to be dealing with the same stuff. And the best thing about it is that we're talking about content, but we can also apply this to real life, right? Like for example, one of my struggle has always been with the engagement, right? And then it's about the engagement. Why? Because we're competing with people, and maybe the content isn't great, but the engagement. So we're talking about views, comments, and likes, right? Now I'm grateful for what I had, but it's always been a struggle because I'm seeing some people do more than us in 1 year, and I'm like, why? But then you realize that those struggles are normal because some other people will overpromote. So hey, go watch that video. Hey, just drop this, right? Some other people are gifted. They have connection. They have they're very good looking. For example, we had a reality show on TV, right? It's Best One Good, which is a French show, and this show, Best One Good, the beauty of it is we're getting some people that are single, and then you have to, okay, there you go. Okay, you're good. Sorry, we're trying to upload some videos, so there you go. They take some beautiful people, right? So again, that are single, and the goal here, that's how dirty the screen is. I have to watch that. So they take beautiful people and they're single, and then the public get to choose, okay, well, who's cool, and then they have candidates. So for example, the string candidates, and then we get to choose 12 of them, right? Now what was cool is you could choose people for 3 factors. Are they going to be troublemaker? Are they going to be fun to watch? Are they going to be entertaining? It doesn't matter why you choose them. You chose them for a reason, right? Now, at the very end, we realized that most of these were friends or acquaintance of alumni. So people from previous season were like, hey, we're going to be pushing this candidate. This is my homie. I want to be in the show. Now, a lot of those people were joining said show to get a social media career, right? So it wasn't really fair. And then it's not a big deal because it's a show, right? But some of those people that were refused were genuine. We're genuinely looking for love. They were genuine people that were fan of the show. Now, it's a question of, it's a weird thing. It's a really, really weird thing. It's a question of, fucking don't see shit. Can't see shit. Who is more willing? Who is more deserving? Is the fan of the show more deserving, or the person that got elected more deserving? Ultimately speaking, you would say they're both deserving. Ultimately speaking, you would choose the person that was chosen by the public, right? Because it's a result of democracy. And democracy is the voice of the people. It's like when we're voting, we don't give a fuck about who wins. We don't have the same bullshit over for the next 4 years. However, we voted. Because we voted, even though we lost, well, we still had our voice. We still had a choice in the matter, right? So what I'm trying to do that, with the views, you ask yourself, well, why is there less views? Right? Is it because I content sucks? Because I'm not getting the same opportunity than others? And it's a very small thing, right? It is a very small thing. When you write my name on a website like YouTube, the craziest thing is that you won't find me. You have to actually put the underscore between ink and vendetta, right? So right away, this is something that I should have thought before, that I didn't know. When I change right now, I don't think I can. I don't think you can change your handle, right? That is okay, that's perfectly fine. So this is gonna make 2 more videos. But at the same time, you're like, yo, maybe this is one of the reasons as to why. And you find yourself in a position of finding excuses, right? And then you're in the same position as people who gave up. Oh, I don't make content, or hey, I don't know what to do. They're not putting effort into the creation of things. So they get depressed, or they lack confidence because of the lack of results, which is something that happens in real life also. Obviously relatable to real life, or lately, we're trying to find a job, right? And trying to find a job is, it's hard because you're giving out CVs, and then there's get calls, you don't get calls. When you don't get calls, it's like a relationship. She just rejected you, right? That's a hard thing. But then again, you have people who promote themselves, who constantly self-promote. Hey, I did this, I did that, I did this. And you get people that are lying on their resume, right? And then you realize how much of a dog eats dog world. And your choice. Are you a dog that eats other dog, or you're a dog that survives? And I don't know which one I am, right? So that's a struggle. Another struggle is time management, right? I think a lot of people would do the same mistake that I do, which is always planning for more and more and more and more and more, without thinking about the time zone, or the time, without having a time budget, I guess. So, for example, we're trying to lose weight right now, right? And in 2 weeks, we did some amazing results. The truth is, I'm possibly doing the same thing for 5, 6, 7 months, which is not a lot. But then think about it, 6, 7, so for example, right, we did weight loss. We are 240 pounds. We were 271 pounds. So that's 2 weeks, right, of losing 20 pounds, which is great. But it's an hour per day, which is 14 hours, right? And then we'll do 7 months, we'll do 210 hours, right? That's almost 10 days without sleeping. So when you think about that, it's not a lot, and it's for a good occasion. But at the same time, you got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. And then you're like, holy shit. For example, we were watching Shameless. I don't know why I was convinced that the show was going to leave Netflix. So I watched, and we're playing games in the background, and now I'm doing the recap. It's been 3 weeks, I'm at season 7 out of 11, right? So it's a long time. And then, like, if I want to watch that show, you don't realize how much time it is. So the show itself, the 11th season, right? 12 episodes per season, right? That's 124, right? They're each an hour, so you do 1.5. So it's about I want to say 100 to 110 hours of watch time, plus the time it takes to recap a show, right? That's another huge expense. And you want to do it all. So for example, one of the biggest things that I've had struggle with, I was finding that I constantly had to look out the window. Yesterday, as you can see, there's snow, right? We had this beautiful scene, and then sort of got this true. There was the snow, there was a black bird on the snow, and it was a snowstorm. There was a lot of snow snowing. I went to get a shot. By the time I was out, the bird was gone. So how much time did I spend hoping to catch this bird come back with? You know? So time management is always super hard. Always super hard. Because again, and for example, we're doing this video, right? And we had a plan for struggle, but I don't know how long this video is going to take. It can take 20 minutes, it can take 30 minutes, I don't know. Right? We're doing times like that, that's 6 hours. That's crazy, right? It is insane. Another struggle that I had was, how intense are you? How much are you willing? So, sorry, how is this in the real life? I think we have such a busy life. I had a friend at work, at PCT, and he was always tired. Or even fuck that guy. Take Shao, one of my best friends. Shao struggles right now because he goes to school and goes to work. So he's doing 10 hours a day, right? Which is okay, you got 16 hours. But then there's transport, right? And that's a problem. So he ends up being supercharged, so when he has a weekend, he cannot do shit because he's so tired, right? The time management, which is 10 hours per day, is manageable. The transport is say 11 hours a day, manageable. But he's so tired that the weekend that he had off, he has to sleep, right? And that's a problem because he can't manage time, can't plan for something because he doesn't know how much time he's going to have to sleep, right? Another one. How much you're willing to put in, how obsessed you become. So when we started content, it was a cool thing to do. Then it became really cool thing to do. It was more interesting than the work. So I started thinking about making content at work. By the time we ended, we were obsessed with making content. Obsessed with making content, right? Last year, I refused to see my father and my mom. I would cancel time with them. I wanted to make content, right? Which again, you understood, it's normal, but kind of a shitty thing to do. Kind of like a really shitty thing to do. You become obsessed. I lost sleep over it. And then what happened is we did a burnout. And that burnout was my fault. It wasn't a neighbor's fault. Nobody pushed me to work harder. I did, right? How does it relate in real life? You have this new girlfriend, right? And you love her and she's wonderful. Okay? How much do you have? You have 10, okay, perfect. You have this new girlfriend, right? And you guys spend every single day together. Because you love her, that's normal, right? But then your bros are like, hey dude, when am I seeing you? And like, well, I want to stay with my girlfriend. And I think it's normal to stay with your girlfriend. I think it's okay to have priorities. I think time management, what we just said is priorities, right? Obsessed with priorities. You're trying to make time for everybody else. So your, for example, your day or your effort or your energy are a big cake, right? And then there's 10 people at your birthday party. So normally, you separate the cake in 10, right? 10 equal pieces for every single one of your loved one, right? But then you didn't do it. Some people have a bigger piece of cake. Some people have a small piece of cake. And you know what I cut it. So what are you gonna blame? You. Now some people will be okay with having less cake. They'll be like, there's a lot of people, I understand, don't worry, bro. And people will be mad at you, right? So that is something because they don't want to hurt people. Something that I had a lot of struggle in was to believe in the dream. It was hard to tell my parents. It was hard to tell my friends, like, hey, this is going to be my job later on. I want to be a content creator. Because there's such a hard market to get it. It's such an oversaturated market, right? And people, not that they don't believe you, but it's like, dude, you're really tough. I'm like, I know, it's just, what the fuck are you talking about? My father who told me, hey, you should get a job. I was like, fuck you, I want to do this. But he wasn't trying to be mean, he was trying to be, like, not to get my hopes up, right? So yeah, that was also, I believe in that dream so hard, so much, I believe in that dream. And I still do, but I'm now more aware of how much pressure I put on others. I have this dream that I believe in. If you don't believe in my dream, that's okay. You don't have to. I shouldn't have to obligate you to believe in this dream. You don't believe it, you know what? That sucks. That really sucks. That's okay. In real life, somebody will tell you, hey, I got this I got this new job and it's fantastic, but it's hard. You want to tell them, hey, I got this new girlfriend, and you know that girl, she's not a good person. She's a cult. And you want to tell the friend, hey, you shouldn't do that, right? But then you want to break your dream, you want to break their hopes. So how do you approach the situation? How do you approach the situation? Then you realize that, okay, well, they don't agree with you, that's fine. You have to respect their opinion because they're entitled to it. Worst case scenario, you'll have an understanding, a compromise, and then that'll be fine. Finally, the last one that I had was, I think it's back to obsession, but it's also back to reality, right? Back to reality. One of the biggest struggles I had was, what's next? The what's next is huge. The what's next is the perfect way to end the video, but it's still crazy because you don't think about what's next. When you're doing something, when you're doing a job, when you're doing your shit, you're about what's next. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna have this meal, I'm gonna watch this show, right? That's a short term. If you were working, I don't know, if you're working 25 years, what's next? Your retirement, right? What's your plan for retirement? And that's too long of a term. What if it was in the middle, right? What if you have a kid? And they're your kids. For your whole life, they'll be your kid. You'll always be the father, you'll always be the mom. Right? And then at 18 years old, they leave. You have this new boyfriend, you have this new girlfriend. You're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna be in an apartment. You're like, holy shit. Like, you just left. What's next? I think that's really hard. I think that's really hard for the content creator because, like, okay, well, this didn't work. I have to do something else. What are we doing next? And I think that's a really good question. I think it's a really good question because what's next means ending, right? So, those are some of the shows that I have. There's possibly more, but I'm seeing the batteries and I have to go. So, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Oh, shit. Well. Good. The string view, the tower. Part 3, sorry, the phone overheated. Golly. Okay, last video. Last video. Don't blink, it's your Wayne. Welcome to the Papa Show. Everything wants to have a wonderful day on this. Can I get a drum roll, please? 9th April 2025, yes. There's a beautiful sun behind me and a beautiful land of snow. We're taught in April we'll get snow. This video is actually a special one. We're talking about love, the big L. We're talking about relationship. We're talking about friendship. We're talking about this feeling of social, right? You guys know me. We've been making content for 3 years, 11 months today. 3 years and 11 months. So next month is 4 years of making content, which I'm super grateful for, super happy for. Cool thing that we did this lately is so why are we making this video? First of all, lately I've been feeling the need to have talk with friends, to get more friends, to go out more, right? Lately I've been feeling a lot more to be social. I've been feeling a lot more to be, you know what, get out of my comfort zone, right? I've been feeling the need to be romantic, the need for a girlfriend, right? And it's something that we approached lately, you know, a little bit here and there. But today we're going to make a video especially for that. The sole purpose of this video is that. So, long story short, what ended up happening is that, how not to start a video, right? How not to start a video. Long story short, what ended up happening is, when I started making content, right? I'm always recluse, right? Even as a kid, I was recluse. People would come to my house and say, hey, can Stefan play soccer? And I would say, no, I'm playing video games. Why? I think it's super simple as to why. I think I was taking medication for the ADHD, right? And this medication for the ADHD, I think, drove me to not be myself. And as a kid, you don't really understand a lot. But you understand that you're not being yourself. And your parents give you the medication. Like, no, they wouldn't do anything to me. So you start thinking that you're operating on people and you prefer being alone, right? And then the relationship between your parents gets worse and worse and worse. And then they divorce, right? And then they were supposed to be together for life, right? But then they end up hurting each other. So people, I'm good on my own. And then you're at your father's house and your father's very strict. So the longer you are not in his way, the better it is, right? So you become quite a hermit. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing that, right? But you realize you don't really need friends. Nothing really speaking, the best thing about it is I was kind of raised being alone. My father, there was this year where him and my mom divorced, and my father was working a lot. My father was worried because my father is always worried about money. He's very sure about money. My mom's sure about everything, my father just money. And what he would do is, he understood that my mom leaving equates to a salary less, right? So what he did was like, okay, well, I need to work more. So at a very, very young age, I was told, okay, well, you're alone now. You have to be alone. Did I start reading? That's it. 15, 14, perfect. This is it, guys. We're at 26. Good. Cool. 26. So my father, when he was at work, and nanny was money. Money we didn't have. So even at a young age, my father was like, hey, you're gonna be alone. Now, being alone was the best. I could watch TV, I could eat snacks, something I wouldn't be able to do normally, right? So I actually prefer being alone. But this translated, I went to my mom's house, and my father-in-law was kind of loud, and my mom, she likes to go out. She really likes to go out. So every single weekend we would go to places meeting complete stranger. Like, I don't know these people. I'm sure they're nice, but I don't know them. Like, and I don't need to know them, you know? So my entire childhood was like alone. Then these translated in the later years. Now, of course, in high school, we're a bit more social, right? And in high school, you were a bit of a loser. As a teen, you start fighting, right? So you start fighting. And your parents have hurt your feelings. You don't tell you stink. So you go to school and you stink. People say, oh, these guys stink. You don't believe them because you think your parents will tell you, right? So you're gonna be rejected because of that. And yes, you make some friends, but at the same time, You're not the best of friends because they're they're not the best of friends because they're willing to take you. So you're willing to take anybody. It's like a girl that never felt the love of a man, or a man that never felt the love of a girl. They'll think the first they come and they'll think it's love, right? Because they don't know it is love. So we go in and we're like, okay, well, this is how it's gonna go, and this is my friendship because they're not real friend. I prefer being alone, right? Now we live at my father's house. We move from place to place, back from my mom's house to my father's house. But again, we're always alone. And then move to the apartment, and the apartment was possibly the genesis of the end all be all. So the apartment, we didn't have parents next to us. We didn't have parents living next to us. It was a case of I can do whatever the fuck I want. The best thing I ever did, and I told you this story before, but gaming, radio, eating whatever I want. But the best thing I would do is I would sleep for 2 or 3 hours, go out to gaming, sleep for 2 or 3 hours, go out to gaming, right? And there was nobody to stop me. So for the very first couple of years of being in an apartment, it was the best. But then, with the apartment came a new reality. I had bills to pay. And those bills needed a job, right? Those places that needed a job. I was always I'm not working enough because I didn't have any social skills because I never learned them. And I wasn't the best employee because, well, I can't blame ADHD, but I was allowed. So being alone, I was able to myself, right? And for me, being myself was, no matter how small I am, people should accept me. So we're going to job and people were like, dude, this guy is fucked, right? I was like, no, I'm not fucked, I'm normal. Because when he told me that I wasn't normal, right? So all those workplace, all those friendships that we made, relationship, we're always caring about the job. For example, when I worked at IGA, I had IGA friends. I worked at AW, I had AW friends, right? We never kept those friends. And then, the very first time I had a job that I had, which was 8 years. Now, I had to make extra effort because those people were going to be with me every single day. Like, okay, well, I had to make that to treat these people good, right? Also, speaking, it felt forced. Because I don't really like some of those people, and I have to work with them, so I'm going to make an effort. And when I'm out, fuck them, right? And then, we lost that job, so I was like, okay, well, I was still keep in touch with those people, but most of them no, you know? And then, lately, and I haven't felt the need, for example, we lost that job in March last year. And the whole year last year was making content. And I gotta say, I'm sorry to say, but I was so obsessed. I would cancel meeting with my father and my mom. I was so obsessed. I wouldn't talk to people. People would text me and leave them on leave, which was an asshole. I wouldn't answer call, right? Which is a big deal. And it's a shame because I was so pissed at people for something as normal as, hey, can we DM? But then, no, if you want to talk to me, I'm live. Go talk to me when I'm live. Now, technically speaking, what was my thought process was, we're live 7 hours a day. 6 on Twitch and 1 on TikTok. So you should be able to talk to me, right? Oops. You double checked. But I was forcing people to be talking to me when I want, not when they want, or when they need. That was a good thing to do. So then, you had a depression, right? And the depression, I was like, well, fuck. The depression was also caused by burnout. So we took a step back from making content, right? And then I realized who the real friend were and who the fake friend were, right? But at the very end, I kept people around, you know? And we were talking to people, and we took a really healthy approach to the depression, which was to take a break. And then right now we're starting, right? And the conversation that we have, and there's this truth of, I don't need to be making that much content, right? I need to be making a community, I need to make new friends, I need to get out of being chronically online, I need to talk to people, right? And there's this new need that we never had before of socializing, right? Socializing, of making new friends, of talking to people. Why? Because we get to talk to people every single day. And it's doing something that I want, something that I love. It's something very new for me, very, very new. And I don't know how I feel about it, I don't know how I'm feeling with it, to be quite honest. But it's a great feeling. And lately I've been feeling the need to socialize, right? We had this whole arc last year where we would go out just to film the nature. And now I like going out. That wasn't the case before. Before, I wouldn't touch grass to save the world. Now I want to touch grass just because I can, right? Also, the relationship feeling. I've had a girlfriend in January, right? And it didn't work. And I was like, and the difference, which is something that really, really happened, was really, really weird. But I wasn't looking in January. I wasn't looking. It just happened, right? Now, we're not saying I'm looking. I'm more open to it. Because you know what? When I do all this, wouldn't be bad. But I think that the thing that I'm having here is, we're 22 years old. I think there's a, I've thought about this before. I don't know if this is a biological clock. I don't know if that's the issue. I don't know. What I do know is that there is definitely a need to say, hey, if I want to have kids, I should be starting to think about this, right? I don't know, maybe I'm getting old. I'm getting older. Maybe there's also fear of ending up alone. You know? Before we didn't care because we were gaming. And I'm realizing there's more to life than gaming, right? So it's very different, it's very special. So lately we've been feeling this need for socializing. It's a good need, you know? Because, like I said before today, it doesn't really matter why you're doing something. You're doing it does matter. Good attention, bad attention also matters, but the reason that's why you did something is unimportant. I did this because of that. No, it doesn't matter. You did this, right? And I don't know why the reason of that. It's a great thing. Striving will never not be okay. Will never not be something positive, right? This need that I had, this new need that I didn't have before. You have a new need, you have a new problem that you need a solution for. It's kind of crazy because it should be okay, but it's something that's going to be beneficial for us. And that's important. That's worth it. So yeah, it's a great feeling to want to be motivated to talk to people. You know, should have happened years ago, but hey, better late than never. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Okay, how much? You're 10%. Good. So let's go. We're gonna go take a little siesta, and that's pretty much it. Love ya. Okay.